Got the best of the best here. My name is Darth Arm. I'm joined by Mr. Aquaman, who is going to be breaking down one of these 4 vicious pools for us today.
I feel like just breaking down one pool is breaking down an entire tournament, it seems, here at Dreamhack Montreal, as we are laced with nothing but killers, it seems. Looking at these pools is looking at death sentences for most of the players that are going to be here. Let's just get into it. We are going to be getting into pool number 1. What's great about Dreamhack is that every single block is just going to be one pool. We're focusing on one at a time, and we're going to get you guys a lot of the matches that are going to happen here at Dreamhack Montreal. Here in pool number 1, it's going to hurt to say all these names at once. Usually we only get a couple of big names per pool. It's going to be a lot. We've got Dragon, Manager Matt, also known as Equitus. These are just some names that I recognize. We've got Station from the Buffalo scene, Honeybee, Beyond Toxin, and this is just the first half of pool number 1, where one of these guys is going to make top 16. That is pretty savage.
No, it's crazy. It's a 4-out system in every pool. And on the other side of the still same pool 1, you got to go through all these guys in a short span of 2 hours. And that's going to be Scar. Scar, who's the champion at Combo Breaker, the first stop here on the Pro Competition Tour. The Mighty Unjust, who is the best player from my home state, New Jersey. We have Newbie, we have Samij, and Coach Steve. We also have some local flavor in the name of Soulmeyer. Big shout out to Soulmeyer holding down the Kano Nation single-handedly.
Soulmeyer really doesn't want to get on stream, so if we can make that happen, that would be fantastic.
We have to. But really what this weekend is, or what today is for a lot of these top players, is a test of stamina. Now, normally you have to go through, very similar, fights for top 32, fights for getting into top 16 a little bit later. But now you have to do it in a short span of 2 hours. There's no time to rest, no time to fully study a specific matchup, and no time to prepare. They just have to go in it. So I think I feel like that could change up the results just a little bit.
Yes, so just to put this in perspective for you guys, of these names, just in this first section, Dragon, Honeybee, or Toxin, just those 3 names being in one little section, only one's going to make it out right. That's what's so savage about here. And then you look at the second part of the same bracket, it's got Scar, Samij, Coach Steve, Mighty Unjust, and you think about how early they have to play round 2, round 3. There's no softball here. You are standing at the edge of the diving pool, don't know how to swim, and you're getting kicked into the deep end. That's what's happening here in these pools. You guys better learn how to swim, and learn how to swim quick.
Yeah, man, it's sink or swim. It's do or die. These guys have to be ready. I mean, and that's the thing. I feel like it's gonna throw them off just a little bit, where they're a little bit more used to, being calm. Like, okay, I played my pools. It wasn't so tough. And now I can go eat, I can go relax. No, man, this is it. And it's going to make the pool play incredible for you guys to watch at home, and it's going to be incredible for us to call it, just play after play, and seeing what these guys can do when the pressure is on, and the pressure is going to be on right away.
I hate to say this, but the lack of incredibly high numbers here is going to give us what I think, for you guys watching at home, a potential better viewing experience throughout this entire tournament, as we are going to get incredible matches from start to finish. Like I said, nothing but a bloodbath. I hope you guys just sit back and enjoy. And just to put things in perspective of also the strength of the players that are here, even though it is low numbers, just looking at the top 18 in points of the pro competition, we're only missing 3. That's crazy. Everybody else is here, and we are going to the stage right now for our first match. It is going to be Coach Steve versus I don't like your face, bro.
I don't like your face.
I don't like your face.
I don't like your face. He doesn't like Coach Steve's face, and he doesn't like this Jackie Riggs. And I love that I'm seeing a Devora a little bit.
I don't like Devora's face, if I'm being honest with you here.
She's pretty gross, honestly speaking. A quick break away from I don't like your face, getting out of that combo just as quickly as he got into it, buying himself a little bit of real estate, jumping to the other side, but Coach Steve with the immaculate punish here going to be leading into a lot of damage and going to be filling those clinch crushing blow requirements.
Perfect end of the clinch right there to reverse the position to get him right where he wants him, right here in the corner, trying to pick up these kicks there, but I don't like your face, trying to fight his way out of this corner. Looks like he is a Canadian representative here. Glad to see him offline competing. The kick's not going to be enough, but he is getting ever so closer to loading that crushing blow, and the chip doing the job for him there to finish off round 1.
The chip absolutely doing the job. I see a little bit of hesitation from I don't like your face. Even that jump in, it was almost like he was too scared to jump in on Coach Steve, saying that he is going to be smarter than this, but you can't give your opponent a reason until they show you why.
You can see the hesitation, everything that he just did. wasn't what you were kind of supposed to do. The bugs actually messed up his own launcher right there, and he lost out a lot of damage. And you even see with these wild swings, the down two is kind of on command right there, that he's really trying to find his way in this match, but has the lead. And you want to know why? Because he's starting to get real button pressy, and he's starting to get a little warmed up. And
unfortunately there, that throw was successful. I think he was kind of expecting Coach Steve to tech out of it for that set play setup, and that's going to be a big crushing blow.
And that should, maybe the fatal blow could have killed right there. Maybe
it scales a lot.
Oh, trying to get a Ramen on himself, but I don't like your face, taking it to the face in round number 1 there. I think that the savage swings from I don't like your face have caught Coach Steve off guard, because when you're a tournament player, when you're a pro player, right, unorthodoxness, that's not a word, by the way.
It's a new word today.
But
Webster, add it.
That can really throw off a tournament player because they're used to looking for certain things. They're used to certain adaptations. They're used to certain ways of pressing buttons. But if you're just a downright savage, it's really going to catch a pro player off guard.
Sure, it's more plays on, you know, the rhythm of the meta. Yes. You know, what the top player is usually going to do in these situations, and then from there you adapt to adaptations. But it's so tough right out the gate. And I really, you know, I don't like your face going with the character switch, going to Liu Kang. I feel like he had it in that second round. It was his game.
My revenant.
That piece of shit killed my friends.
I knew this felt personal.
Can she say that?
That felt really personal. Wait a minute.
Can she say that?
I mean, she did. So I assume yes.
Waking up Coach Steve with that fully invulnerable move, the little knee. And seeing a lot of respect here from I Don't Like Your Face. Also, right back is Coach Steve. Now, one of the most powerful things about Liu Kang is how well he can challenge anything after he blocks it. So try to pay attention to you know, when it's Liu Kang's turn to swing. As soon as he's done blocking anything his opponent's doing, usually that forward 4-3 is coming out.
Yes, it is. That's a great thing watching Liu Kang is that he really is the ultimate. I get to take my turn and do something off and even on block, and this is going to be some big damage. Oh, the late breakaway at Coach Steve.
And I like that neutral jump from Coach Steve getting around the throw. Nice little punish, but didn't really get anything other than momentum. Challenges him with the forward 3, and that is very unsafe, but usually does lead if he commits to the entire thing. And Coach Steve going in for the fatal blow. The bullet's going to be going right through the skull of Liu Kang.
And done at a perfect time right before I Don't Like Your Face got his fatal blow to try to close things out. But if your face would have committed off of that swing, we might be looking at a completely different round number 1 there.
It could have been a completely different round number 1. The great challenging mid here from Jackie. She did get a little bit nerfed from the last patch, but still a very, very strong character. And Coach Steve is showing that, amplifying the bicycle kick just one time there. Going to try to fill that requirement before he loses this tournament set. Coach Steve going in deep with the jump in, and I think right there is, I Don't Like Your Face thought a throw was coming, decided to let go of block, and here comes that challenging mid from Jackie.
That's what that slight walk forward off of that jump in does. You really get scared of a throw once you see that slight micro movement, gets the crush and blow, this will be some good damage, does have a fatal blow, so almost any hit right now in the fatal blow should do it. Coach Steve, you know he's looking out for that right now. He's scouting it, just blocking, waiting his turn. He's a very patient man. He's gonna try to bully I Don't Like Your Face right now. Look at that chip dwindling as he's only a couple of hits away, and the interrupt is forward gonna do it. Coach Steve moving on 2-0 to start off his potential run. But round 2, I think he just gets some each.
I mean, it's tough, man. That's a tall order to fill. But you know what? I really want to discuss what happened there.
Potentially, if Samij wins, I hope he listen. And
it's Samij, but you know that's what we're setting up here. But really, what came down to those last like 10 seconds of gameplay? Both players were too scared to go for throws because throws are very risky in this game. If someone knows you're going to do it, all they have to do is crouch, let go of block. That throw is going to whiff, and you could potentially be eating a full combo or a down 2 crushing low. And both players are just like, they didn't want to do it. They're like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't go for the throw. Absolutely. Don't go for the throw. So much respect, you know, but you got to question that switch away from Devora.
Yeah.
I thought it looked great in that round number 2.
I thought it looked really good simply for the fact that Coach Steve looked comfortable against Liu Kang right there, and he did not look comfortable at all against Devora because
Devora is
craziness, right?
Well, I mean, you know, you're going to see Liu Kang a little bit more often, whether you're playing online, playing with all these other top players, which is usually the training regimen for these top players is just getting games with each other.
Not to spoil anything, but you're going to see a lot of Liu Kang today.
Oh.
we happen to have finally re-showing up to a pro competition event Ninja Killer.
He's here.
He only showed up to 1, and he got enough points to get himself in top 12, and we haven't seen him since. So he did fall 1 spot. He's at 13th place. Top 12 gets in the final combat. So he's here to get those points and try to solidify himself for final combat at the end of the year.
It's almost like he just didn't. He decided not to go until he was knocked out of that 12th place. And he's like, you know what? I guess I'm gonna have
wait
to.
Wait a minute. I gotta show up one more time and try to win it all.
I gotta get into those finals, man. I wasn't sure because you never really know how it's gonna play out. If those same top 12 players keep placing high and no one else is really sneaking in there or getting past you on the standings. You're going to stay there sitting pretty. So Ninja Killer definitely out there to win it. And that's what's so, I think one of the most amazing things about that player is it's just so mysterious. You don't know too much about him. He tries to stay a little bit more reserved. And when he does show up, I mean, this kid shows up. Phenomenal gameplay.
And someone we haven't seen play since the huge balance changes that happened to the game.
Exactly.
Where Liu Kang's being looked at in a little bit of a different light. It's just in a little bit of a different light. Did just win Celtic Throwdown with Rewind, who happens to also be here. A lot of other top players looking at the character. Guys, like I said, everybody's here. This is insane. Of the top 18 in points in pro competition, we're only missing Tekken Master. And this is what's crazy. We're only missing Tekken Master and Tekken Master Combat and Video Games Yo. We're only missing Combat and Tekken Master because of a visa issue, because of a passport issue. They were scheduled to come, and we would have only been missing 1 person of the entire top players in the world.
I mean,
what?
Dude, this is it. After halftime, we're past the halfway point here in this Pro Tour, and everybody's just trying to get as many points as possible. It doesn't matter anything else. If an event is happening, you're trying to get there. But coming up on stage for you guys is Combo Breaker champion Scar.
Scar going up against Mr. Solo Lobo.
That's right.
The name has been around for quite some time, I believe, and if I'm wrong, correct me. I think from the Arizona team. There's actually a couple of guys from Arizona here. One being man for himself in the online West, which is Phoenix.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's great seeing other regions. I want to see more regions. I want to see the FGC grow in any way possible. Now Scar is going to be rocking Sonya. Now Sonya did receive a few little nerfs here from the last patch. However, she is still a very strong character. But for the most part, she doesn't play too different. They took away a few damaging options, but that's about it.
So that's what's great is that we can say that every character that got nerfed, you can't really say they got nerfed. They more got a slight slap on the wrist, a light tap on the wrist in some cases.
Especially the Gearus is out there, definitely.
So Gearus got like slapped on the wrist, but also like caressed at the same time, like it was both. That's an odd way to put it.
It's okay, I can see it visually here perfectly. It's Scar utilizing that Sonya zoning. Never mind. Beautiful wave dashing to close the gap between himself and his opponent and just did not react to the throw. Scar taking that first round over Solo Lobo. Great punish here. Didn't commit to the amplification, and Scar reacted accordingly. Gonna amplify it there to keep her in the corner. Doesn't want the side switch, wants a little bit added damage here. And this is just looking awful for Solo Lobo here.
Oh, here we go. This is the mix right now. You're so afraid of the mix-up that's coming off a back one potentially. Or Scar doing the Scar thing. Multiple flawless blocks in a row, though. Are you kidding me right now? And into the onion ring, Scar almost getting the flawless there. We call that a hood perfect out here. What a display. And we haven't seen Scar in a little bit.
We have not seen him in a little bit, but that was a statement, man. Like, applying those flawless blocks that are very, very tough to pull off, and he did 2 in a row right there at the end when no pressure was on. He had a huge life lead. Solo Lobo switching the scenery just a little bit. Now again, even if you lose mid-set, you are not free to pick the stage. It's got to be re-randomized because all the stages are different. They interact with you a little bit differently. Some interactables leave you in a restanding situation. Some give you a little bit more mobility, like this generator right here. One of my favorite ones out there. It's so fun and wacky.
Also, I wanted to note that Scar, since Combo Breaker got the win, got the massive amount of points, was sitting at the top. He's had a little bit of a rougher pro competition since then. And so he is here to make a statement and get himself back in form to represent the final combat. He put himself in a great position to make it, but everyone's catching up. He fell all the way to 8th place, and within 100 points is everyone else in top 12.
I mean, you know, that's really what happens, you know, because afterwards didn't really get that nice placement like you said, but hold on, Solo Lobo showing some signs of life, getting the combo here on Scar, gonna try pushing him a little bit more to the corner, both players being very respectful, just a down one, not too risky there, trying to see how Scar would react, and Scar with the staggers, great challenge by Solo Lobo, just trying to get the momentum back on his side.
Oh, the low crush coming out of Scar, we take his turn here, and these two have been feeling each other out. This been poke, counter poke, just chilling out with the Scar, who's been getting the hits and getting the damage. Solo Lobo has had a tough time opening up Scar in the pressure.
Absolutely, he definitely has been having a tough time here. I thought that was a pretty good round for him. It could have gone either way. Really came down to one or two defining situations.
That's right.
and
he had the momentum just to dash up, down 3 as his Oki, and that was it. And then Scar just taking his turn and then just reset everything.
Yes, just resetting it there. Good challenge right there. Scar getting a little antsy, but the wake up 3 after the drop combo.
I think that's a lot harder against other females.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. A little bit tougher. You do have to adjust your timing. Sometimes even have to adjust your combos against which character you're gonna be fighting up against. Little flawless block, but was getting a little too antsy, getting hit with the onion rings. And if Solo Lobo doesn't wake up here in this corner, this is gonna be it.
Did you just see Scar stand his ground? He wasn't even blocking. He just stood there on his wake up, said do something, and one more hit's gonna do it for Scar.
Oh, hold on. Never say never. We could do this. Switching over to the other side, and again, a heartbreaking drop. He had him. It was a beautiful side switch conversion, and
could have restood him. Could
Yes.
have done whatever he wanted right there. That drop was key to his potential comeback. But Scar immediately on the knockdown, just up three, and he's out of there. And he's gonna move along on the winner's side, and he gets the privilege of just with that win. Right, that's Scar's first match. He will now face Mighty Unjust.
And he's a tough cookie to taste to test.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
It's okay.
Okay, we're good.
But no, I mean, but really, right there at the end, it was a huge. It was.
I hope Unjust sees this back.
He does. He loves me, so he's gonna watch all of this.
Okay.
It's the opportunity there that he dropped at the end.
Yes.
He could have put him in a restand position, taking away the option of rolling forward, taking away the option of wake up. But Scar was ready to just commit after the wake up and just figure it out. Just get that momentum
crazy
back
how
on
some
the
people
side.
are prepared for you to drop your combo.
Yes.
That's next level.
You have to react.
Yep.
You have to react. You see it happening right before your eyes, and you just react.
And by the way, we are going to get Salmer on stage right now versus Samij coming up next.
This is going to be incredible. So he won his first match against the other Montreal local.
Motive.
That's right. That's right.
Got a victory. So just to give you guys an update on what else is happening, who has moved on. Manager Matt, also known as Equitus, is playing Dragon right now. Winner of that plays Station from the Buffalo scene. Honeybee still awaiting his first opponent between Rakim and Hunter George. And then we got Toxin, who got a victory over Blackboards. Blackboards did get a win early against Dave Package. Had to play Toxin 2-0 over that. And Toxin is going to wait on the winner of Honeybee and his opponent. Guys,
and you guys can all follow this along
round
on
3
Smash. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Round 2, round 3 matches are insane. Usually matches that you're going to be seeing way after pools, but again, the pools are condensed to only 4. And if you guys want to follow along, again, all the pools are happening one at a time.
Yes, they are.
Smash.gg, look for Dreamhack 2019, and look for Mortal Kombat 11. You can see where all your favorite players are, in which pool, and what Titans they have to go through in order to get into this top 16.
Smash.gg/DHMTL19.
Wow, look at that memory of yours. I thought you were an old man with no memory. Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, it's like right there.
So yes,
I could have played that off like I had great memory, but I would be lying to every single one of you.
You're just an honest guy. You're really just this honest guy. You don't want to, mislead anyone in anything.
So potentially, and this would make sense when you're looking at seeds now. We're looking for upsets, of course,
of
every
course.
single round.
We want them.
But round number 3, lining up would be those names that we would kind of expect, where potentially Dragon versus Station, potentially Honeybee versus Beyond Toxin, Scar versus Mighty Unjust, and the winner of this versus Coach Steve. This is one pool!
This is one pool, guys. There's 3 more to go after this 2-hour block. But we have Solmeyer on the stage.
This guy, I have to say, is just a great community member. This is a big event for him. he's very active in Twitch streams.
Yes,
yes,
he is.
In the Mortal Kombat community, just an absolute treasure to have. I have to give him a massive shout out.
Yes, yes. Big shout outs to Soulmeyer. And again, bigger shout outs to the character he's playing, Kano.
Dirtbag, baby.
Specifically Dirtbag Kano.
I know you're excited.
I'm super excited.
She gets your head in a box, she will.
But I don't know how well he's going to be able to deal with Samid. Now, Dirtbag Kano, there we go, right out the gate. The instant air Kano ball. Now, whenever he does apply the Veggie Mighty right there, whenever he pounds his chest and activates that the chest piece, it's going to give him armor whenever he does a Kano ball, whether it's grounded or in the air. So it's a great way to just kind of react to your opponent flinching. Now, Samid just kind of putting on something. Great reaction to that slow overhead, and Samij ready to take his turn back, and that one hurts.
Just coming in. I actually got to warm up with Samij right before coming over here and getting on the table with you, and he is in good form.
Always in good form. I mean, this kid reacts to every stagger you throw his way, every throw attempt. I mean, Samij literally a machine looking for the Molotov. The third bullet not connecting for a full combo, but Samij is okay with that. Gonna lead into some plus frames into a great challenge. Again, leaving your opponent in a standing position, so powerful in a game like this. What did I say? The throws.
Blow, yeah, so scary to do. Not gonna be enough for the kill. Cassie switches to 322, but Samij taking it 2 swift rounds. Salmer getting really offensive in his buttons that worked out. Like, it's about 50-50. It worked out, and sometimes it didn't work out. He's being aggressive. He just came here to play, have fun. And right now,
and desecrate this stage.
That's a really quick rematch, by the way. He's ready for this. But a couple of swings have caught Samij off guard. But on the flip side, in that corner there, he really did get bullied by pressing buttons.
It was, and you know, he was trying to fight his way out, trying to grab his way out. And again,
2 for 2, by the way.
It's a great thing to really do, throwing on that fire. Now that fire's not going to stop from combos, but once it is comboed with the acid douse or the acid throw, once you're covered in acid, later touch the fire, that's when you explode for an unblockable situation here.
And we haven't seen Silver try to do those kind of just down one, those some lighter fluids, which is really annoying in playing against Kano in general. It's just his down one mix-up game.
Yeah, down one cancel into Kano ball, down one cancel into acid, really to kind of catch those players trying to take their turn back. But Samij, again, one of the best NRS players out there on the scene since the Mortal Kombat X days. What an anti-air.
And that was very MKX of him to do, the down one anti-air. He's been doing that since his insurgence into the scene. It's better than one of the best in the world at doing it.
Yes, it definitely is. And again, what a whiff punish, catching Soulmeyer, hitting that down one. What a whiff. And that's what's so good about, you know, Cassie's mid-range game, or close to mid-range game. And again, just walking in and out of that wake-up range. That was a clean 2 games here.
But you know what?
Soulmeyer.
But you know what? It's all love.
It is, of course. Right there, Cassie showing it to you in the shape of her hands. And, you know, big shout out to Soulmeyer coming out to the event. I believe this is one of his only events. I believe this is like his first big event for Mortal Kombat 11. So, you know, it just goes to show you, people do it. People get out there, try their best, and have fun. Because at the end of the day, it's all about fun. Getting in as many casuals you want, meeting all the players that you get to follow throughout, you know, all the years.
Exactly. It's so cool to be able to meet people that you've known for years online.
Yes.
And to see their face and have everything happen offline, guys. It's freaking magical.
Grab a beer with them, get some poutine, just anything, man.
That was great. It was great last night, by the way.
Oh, you got the poutine at the truck, at the food truck?
Yeah, there's a food truck. Festival,
like a festival
that's happening here, and we tried out 4 different types.
Oh man!
Oh my goodness! With bacon and sausage.
Phenomenal. Poutine is the real deal. Don't let anyone ever tell you that it's not the real deal, because I saw some crazy stuff being tweeted out a few days ago that it's just regular fries with cheese and great. No,
it's not. Fantastic.
It's not. I mean, they've got it down to an art here.
Here's what's crazy is that I got it with one of the guys that works here at the Pro Competition, and we had the same reaction. We're like, why did we just get the most American dish in Canada? Like, it was like such an American meal of just give me all the good stuff in a bowl and just let me eat it.
That's what you got to do, man. You got to do it. I'm telling you, there's so many different places do it differently. But either way, let's not talk about food. Let's talk about Mortal Kombat. You want to talk about food?
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Just like the players are here at Dreamhack Montreal to get some points, some money, some glory.
I mean,
that was a nice segue.
Nice, you got it. You got it.
It was decent.
It's challenging getting here.
Oh my goodness. Okay, look, do you see who's on stage right now?
I do see who's on stage. It's going to be Scar going up against one of the toughest cookies out there, the mighty Unjust. Again, like I said before, really the best player in my home state of New Jersey, and kid's phenomenal. I feel like he plays a little too methodical, and I think that usually leads to his demise. He's not really a player
that he overthinks it.
Not over. I don't want to say it's overthinking. I want to say it's almost like not thinking about it enough, and really just kind of playing by the frame data. I'm at a negative advantage. There's no reason I should double down one.
So it's like it's way too safe. There's
methodical.
Yeah.
Methodical. Definitely. It's not taking risk or not doing something out of the ordinary. So not sure if Scar is going to be able to pick up on that, but that's just my take on the Mighty Unjust. But still a very good player no matter what.
Yeah, that actually reminds me of another player that we just saw in Samij. When he first came onto the scene, that was one of the biggest things that we talked about with him, was that he refused to take a risk. He really did. He played Melina and never did ball roll once on block.
You got to do it,
one
man.
time.
You got to do it.
One time. And then it wasn't until about halfway through Injustice 2 where we saw him start doing some raw cat dashes with Catwoman. He started to get a little more aggressive in his playstyle, or a little more risk-takey, and it took a long time. And Mighty Unjust might be in that same boat where he comes onto the scene, comes on strong by that exact playstyle of being safe and playing the frame data, playing the turns. And he's looked incredibly solid. All the Kombat New Jerseys that have been going on. He's been rocking them. Some of the online events. He's looking so strong as this kid.
Oh yeah, definitely really strong and very young. Very young, new to the scene. I believe he was pretty strong contender in the Injustice 2 days. Didn't really travel, but played sets online with a lot of top players. Got his name out there, and now is signed onto a team. Will to winning.
And he is going up against what is the definition of a veteran. And our Steve Scar has been at it since the beginning. And has been at the highest level since the beginning.
Yes, he has. And Mighty Unjust looking for that down 4, and Scar ready to take the turn back after a successful throw, putting him in the corner. What's the Mighty Unjust going to do? A slight delay. Wake up, fights his way out, jumping out, and Scar all over it. Knows, I know exactly what you want to do. You don't want to go back in this corner, so you're looking for the easy way out, trying to buy yourself some real estate. Good tick throw here from Scar. The down 3 into the forward throw. Looking for the mid.
Oh, the whip to the throw too. The sneaky stuff out of Scar. He loves utilizing the down 3 pressure. Off block, on hit as different options. Scar tried to blow that up. Maybe missed out on a flawless block attempt right there. That was one of the changes to Cassandra that we haven't really talked about a whole lot because we don't see a lot of Digital Soldier. Scar happens to be Digital Soldier back-to-back here at Dreamhack, so it's just a way to talk about her. But there is a gap now in that up low kick, and it's negative on block rather than neutral.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a change here to kind of help, ease the pressure of Cassie. She still has a lot of great tools. But
also, I want to touch on that Mighty Unjust had to play Blizzy round number 1. Probably Cetron. He's really good. It was 2-1, really close.
It's gotta be, man. It's gotta be. It's do or die, and all these players are so good here at this event. Mighty Unjust trying to catch Scar sleeping, but Scar doing a pretty good job of really not letting these stray bullets hit there. He was looking for a jump in.
That one caught the angle.
Good jump in here from Scar. The Mighty Unjust not ready to anti-her, not ready to guess right here.
No breakaway, and Mama Blade still going to cash out for 40%. Accidental corpse off there. Reverse the position. Mighty Unjust could use this too. But no! We're going to swing out, and the sweet chin music to end game number 1 there.
And look at that quick fighter select. Not even going to let the fatality rock. Not even going to give Scar the opportunity to style on him. Instead, going to be going to the character selection. Now the Mighty Unjust does play a few characters, so this could be something where he just felt like, I couldn't do it with Cassie. I got to switch it over to somebody else.
Ooh.
Thinking about Shang. Now Shang is illegal here at this event as he's been out to the public for over 30 days. However, Nightwolf is still not legal at this event.
I haven't got an opportunity to say this yet, but when Nightwolf is available, and I hope that the win pose is always the wolf. Our crowd and our scene needs to do the
howl.
Guys, we have to do the howl.
We have to do the howl when somebody wins with.
That was not a mix-up, but a mix-up at the same time from Unjust right there. That was an odd way to start a match. I've never seen Shang just go for 4-2 body drop because the low that comes on the floor after.
Yeah. And a good challenge here, or from Scar, just kind of applying the pressure here, knowing that the onion rings were going to hit, continuing the pressure here with the mid, like the little delay here. Not sure if the Mighty Unjust is just a little too late, but there should be a gap in between ring and the amplified portion of it. Good block of the overhead from Scar. You can expose that with, pretty much any poke.
Yeah, mashing.
Just mash, and you can expose that. But you know what? Scar is just kind of, he's trying to get a better gauge of it. He didn't think he was going to be one to do that.
Beautiful punish with the ground eruption too on that drone drop. Really good knowledge there out of Unjust.
I do love it. I love Shang Tsung's full screen presence here. He does have a lot of great options. He's got the straight fireball, the flawless block into the up two, and Mighty Injustice. I got to break away right now because I need to take this round. I need to get the momentum back on my side. I need to get back in the driver's seat.
Out of nowhere has the health lead too. Trying to work his way in. Scar does a fatal blow with fatal blow. He's getting closer but walking to the ground eruption, and out of nowhere, Mighty Unjust with that. So after the false block of that back three up four, one raw hits, and now Unjust ran away with it. Up just a one mistake with Scar. On what was he was successful on blocking and up back to back.
And you just missed a great punish here by Scar. And again, the Mighty Unjust, enough time has gone by. He utilizes Breaker. He's had no defensive meter this entire game, but it's okay. As long as you're in the driver's seat, as long as you're on offense, you don't have to worry about it.
Scar trying to anti his jump kicks, and Mighty Unjust, that's been his way in. Very hard to anti that bad boy. It's got a mean angle to it.
Definitely does. Shang Tsung's got a great jump in as well, but Sonya's got one of the best normal anti-airs in the game. Really low profiling herself down. Not going to be a pop-off thanks to the last patch changes, but Scar able to seal the deal afterwards.
Moving on to match point. Here is Scar. He's got the position forward. Good air-to-air for Unjust. No pickup. A lot of Shanks can't pick up the ground eruption off of that. Gotta be ready for it though, and the jump kick too early.
Just a little too early. And Mighty Unjust utilizing his third breaker here in this third round. It's
no
rough,
defensive
man.
bar, I think the
entire game he's not going to have any defensive bar, but that's okay. He's looking for it. Great flawless block and forward dash from Scar. Absolutely textbook punish here.
Oh, he looks prepared for the matchups than Scar. Oh, big pressure. The short hop kick for the overhead. That doesn't naturally exist that quick. Great use of the tools by Scar. He loves short hop and just this game.
I mean, short hop's a great way to kind of keep someone on your toes, and you know, it's barely unsafe. You really have to be on point if you want to block those. Great jumping kick from the Mighty Unjust. Gets the escape failed here. Now the Mighty Unjust has Scar down to less than 30%, so I think a crushing blow. Oh, he knew it. He knew the high was coming. The hand is already shaken as the Mighty Unjust sees that huge whiff. Now, that move is really good. It closes the gap.
Good. Closes the gap, plus frames.
Super plus frames, but Scar, the one fault of that move is that it is a high, and Scar, right, like the pro that he is, ducking right under it and getting that full combo punish to seal the deal.
And that's not easy to do on the fly in a tournament situation like that.
First time he did it.
Yeah, first time he did it. And what's crazy is that I'm shocked that Shanks don't do it more, is the forward three that has the same startup animation where he just boogies at you overhead.
Overhead, that's right.
And I guarantee you, Shang players, that's going to hit an awful lot.
It would have, and it's a very, very similar animation. I feel like it was purposely set up that way. Yeah. So had that been an overhead instead of that high, Scar would have eaten, not a full combo, but at least given the Mighty Unjust a little bit more momentum to find, the second and the third opening that he needed in order to take that game. But
once again, not taking the risk and trying to keep it safe and have the plus frames, right? But in and of itself, that is a risk being a high and getting exploited by Scar. Scar with the knowledge implemented here on the strings, on the raw normals. Very good stuff. He's moving along on the winner's side, one away from top 16. And here's just another blockbuster of a matchup that is going to happen before our eyes. We have got
great.
one of the prides of Canada in the NRS scene, Honeybee.
Oh, Canada.
Going up against Beyond Toxin. And these two, I don't know, we might see a new mirror here.
So we're going to be seeing quadruple instead of seeing double.
Seeing quadruple.
That's right. That's right. Now, Honeybee.
I wonder if Toxin actually made the switch to seeing double, because I haven't seen him since the
I've been watching him stream a lot. Yeah. Big shout outs to Toxin, who does stream a lot, and he has, I want to say, to me it seems like he's officially made that switch over to seeing double.
It is very strong. It just has such a great tool set does it now. You know, the ability to cash out on great damage. It isn't Sabbath damage, but it's still comparable damage to give up for having extra tools, extra safety, right? Just a complete character's Noob Saibot now, I believe, in this current meta. Both variations, I think, are incredibly competitive and something that we're going to be seeing more often, and I hope we get to see him here.
Yeah, man, it really comes down to, like, you know, if you're willing to give up the damage of the teleport from the Dark Sabbath variation, for just those mid-screen tools, you know, giving someone giving Noob Saibot the option to, you know, cancel his pokes into the low slide or cancel those pokes into the low slide, amplify, and you got to kind of keep your opponent on their toes. They don't know, you know, which one they're going to do. There are ways to punishing it, but you got to take a big risk, like jumping in or going for something like an instant teleport.
Still gets massive damage in the corner off of it. Like it's a launcher, a safe launcher in the corner, hit confirmable, all that fun stuff. These two are both on Noob Saibot in the button check, but Honeybee does have a lot of killers in his arsenal, does have the Cassie Cage, does have the newly changed Devora that we saw broken out at Celtic Throwdown.
Yes, the Devora that everybody's been talking about. I think we're seeing it, man. I think we're going to be seeing a Noob Saibot here. We're going to be seeing shadows and shadows.
They did a button check and then changed their buttons? All right. And it is going to be...
I'm not sure, man. I'm not
I
sure.
don't know either. Did you see that? I'm like... We're going right into it after changing the buttons. Here we go.
Man, we have a very specific ways about doing things, all right? And I'm sure these pros know exactly what to do. Now we're going to let the intros rock. We're going to talk over them or just kind of let them do their thing?
I'm going to do their thing.
My own shadow defies me. You are not the original Bihan, but I am the deadliest.
Round 1. Fight.
Did he just refer to like the mirror, like the other Noob Saibot has his shadow? That was pretty cool.
He's not. Yeah. So it's kind of like if the shadow like broke away from him and started living a life of his own.
And we are indeed seeing.
He took out a credit card in Bihan's name. He bought a house. Just going off.
And there we go. Just a safety. Wow, used the pushback too and got the crushing blow that every Noob Saibot player says isn't viable, that we're never going to see it. And now we see it all day long.
First round of this Noob Saibot that we've seen today. Honeybee looking really great right now on the player one side. He's going to be rocking, I guess, the less shiny I'm sorry, the little more shiny Noob Saibot.
That's right, the more metallic, beautiful anti-air to toss him back into the corner, and just does it. No breakaway for Honeybee here. This would be a lot of damage, no implications. Watch him the throw, not up for the kill though. Still one more read needed by Toxin to make this monster of a comeback. Are you kidding me?
He did it. Honeybee backed off, laid off the gas just a little bit, and Toxin took him for a ride in the corner. I love the cancel and the challenge here from Honeybee to just kind of make sure Toxin cannot move afterwards. But Toxin's got to get a nice read on it, know that string is coming right after he blocks that.
And you notice they have no fear of just going in a low slide off of anything. They get the offensive fire. Oh!
Down to crushing blow, universal for everyone, leading into a full combo, but instead jumping over to the other side. Not sure if he realized he dropped the combo and said, you know what, let me make a better thing out of this situation, jump over to the other side. A big jump in here from Honeybee. Now can Toxin make this comeback yet again in round number 2?
Oh! Are you kidding me?
I know this one does a lot. A little bit more. I think, is this enough?
I'm going to say no. A lot of damage.
Oh, 10 left. 1%! Literally off by 1%, but all he's got to do is breathe on him. Throw out that shadow, and beyond Toxin utilizing the fatal blow in its most perfect form to be able to steal those rounds away from your opponent. As soon as Honeybee was like, I got this, it's under control, this round is mine, here comes that fatal blow from downtown.
That was ludicrous. He just combo fatal blow. It's like that's his full screen Oki. Let's do it.
What risk was there? Because the risk versus the payoff was almost the same.
We don't know. I don't know this, but does Noob Saibot's fatal blow punish his own fatal blow? And did he do it because it may not punish it, and because it's seeing double won't get teleport punished for a full combo?
Could be.
Whoa! We're talking about layers here, chat.
We're talking about plenty of layers. Now Honeybee running to Cassie Cage, and that's going to be a big punish there. Honeybee didn't commit, but again, Toxin reacting to him not amplifying the low shot.
This is highly debated as Noob Saibot's first matchup too. I also love the helmet that he actually got.
Oh yeah, this armor is incredible. And I love how the drone always goes with her outfit. She has to accessorize. Good deep jump and kick over to the other side. Now Toxin bullying Honeybee as he's holding onto the block button, challenging him where they're down 4. And definitely not a trade in Toxin's favor, especially if you consider that momentum. The momentum shift going to Honeybee, really not challenging after that 1-1-3 string. I find that very surprising, but he was probably anticipating a cancel into a special move.
All right, getting the throw here, and this is where Toxin hasn't lost when he's been incredibly low on health. He's making comebacks, this throw should be able to finally close out a round for round. I definitely jinxed him right there. But Honeybee finally on the board. Toxin was in a great spot there. Did have a fatal blow available to try to steal that round as well. So Honeybee finally in some kind of driver's seat, finally having a lead here. Can he use this to get back into this match? Because this is a pro competition where Honeybee has been struggling. Past few events have not had the results that he has wanted. He's fallen down to 18th in points.
Yeah, definitely not, par for the course for Honeybee. If you look at his track record from the past 3 NRS games, he's been a top player for a very long time. So this is not really a look we're used to seeing on Honeybee. Great anti-air there from that normal. Honeybee utilizing that to keep safe. Not going to be 0 anymore.
That back 3 is a no-fly zone, and Toxin is now in fatal territory again. I'm scared right now.
Hey, hold on. Honeybee's got the fatal blow ready to go as well. Now it is fast. You can change the trajectory, and it does hit as an overhead, and he went for it.
If he would have had the health, would have stolen that round.
That bullet was pretty close to him. Now, the fatal blows aren't guaranteed armor out of frame 1. They, in fact, have to have 5 frames of breathing room. So he might have not been able to do it either way.
Yeah, so either he didn't have enough health in the armor, or the armor didn't activate.
Yeah, I feel like he definitely didn't have enough health because he died right away. So it's hard to tell in that situation, but if you're on point with your timing, no matter what, he was done. Whether that timing was impeccable or not. So good calculation by Honeybee to just make sure that it was enough. But Toxin staying with Noob Saibot and sticking with this variation. And like you said before, one of those matchups that everyone says is Noob Saibot's worst matchup.
He was in both of those rounds this was Toxin. And of course, if your characters, if you have your worst matchup with your character, that's obviously going to be a matchup that you know very well.
It has to be, because you're going to be put in situations like this where you don't want to stray away. Oh, what a flawless block. And Honeybee learned that from Biohazard, who's one of the best at just implementing that flawless block up 2.
Best person I've ever played the flawless block up this. Don't pick yours against Bio.
Don't do it. It's flawless block up 2 City. Really, the only thing he's going to do to anti-air here is his body splash. But either way, we digress. Both players have fatal blow ready to go. It could mean the difference here. Going to be amplifying it.
There's Toxin. Honeybee probably right now looking for that hit in the fatal blow. He got the jump in. If he had the jump punch, it was over.
It would have been over. He just didn't believe, and he wanted the option that's a little bit tougher to anti or a little bit tougher to deal with. But either way, Honeybee able to make that comeback, giving Toxin a taste of self-medicine.
Got him off the defensive meter. This is now, out of nowhere, a match point for Honeybee. You can see there, losing out on damage from instant to see double, but that still did quarter life damage.
Oh yeah, it definitely did. Now, the one thing we've actually been failing to do is counting these clones.
Yes.
Now, whenever Noob Saibot connects 10 shadow moves, it actually opens up the requirement for his straight shadow tackle, which does a lot of damage. So I think this is what Toxin is going to be banking on for this last round, but hopefully Honeybee is not going to be setting him to a last round. Maybe he's looking to finish this right now with the overhead.
Good breakaway by Honeybee, still alive here, got the jump kick once again, and coming off the defensive bar once more, not blocking the low, may have been the chip, no defensive bar on Honeybee, no last breaths available, and here we go, final round, Honeybee, Toxin, and we are just getting started here at Dreamhack, baby.
Just getting started here, not sure if that requirement has been met, maybe you guys at home have been counting the clones, but it should be ready to go, if not, just a few clones away from ready to go, so Toxin's going to be looking for it. What a teleport. Now, of course, in this variation, he cannot combo afterwards, but he can amplify it for more damage. Honeybee with the challenge, the great mid from Cassie Cage. Oh, the input error, but Toxin wasn't ready.
It worked. Are you kidding me?
He wasn't ready.
No way he made that intentional, right?
No way that's intentional. That move is utterly useless. You can ask any Cassie Cage player.
I feel like I was just watching the movie Equilibrium, and we just got Christian Bale jumping over us. Oh, here we go.
This is very scary because Toxin gets that opening. He can go into the shadow, and that's going to be enough. Oh, I think he wanted it there. Gets the forward throw. This is down to the wire. What's going to be the decision?
No, last Bretson went for the raw fatal blow, and Toxin's going to take it with the raw shadow. That was an insane match from start to end, coming down to the last hit. Sensational Mortal Kombat 11 here at Dreamhack. Just getting started.
That was crazy. Down to the wire, and Toxin kind of sending a message showing that it is possible. You can fight through these bad matchups. It is possible if you work hard enough, study the matchup, and practice, you can overcome any of them.
If you fatal blow enough, if you raw shadow enough. No, just sensational play. Really good battle of momentum, like back and forth, right?
Yes.
Not really momentum, but that was like purely back and forth in the complete sense of it. Really good stuff.
It was so fitting that it came down to game number 3, final round. We never got to see the world's greatest crushing blow in the straight tackle, which does so much damage. But either way, Toxin was able to just keep calm. He saw, he analyzed the situation, and he said, you know what, Honeybee is probably so scared of this crushing blow that he's going to be holding on to that block button for dear life. Now, Noob Saibot doesn't have anything really in the sense of, you know, an overhead that's going to send you for a full combo, so it's more about, you know, blocking everything, avoiding the projectiles, the shadows, and avoiding the throws. So I think in that situation, Honeybee was willing to take the throw, and Toxin knew that. Toxin knew that, went for the forward throw, and he was able to clutch it out.
Really good stuff. Yeah, got him going for the raw fatal blow himself. Honeybee tried to give him a taste of his own medicine, if we're being honest.
Oh, I'm full screen. I'm going fatal blow too. No,
so that was our first match on the winner's side that is semifinals in these pools. That wasn't to make it out of pools. No. That was to have the privilege of playing the winner of Dragon versus Station next.
That's going to be tough. And yes, Dragon versus Station is coming up next. So all you Buffalo guys out there, all you Delaware demons out there rooting for Dragon, they're going to be coming up next.
All 3 of you.
All 3 of you that live in that tiny little state. That's okay. State pride is very magical.
Here's what's crazy, that Delaware has the strongest scene in the NRS scene, but the smallest.
But it's purely coincidental. Purely coincidental.
If you have Dragon Sonic Fox, you win.
It's not fair.
Like you got it. So
it's not fair.
So like when the NRS scene, you know, when all the scenes were kind of beefing early on, when we had the magical Texas versus Florida 10v10.
The 10v, they can set up a 10v10 team. Go ahead.
We were talking about it. It's like, you know we're all gonna lose to Delaware anyway. Like, just those 2 can show up and they can hire like 8 other people and win any 10v10 that they want. It seems.
Do you know what the block button is? Yeah. All right, you're on the team.
You made it.
You made it. Congratulations.
We got you. So yeah, once again, that just goes to show you the strength of these pools, and I'm glad that we got a classic like that just to start things off, because it feels like, and we all talked about it coming in this, that it feels like all of these matches are going to be like this throughout the entire tournament from round 2 on.
I just missed the mix-up. It was the fist bump or the handshake mix-up. I'm glad you guys got to see that. But go on.
Listen, this is NRS. We were all about 50-50s even before the match starts.
That's it. He's getting in his head. He's, oh my God, he gave me the. What does he think of me now? What does he think I'm gonna do out the gate?
Very fitting that Station is a Jax main because he loves mix-ups.
Loves it.
He was a Flash player.
He was like that Flash player. Not sure why we're not getting any game sound in our headset. Hopefully we're getting the game sound. Yes, we are. Thank you so much. Hardest working streamer out there.
Round 1, fight.
But either way, these guys are. It's definitely a real match. I think buttons have been checked. These guys are going in. Great little anti-air there with the rock. I feel like that move kind of does everything. It applies pressure. It gets you. Oh, what a whiff punish here from Dragon.
This is also considered one of Jax's, if not Jax's worst matchup as well. We're just getting back to back here. But Jax is the definitive snowball character of MK11. All he needs to do is get those hands on you, especially when he's got the fatal blow.
All right, and those hands are going to heat up every time those punches do connect here. We're going to be seeing lots of punches connecting here with the back-to-back down 1-2s. Going to be left in a standing position, going for the tick throw. And again, left in the standing position, and Dragon blocking his way out.
Oh, and now Jax has the crushing blow. I think he just cooled off, but had the crushing blow loaded, I believe, right there. That could have done some massive damage. Still the fatal blow. He is still potentially 1 hit away right now. His Station, he's got the hit. There's the crushing blow.
Not going to be enough. It did scale a lot. He bet it on the overhead, and Dragon was for sure. He dropped the opportunity. That was his round. That was heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Down to 1% and going to get, not chipped out last breath, but how is he going to close the gap? He really, really wanted that low toss. That was his. He had him dead to rights.
How did That geyser is negative 8,400, 232 on block, right?
He went for something
and
that
he just did
combo.
stand one. If that is not the biggest sign of tournament nerves that I have ever seen, are you kidding me?
Definitely going to be agreeing with you. Now, in this variation, he is going to be nullifying those projectiles from Cetrion in order to add a little bit of heat to his arms. And once that heat is loaded, it's going to add more damage to a few options like forward throw. But I don't even think we're going to be able to see that. It's going right into hopefully a flawless for Dragon. No chip out.
Oh, block it down, blood.
Hold on. You said he was a momentum train.
Okay. If he hits Fatal Blow,
he has to hit Fatal Blow.
The health bar might disappear.
He has to hit Fatal Blow. Dragon going for the...
Just back up, reacting, and whip punishing accordingly.
And now
Station had his opportunity.
He did.
I mean, he had...
I think he needs to take a breather. Do not hit read.
Dragon gave him round number 1. Gave it to him. He just said, here, you can have it. Take it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Station was just like, you know what? I want to earn this. And then he died.
I want to out-neutral you. I don't want to punish something that's, oh my. And the flawless block here. That's just really showing you what to do against these Jack players.
I would say that Station has also utilized this breakaway, I would say poorly. He did off the raw geyser in the corner where Dragon teleported in. You're only going to eat like 100 damage there. And even there, off of that up two, she's going to tickle you. He's come off his defensive meter early.
Yeah, I want to say that's one of Cetrion's weaknesses is when she does find the opening, she needs to spend resources to get mediocre damage. Yeah. But really where she thrives is in full screen presence, being able to just zone you and just keep you on your toes there with that geyser, especially at that range. Very few characters can do anything about it after it's been blocked. So Dragon utilizing that perfectly. But I was going to say before, Dragon, one of those players to weigh both options and say, I'm going to take the throw, or I'm going to take the overhead or the low, depending on who I'm going up against.
Yeah, off that forward too. Jackson's got some mean mix-ups, mean staggers, safe staggers. But Dragon breaks the overhead option, which is again safe on block, but it does have a flawless blockable gap. You have to look out for the low that is highly considered unblockable in most circumstances.
It's just he gets so little off the low that a lot of people just don't. Yeah,
just take it.
Just take it.
Especially when he's fully heated.
Exactly.
That low is actually unblockable when it's fully heated because both throw and the 1+3 off the board too. Kill you.
Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna kill you here.
But just staggering, he's playing the Dragon style. Especially in this game. After he was given that round number 1, right? He just ran away with it.
He did. He absolutely ran away with it. Not sure if that was an input error there from Dragon, looking for the flawless block again that he's been doing so great. Just kind of mistimed it a little bit. Now it does happen. Here's where it starts. Here's where it can start because not only does he get this damage, not only does he close the gap, but he's got full heated arms. What's going to be the mix-up afterwards? The forward throw is the one thing you always look out for.
Literally coming in hot, and no, he went for the stagger instead, and he goes into the active frames of the wall. I am a big believer. Just 50-50 there. You do forward 2, 1+3, or you do throw because that's the crushing blow. Instead, he went for a stagger game against someone at the level of Dragon. Station just flashed off of the stage apparently already. Oh my goodness.
Just disappeared.
I don't like a couple of the decisions that Station made in that matchup on the breakaways, and especially there after the fatal blow. You bet it all. You have to.
At that point, yeah. At that point, you have to, and he didn't go for the damage. He didn't go for the option that was going to pay off.
Off of that string, he can also do the 1+3, which crushing blows, right?
Yes.
He didn't believe, and we saw that. If you remember at Celtic Throwdown from Video Games, in that same situation where he went up, staggered, rather than believe, and he hit, and then not getting the crushing blow and doing the stagger itself cost him the entire...
It's more of like a missed opportunity that you left on the table. If now, it was going to be successful, like you want to make sure that you get, especially when you're down to nothing. That was down to nothing situation. That was do or die, and he just...
Now, on the flip side, right, if the stagger works, you look like a genius, but... I think in that scenario, no one will ever hold it against you for betting it all on a crushing blow that's going to win.
No, definitely not.
Especially when you're like 1 hit from dying.
Especially not Aquaman. He's definitely not going to hold it against you.
Do it.
Do it. Always do it. Always go.
Do it.
But man, either way, that first round, what an end to it.
Yep.
Just like you said, Dragon handing it to him. Here's the round, and I feel like he probably just entered it a little too. He was still in block stun.
What he wanted to do?
Tell me.
I think he wanted to throw him into the corner.
So he was possibly looking for like a tick
and
throw.
I think that he just either misinput a throw if you had button shortcuts on for 1+3.
Yep. Again, always check your buttons.
Or just had a brain fart and like went for the punish, right, and was like, oh no, I should use this to switch side mid, right? That can happen. That happens to a lot of us where in the middle of something, we're like, I should have done this.
That's the official terminology, the brain fart?
Yeah.
Just more like hesitation between the two options.
Exactly.
Like you started in your mind and in your muscles, you started inputting
like,
one option, and then midway you're like, wait, no, I want something else. Yes, that could have been it.
And so I think what he even did there, we'll have to look back, is that he did stand one and then tried to throw.
It's one of those late decisions that you alter.
Oh
my possibly wanted the especially because at the end, corner positioning is very powerful, especially against a character like Cetrion who has full screen options. Now she does have the teleport to get out of the corner, but either way, it's a good way to limit the options that any character has. Whether they have a teleport to get out or not, you can kind of force them to panic and go at it. But coming up on the stage next for you guys is Coach Steve, who's going to be taking on Noble Samij.
Samij, who is right there on the cusp of Final Combat right now. He's at 11th in points. See how he does here. He has a savage pool. He has to face Coach Steve here. The winner of this gets to face Scar for top 16. And Dragon with that victory will play against Toxin for top 16. Pool number 1. We're getting into it, baby.
Just 1/4 of the action here. There's so much more, so you guys don't want to tune away at all. Big shout outs to the pro competition. Big shout outs to NRS.
These two have never met in NK11, but Coach said that he was ready, he's confident, and that he wanted this matchup.
He wanted. I think Coach Steve, both these guys are very methodical players who don't like to take risks unless it's gonna win them the game.
They're also very confident on both of these guys. That's what I love about even the veteran like Coach Steve. He's just so confident and just has such a strong neutral game, right? Yeah, that's what he's all about. He's just very solid fundamentally.
Yeah, I feel like Coach Steve is all about his normals. Not really looking for throws. Oh, that counter hit, and it hurts so much. Both these characters have very challenging mids that can lead into a lot of damage, and it's just incredible. It's going to be so scary to go for throws, and I feel like in this matchup we're going to be seeing very little throwing here. Not sure if he wanted the side switch, but just said, you know what, let me go for the damage. This is against Jackie. I don't want to risk dropping it against a small hurt box character.
If that wasn't the biggest sign of knowledge, I don't know what was. Out of Samij, he was at that 4-2-2 range with Jackie, right? And knew it would whip and just made the read he was going to swing there. That was crazy.
He was betting that it wasn't going to be that dash punch instead. Good little check by Coach Steve. Oh, the input error! And that's going to cost him so much health. Let's see how much, because he's got no breakaway. Going to go into the Muay Thai clinch right into the corner. 32%. Coach Steve back in this. What? The immediate fatal blow as soon as he got any kind of breathing room. And Coach Steve just can't believe that this game escaped him here.
Is that different Samij that I talked about? He takes risks nowadays, and even talking with him before this tournament started, he's like, he's like, do you know how many games you can win by just holding up in situations where you shouldn't, or doing something that you shouldn't, right? And even there, it's like I said, this is a difference to me from those days of only playing safe. I like it, baby. Paying off there.
I love it, paying off there immensely here. Good blocking by Coach Steve, but didn't catch that last part. Maybe he just didn't think Samij was going to commit to it and probably expecting some kind of stagger. Of course, fulfilling that crushing blow requirement, being the solo hit in that 3-hit string. Oh, what an anti-air by Coach Steve. So simple, just a little stand jab to stop Samij from jumping around like a madman. We talk again about how little throwing we're seeing in this matchup. And I don't feel like it's this matchup specifically. I think it's more of this player versus this player.
But both of them are so good at exposing them.
Exactly. So they're both definitely afraid of it. Great ender here by Samij, closing it out. He's one round away from taking it over Coach Steve. This is a race to 2, so this is do or die for Coach Steve. Good challenge here, Coach Steve, looking a little bit more risky of a player, so Samij needs to understand that he is willing to take those risks. Looking for a risk of his own, but I think it's just a little too slow from Coach Steve.
So smart there by Samij. He gave up Loki off of that sweep, side switch, and this is the reward, because now he's got Coach Steve right where he wants him. Fixing the corner, so Coach with the savage jump out of the corner there.
Just jumping
Makes it out alive. Kind of scary against the character with some of the best anti-airs in the game.
Easily one of the best anti-airs in the game. These guys are going so far from this corner all the way to the mid-screen.
No meter whatsoever for Samij. Still trying to make it work. Nice pull up there by Coach. Could have gotten it down too. Could have really made a monumental comeback if he made a bigger read on that high.
He could have, but he still has time to do it as Samij is not going to get breakaway. So this is going to do a lot of damage. Going to do some good corner carry. And Coach Steve says, you know what? Let me take the extra little bit of damage. It's not going to be enough because it's going to scale so far at the end of the combo.
That did a lot.
It did do a lot. Come on, man. Give me some props for knowing it wasn't going to kill him there in that situation. The last breath, and that was it!
Oh, no!
The miscalculation from Coach Steve. He thought he had a little bit less health, and that last breath from Samij, the full bar of defensive meter, giving you access to one more breath of life instead of getting chipped out. And Coach Steve going with that very punishable grease kick.
Yes. Oh, betting it all, being... There's no worse feeling than when you're off by an actual percentage. Like one hit, one single hit on block or hit.
It literally could have been anything. That difference between that last round was the difference between getting hit or blocking a down one, flawless blocking something that you possibly wouldn't or don't always do. And sometimes it just happens like that. So Coach Steve just literally needs to.
Did you see him get into my space?
He did. That was very. He just really wanted to get close to you. So, I don't know, Mr. Aquaman just going nuts.
Sorry.
There's actually no one around. He's just doing it at, ghosts.
I'm just doing this for your guys' entertainment.
Yeah, he's just going nuts.
What that sets up is Samij versus Scar for top 16. Wow.
And top 16 is going to be tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
So a little bit different than the normal schedule that we're seeing.
Noon Eastern, so same start time.
Yes.
Here at Dreamhack, and once top 16 starts, we're going all the way through.
Yes.
There's no huge break. There's gonna be a little bit of a break between top 16 and top 8 to give us all a breather. But we're going all the way through it, baby, at noon tomorrow. And just give you guys an update of what's happening on the loser side of this pool, as we have stayed on the winner side throughout the entire thing. Mr. Solo Lobo getting some wins. We'll be facing Station. Winner of that plays Honeybee. Honeybee with some victories over Salmer. Oh, no, I don't like your face taking it over Salmer, actually. And then I don't like your face falling to Honeybee 2-0. Coach Steve falls to face Game Tech. And the Mighty Unjust 2-0 over Ekidus or Manager Matt in the bracket. So the winner of Coach Steve versus Game Tech will face Mighty Unjust. That's a big one.
That is going to be a big one.
And that's has it happened before?
I believe they have played at Mortal Kombat New Jersey in a previous one, but the Mighty Unjust usually reigns supreme in that area. But I'm not sure if he's directly fought Coach Steve.
And here's what's crazy is that we could potentially have a matchup like that: Coach Steve versus the Mighty Unjust. The winner of that doesn't make it out. The winner of that will face the winner or the loser of. Let's see. Let me scroll up and see who's, because I'm going to give you the exact scenario.
And you guys can actually do what he's doing, too, by going on Smash.gg. That's all you got to do.
I'm just like...
He's just scrolling through, looking through the brackets, putting on that, the bracketology.
This feels really good. Okay, but...
Tell me.
All right. The loser of Dragon versus Toxin goes there. So Coach Steve, potentially versus Mighty Unjust, the winner of that will face the loser of that, and that's to get out.
So tough. It is so tough to get out, and that's what it is.
Four out per pool, by the way.
Yes.
2 on the winners, 2 on the losers. So right now we're going to have Dragon versus Toxin for top 16 winners. Scar versus Samij for top 16 winners. And then on the losers bracket, it's just going to be downright savagery all over again.
It's incredible. I mean, so fast you can go from, I'm a top player, I'm pretty good, and to I'm out. That's it. And you're out. All these players, I mean, you just look at the names that we named off here. Only 4 of them are going to be advancing, and the rest of them are going to be going home early.
I think that the general consensus walking around this venue, talking to players, was all the same. Everyone looked at each other and just went, I'm sorry. Every player
Can we get some game sound,
Every
please?
single player that I talk to, I'm just like, I'm sorry.
You're just sorry.
It's just
You're sorry I did this to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry this has happened. You're all gonna die.
You're done.
It's unfortunate how many people we are gonna see not make it out of pools, but that just goes to show you the strength of the competition and the event. here at Dreamhack Montreal.
Well, I feel like we're getting to the nitty-gritty a little bit faster than usual, which is really a great viewer experience, in my opinion. And that's really what I love, and it's so much, so much fun.
There's no
seeing
waiting
these Titans
until Saturday night, like the final part of Saturday night into Sunday top 8. No, you're getting everything.
No, everything right now, right here. And of course, guys, big shout-outs to the NRS, shout-outs to Roadrunner, shout-outs to everyone who made this pro competition tour possible.
That was the sickest intro I've ever seen. I've never seen that before. That was awesome.
Then retreat from
That was the most anime thing I've ever seen in Mortal Kombat. That was cool.
What do you think of that helmet, that Noob Saibot helmet?
Oh, it's sweet.
It's got some little horns there. All right, now this is not a button check. We saw it already. Now, Beyond Toxic going to be continuing to rock the seeing a double Noob Saibot. Now, the thing you really gotta, yes, he's got full screen options just like that. Great vine grab here from Dragon, and just not skipping a beat here, not dropping the opportunity here, trying to low profile with that down 3 as Toxic trying to take that turn back. Great blocks there, flawless blocks back to back from both players, and Dragon connecting with that back row.
He's gonna stay full screen. It looked like Dragon wanted to close the gap right there. That's kind of a rare thing to see from him, but it looked like seeing double zoning might be a little bit of an issue here for Dragon, whether it's a bad trade or even as you saw start the match, taking away the Hell's Wrath, taking away the aerial game. And this is a character Cetron, known for being a zoner, but is one of the more stronger aggressors in this game. Got fantastic buttons, fantastic stagger game, and Dragon might want to play this up close. I'm curious to see his approach here. It's not a matchup that we've seen a lot of the pro competition, but I'm glad we're starting to see this character do Saibot some more. We've seen plenty of Centurion from this man Dragon himself.
Oh yes, we have. He's been putting this character on the map, so to speak. And it doesn't matter what matchup he's got towards him. I think he's playing it a little bit more aggressive because Noob Saibot does have the ability to teleport and track an attack anywhere, wherever he is on the screen, just instantly. So, Dragon a little bit more aware of that, trying to think a little bit more about the projectiles he's throwing and trying not to take as many risks. But it looks like Toxin is also not willing to commit to any teleports. So I think I see Dragon getting a little more comfortable here.
They're almost playing it. They're almost trying to play the same exact range, and Dragon just is better at it. If I'm being honest with you right now. Right now, he is.
We're seeing that here. I mean, this is, it looks like it's going to be 2 rounds straight. Now, Toxin has been in this situation before against Honeybee. He was able to make it, and he goes. And I think Dragon just adding a little bit of insult to injury, going for that very unnecessary down 2 crushing blow honestly, to make a statement over Toxin.
Call me crazy.
You're crazy.
Please do. I think that Sabbath might be better.
Still.
In this matchup.
Oh, in this matchup,
yes.
I think so. Only because the teleport is going to be giving you, it's going to be giving you more damage. Now, seeing Double not having access to amplifying the teleport into a combo, but instead just amplifies the teleport into a little bit more damage. So you're right. I think that could be the difference between. But like we said before, I think Toxin fully made the shift over to seeing Double.
Fight.
And again, sticking with Team Double, not trying to stray away, trying to fight through this matchup with the tools that Apollo has given.
Now that was fantastic spacing out of Toxin there. Almost fell onto an active geyser right there. Luckily, he was able to get the block, and now with the help lead on the offensive by Dragon, that was what they snapped it. Wake up 2-1-2. And he was even ready for the breakaway.
He was immediately ready for the breakaway. A good time to do it is right when your opponent has utilized some resources, whether that's a one-time crushing blow or some amplified special moves. Either way, Toxin's still in this as long as he doesn't go for another ride.
Extra damage. Seeing double players, Noob Saibot players are loving the extra damage on the amplified shadows, whether it's the low or even the tackle right there, because before, there was no reason to amplify tackle, and now there is. The cash out's there.
Yeah, the cash out is there. You got to fill that crushing blow requirement of 10 shadows connecting. I feel like we're like around 5 or 6 already. Good little lift here from Dragon. Going to be doing so much damage here in the corner. The backdash right into the punish. There's 2 ways to expose a forward roll from your opponent. You can either throw on the rolling animation or you can whiff punish, just like Dragon did right there in front of his opponent.
That was perfectly executed. I would be shook right now as Dragon is going to put himself on match point.
The read of all reads so far in this set. Dragon dashing back, utilizing that incredible backdash from Cetrion to be able to cancel and go for the punish so meticulously well here. Good jump in from Toxin, but a great reaction here by Dragon. Didn't want to get tossed in the corner, but instead buying himself a little bit of real estate with that tech. and not feeling trapped.
That swing of Toxin really turned this entire match around. Dragon had him locked in the corner where he wanted. It's about to become Stagger City, and he's rebuilt the space now with the health lead. We'll see what Dragon can do with it.
And looks like at that range, really nothing Noob Saibot can do. And again, that crushing blow that all you Noob Saibot players said we will never see at a high level. Well, it doesn't get any higher than this. You're going up against Dragon.
Dragon only a hit away. He's going to get the fatal blow. This is going to put himself in a winning position here. Really good defensive side of Toxin. We'll see if he can get some more on the stones. He does. Max level 2. And on the Hyper Beam, not very effective with all those defensive bars that came out. But Dragon taking the lead. Let's see if he can chip away at this. He's playing a little more defensive now. And I love how he changes to the offensive out of nowhere. Once he closes the gap in the active wall, he's going to take it. Dragon 2-0. But that was close right there.
That was close. These guys came down to the wire here. And I love that decision there from Dragon to just kind of set himself up, like you said a little bit before. Not really going to be the last play to win him the game, but enough for him to find a few staggers here. Hits and ticks. And, of course, how do you get around that wall? Yeah. So difficult.
He was so good at playing at that mid-range, right? And then whenever Toxin got within a certain spot, he would completely flip right, and he would go from walking backwards or playing the Hell's Wrath game to offense. Like, but it only happened when Toxin got into a certain distance or like a certain range, and it's as if Dragon is so good at knowing. I don't even know how to say that. Like, he's so good. He's just really good.
he's just good at everything.
He's really good, but
I know what you mean. Like, he's so good at turning it on.
Like, he has such good awareness of where your opponent is, and it's as if he has a feel for when you get into a certain range for him to play differently. It's so unique.
Well, I mean, in that matchup, it is going to be very unique because both those characters have, a set amount of tools up close and, that are good, and a completely different set amount of tools from full screen. So it's more about,
it's very
being able
to, of like when you get to a certain range, his mind makes a complete 180, and every instinct, everything changes to doing different tools, different things to cover, different options at that range once you get into it, and he's so ready for it.
That's what it is, and it's performing a different dance. Once you get close, once you go back to far, and kind of like faking your opponent out, where like you're pretending to go in up close so that they rely on the other tool set. They're going to be looking for that other tool set, and then you use something that you have to perfectly counter that. And I feel like Toxin was starting to keep up towards the end. But again, like you said, no one does it better than Dragon.
That's right.
Because this man is, you look at all the characters he's played, he's a very passive player, likes to sit back, likes to take his time, and again, kind of more like dance around, that fine line between like, I'm up close, I'm far away.
He has come a long way from Kobu Tonya.
Yeah. I think a lot of players have since then. I think you can only go one way after that character.
Yep.
But either way, let's not throw shade.
So with that victory, Dragon making top 16 winners, and I believe that making it out on both sides, they have to play each other in top 16. So this next match, big one by the way, massive. Circle it, star it, highlight it. You can do that for almost every match here. But Scar versus Samij coming up next, and the winner of that I think is going to be lined up to play Dragon in top 16. I'm about to hit this button on Smash GG.
That's it. Hit that refresh button. It's so
Out
easy,
of pools,
guys.
You just click that, and it's going to take me to top 16.
So
Bam.
Easy. Smash.gg.
So yes, the winners of every pool are going to be facing each other. So Dragon will face whoever wins this match.
So we're not splitting pools away. Usually, when you have multiple pools,
it does,
say 8 or 16.
This,
yeah.
Rather than.
It's okay. We're sticking it through. So we see, who's gonna be making it out. And again, you guys can follow along. Smash.gg, DHMTL19. You guys can see.
So useful having that there. Yeah,
it's so useful having that there. And you guys can see every single bracket, the way it's going to unfold, not just for this game, but all the games that are going to be played this weekend here at Dreamhack.
So let's take a look at this matchup that we got coming up. This is Scar, Samij, both of them placing well really early on in the pro competition, right? Scar winning Combo Breaker, Samij making top 8 at Combo Breaker with Katana, by the way, which is just crazy.
A character that he left a long time ago.
And then the results started going down, and he finally, at Evolution, was like, Katana's not going to do it for me. Made the switch to Cassie Cage, and he finally re-got a decent result at Evolution. Put himself in a good spot. He's 11 in points. He's going to try to turn things around here. We are, it looks like, in a match here. Samij versus Scar. Hopefully the game audio is going to be coming through.
Yeah, hopefully the game audio is on, but hopefully it doesn't matter either way. These guys are going into it. Again, buttons are checked. You want to make sure everything is right and everything ready to go. Up glow kick there, didn't amplify anything because it did hit. That amplification is usually reserved for the opportunities where you get the where the glow kick gets blocked because you want to stay safe. You want to keep that string safe, and you more or less want to keep your turn as it has a lot of great space after the block stuff.
And this has been a fantastic round out of Samij right here. Everything working on an anti-air. Only 112 damage, so not enough for the kill, but Samij takes round number 1. And this has been
ready.
I don't think that
Round 2.
Are you
Fight.
This has never happened before.
Tell me.
Scar has played 3 digital soldiers back to back. Are you kidding me? I haven't seen digital soldiers since the patch. And he gets 3 back to back, and 2 of them being some of the best in the world.
I mean, Scar's probably just as surprised.
He is so ready for this matchup, I guess.
I don't know. He has to be. He's looking great here, but not really against Samij, as Samij taking that first round.
I just realized, like, what are the odds of that happening?
Bracketology, man. It's a real science. Look it up. Unusual use of that string there. I feel like I almost never see it, but catching Scar off guard here is Samij meeting there. Yes, I love it. The low crush mid to really just stop anything coming at you low. And I think it's usually good at stopping down ones if you do time them and space them correctly here. Samij looking a little different here in this round number 2. Not as comfortable, but he is just 1 combo and hopefully a successful fatal blow away from taking this. No, he didn't commit. He didn't commit to the low shot.
Didn't commit whatsoever, still has a breakaway. Now if he gets that same exact potential hit confirm fatal blow, could do it.
Easily. And I think that's a good trade for Scar, especially considering the momentum.
Because it traded, it didn't activate the crushing blow. That's what's unique about some of these crushing blow requirements, is that if you get a trade on around the near, it's like, oh, took the risk. Again, this is risky Samij. This is post-patch.
Post-patch Samij. So he's got new software inside his head.
This is a different machine.
But yeah, no, now, just like Scar demonstrated, that fatal blow, although it's one of the tougher ones to punish, is still punishable.
I mess it up all the time.
It's really easy.
I can just be honest with you.
It's really easy to mess it up. The timing is very strict, but for a pro like Scar, it's just another day in the office. Good block of the overhead here from Scar, waking up with that.
And of course, none other than Scar gets to utilize a smoke bomb in a game the character's not even in. That's ridiculous. Scar taking it.
I mean, what was the difference here? He adapted, he changed, he kind of saw, you know, Samij was a little bit more willing to take the risk, and Scar was ready for it, not letting his guard down at all. And again, that crucial changing point there in the matchup was when Samij just kind of desperately went for that fatal blow, and Scar was ready to punish. So you really got to wonder. Now, Samij, you talked about this before, where he started this game as a katana main, and he switched over. I feel like it's not a common thing for a player like Samij to do midway through a game's life. He's a character loyalist.
Specialist, like through and through.
Round 1.
But I guess it just depends if the character that he's loyal to is, you know, fulfilling the requirements that he needs.
He is so loyal, he didn't come off Catwoman versus Captain Cold. Like,
he went for it. He did some incredible things in that matchup. I remember the jump in whip bounce cancel was incredible to get around the puddle. But either way, this is Mortal Kombat 11. What a punish here from Scar. Identifying the amplification of the low shot, walking forward, and again, textbook punish. Scar is looking so great this weekend. Samij needs to really dig deep if he wants to take this win over him.
Yeah, these are 2 guys in a very similar situation on the pro competition competitively right now, and it's only one that's going to make it through, and it is Scar, who's playing very strong, and this could be the turnaround that Samij needs. Going through! Mama Blade right there!
Going through. She's a small hurtbox character, but Samij looking for these trades. Now, both these characters do have 950 health, so just exactly the same amount. The forward roll to get around the drone. Didn't want to block anything that Sonya was going to throw. Now he's got to watch out for the amplified.
What a walk down by Samij right there. That was from down and down, and now with the health lead, gets hit by the second hit, and he has been doing those normals underneath the highs almost all game long. And if you just crouch and don't do anything, you just block the mid, right? But because he's doing those normals, he's getting punished for it.
I think right there what happened was Scar cashed in on that amplification, and Samij did not think he had it yet. Didn't expect the mid onion ring to follow up. What a neutral jump here by Samij, but doesn't really fully commit or capitalize, instead just getting a kick to get off of him.
That's a downside of going for that neutral jump read, is that you fully commit to the jump kick, because if you're wrong, it's the harder one to anti-air, right?
Exactly.
But in that situation, if you fully believe in that neutral jump, you come down with the punch, you get the full combo.
You get the full combo. That's
Because
really...
jump kicks are hard to convert off of.
Exactly, exactly. You do get a great convertibility in the corner, and if you get that perfect little cross-up timing, a lot of characters can continue a great combo. But instead right here, Scar looking to not take any risks. He's very methodical about when he's shooting those onion rings, doesn't want to overcommit, and he's just willing to block because he's got a lot more health to play with, as Samij is down to less than 20% of health here.
Oh, 220% command grab interactable, and Scar, your combo breaker champion, trying to return to form, and he's looking good so far. Going to make it through on the winner's side of top 16 and set up the matchup against Dragon. What a highlight of a match to start off top 16, just Scar versus Dragon.
Yeah, and I feel like these two players have been kind of, going about the season in a different, they've had different rhythms, Like you said before, Scar winning the first event at Combo Breaker over Sonic Fox, and he's going to be, and then afterwards he kind of, wasn't getting the results he wanted, where Dragon was on the complete opposite side of the spectrum. And again, that one player that Dragon is having such a tough time beating is the one that Scar beat at Combo Breaker in that grand final. So I really can't wait for these two titans to clash.
I can't wait at all. And Scar, you talk about the results, hopefully until this tournament. Looks like he's turning things around, but that drop in points, we didn't really see that coming after Combo Breaker. We expected him to be at that apex level, and we talk about it like he's fallen like a lot. No, he's dropped to 8th in points, but I know that's not where Scar wants to be. Scar wants to be right up there. He wants to be knocking on #1 door, because that's just the man he is. I
mean, look, after you win Combo Breaker, you can either stay where you are by keep winning, or you can drop. Yeah. And really, you can't blame even an incredible player like Scar from dropping, because that's the only way you can go from there.
So, we look at it like that, but it's hard.
It's tough, man. It's tough to consistently. It's almost like the amount of willpower that he utilized to take out Sonic Fox in that grand finals just kind of drained him for the whole season. But right now he's looking great. But it is still very, very early. This is only one pool of these 4 massively talent-filled pools. And speaking of talent,
so
go ahead.
Guess who? Okay, so this is Station versus Honeybee. Again, not to make it out. And the winner plays Samij.
That is tough. That is tough, man.
And on the flip side, we do have Coach Steve versus Mighty Unjust, winner of that will face Toxic.
Do you think I need
and guess what, guys?
Training?
We're slated to have every single match on stream. You aren't missing a single thing, baby.
You guys are not missing anything as we're just tearing through these games. Big shout outs to the production. Big shout outs to everyone putting on this incredible event to make sure you guys see the best of the best slugging it out here in Mortal Kombat 11. Now, interesting thing about both these players, both of them are Flash specialists from the Injustice 2
days.
Yes,
they were.
And I'm actually, like you said before, Station loves mix-ups. So a character like Jax does have plenty of them. He's got lows, he's got command grab, and of course overheads. Some riskier than others, but I feel like they both had similar upbringings, but decided to stray on 2 completely different paths.
Especially Grin and Barrett having access to extra mix-ups. That can be safe, but here's the thing, is that it needs a lot of knowledge to blow up. It's Grin and Barrett. We'll see how much experience Honeybee has in the matchup. As he came out of the gate, not with Nuke, not with Devora, we're seeing Cassandra Cage. I heard Digital Soldier was dead, and I'm getting proven wrong here.
Clearly not, as you see how much work this character,
there are 4 of them in this pool,
specifically this variation, is doing here. Honeybee taking that first round, so he's got the lead here. Good patience here by Station, but quickly getting beat out as he tries to close the gap between himself and Cassie Cage. And what a throw from Honeybee. Station caught holding onto that block button just a little too hard.
And we haven't seen Station really get going at all so far, on stream anyway. In Lucius, he may have popped off and we have no idea.
I mean, that first round against Dragon, he had him, man. He had him dead to rights. But either way, hopefully he can shake it off and perform here against Honeybee. And like you said before, Jax is a snowball. So once he gets that momentum, it could spell death. And all he really needs is that fatal blow. And you can see Honeybee is terrified of that fatal blow that hits mid-screen and hits as a mid. Back throw to seal the deal here.
Getting yeeted into that drone.
Getting yeeted.
Station. Honeybee taking game number 1. And once again, this is only for the
Jax.
the luck, the
privilege,
the unfortunateness of running into some niche to try to make it out. Now, someone like Honeybee, this is do or die for him on the pro competition. He needs to perform here because he is in a tight spot. He's at 18th in points. If he doesn't find a way to make it through in pure points alone, he does have Northern Arena, which does have one available position to get in the final combat, but Bio has been running it.
Yes, he has, especially in this game. A little bit of a different pace from the Injustice 2 series. Oh, what a flawless block punish here by Station, forcing Honeybee to come off that breakaway, but no conversion here. Didn't expect the first one to whiff and didn't adjust the combo there precisely enough to keep it going. But Station's got some momentum, never mind. Honeybee putting an end to that, then down to recognizing the switch dance and going over the other side to buy some real estate. Honeybee pushing him a little bit closer to the corner. What a little punish to get under there, but doesn't keep the momentum going. Honeybee ready to fight back, but gets whip punished. Oh my God, Station going in here, and he's gonna be putting him a little closer to the corner.
Nice side switch, has the arms heated, and this is gonna do it. Honeybee gonna save that defensive bar. Very smart stuff. Going to come off it right there. Jackson in the corner. Look at this man's arms. He is glowing, coming in hot and ready like a Little Caesars pizza, baby.
Coming in hot and ready. The jump in gets completely anti-air by Honeybee. A little too slow on the whip punish, so Station in the driver's seat here gets the first round, and the crushing low forward throw. It hurts so much, 33%. Someone help Honeybee.
Your health bar gets Thanos.
Just on. Snap. Totally worth the crushing blow. Totally worth giving up all the heat on those arms. Good throw escape, incredible reactions by Station, looking for trades that are gonna be in his favor considering the life lead, trying to jump over the other side, and Honeybee perfectly anti-airing.
What?
What? I don't know why either player did not want to commit to anything different than just not blocking and just hitting with that
mid. Here we go! And Station, out of nowhere, coming to life before our eyes, is gonna take us to a final game against Honeybee. Yeet!
This is what I like to see, showing a little bit of life, and Honeybee, you know, respecting
if he would have.
Yeah, if he would have. He's making him watch. He fighter selected the first
game. But if Honeybee would have committed off of all 3 of those forward 4s, off any of them, into a fatal blow zone,
it would have been, yeah, easily.
Well, it would have been a final round, right?
Yeah. It would have been a final round. I believe that was 2 straight for Station. I mean, he just had it in control. Can we talk about how he made him watch that fatal? I mean, shout-outs to Rio back in the MK9 days, forcing every opponent in his path to the grand finals to just watch the Cabal fatality over and over and over again.
We knew what it was, trust, like by the end, right? Oh!
A little stagger here from Station, challenging afterwards with a down 1. Not going to be sure. I'm not sure if Honeybee's going to be looking for it again.
Not again. Here we go. Finally,
times
on the 3rd one though, he was like, enough of this.
He's not going to block this. He's not going to block this. And Station just looking for the high, looking for the throw. Not sure if that's going to be the high string from Cass. That one right there that gives you a crushing blow as it just rearranges your organs on the inside of you.
That second hit comes so fast. I don't think there is whiff punishing it.
It's tough. It's tough. It recovers quickly too. So you really gotta anticipate it.
You really do. And he gets a tough spot here with his back to the corner. Honeybee sitting on match point. Big health lead. Fatal blow is available. Can Station get the Jax train rolling here? Big whiff.
Doesn't go for the throw that Honeybee was looking for, but instead going with that very oppressive mid.
Now that we're under 70% health, fatal blow into 1 mix-up can do it.
Easily, could easily do it. Jumping in and getting anti-aired again. Last chance here, not gonna have last breath, but does have less than 1%.
Oh, and bending it all in the what looked like a forward 2 there at a station, and Honeybee gonna take it 2-1. That was a great fight at a station, though. You gotta like that he was able to keep his head held high after that first game, where Honeybee was just in full control from start to end, and not chest like 7 times in a row.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to lose your cool. It's so easy to lose your composure after going down in a game like that. But Station was able to perform, able to get a game on the board, and even was able to show everyone at home a nice fatality. One of my favorite fatalities in the game, as it's more of a comic
It was.
one.
It was.
Yeah, yeah. So a little bit of comic relief there from NRS. So big shout out to that fatality. Definitely love it more than the clothesline from hell. But
The
big shout outs to Station. Unfortunately, that is the lower side of the bracket, so he is out of the tournament. And again, you guys can follow along at home. Just go to smash.gg. I cannot tell you this enough. Maybe this is going to be the last time on this
It
pod.
is so easy to follow along.
Oh,
It's insane. And how quick these Pro Comp guys are updating those brackets. That is going to set up Honeybee versus Samij for top 16.
That's going to be good.
Coming up very shortly. Up now, we should have Coach Steve going up against the Mighty Unjust, a battle of the Northeast.
Yes, battle for the Northeast. Coach Steve hailing from the Bronx in New York City, and the Mighty Unjust hailing from Bergen County. Big shout outs to anyone from New Jersey that knows that county. You have no idea.
If you know
what I'm
any of
talking
those
about.
areas, just shout out.
Big shout outs, yes, if you've ever driven through there. But, you know, Mighty Unjust solidifying his spot as the best player in New Jersey for Mortal Kombat 11. Again, a very talented player, a very young player.
Yes, got some really good victories at some of those too.
Yes.
Over Gurr,
Yes.
over Forever Elite, like really big victories and getting a victory the entire event. I believe was it the last one or the one before the last one?
It was the Forever Elite one was the one of the last one, but he's actually back-to-back champion for Mortal Kombat New Jersey, number 3 and number 2. So again, just holding it down against really good players like Gurr, and let's see what he can do against Coach Steve. Now, Coach Steve, I feel like when I see him in a different light here. When you see Coach Steve at a local, it's not the same as seeing Coach Steve at a major tournament. He's just got like this different little twinkle in his eye. He's a little bit more reserved, a little bit more serious, and he wants to win, man. This guy wants to win. He wants to get those points. He is hungry.
Very hungry is Coach Steve.
Hungry.
Very talented across multiple fighting games.
So many different fighting games.
He has been playing NRS for quite some time, going back to Injustice 1.
Oh, yes.
All the way.
Aquaman.
Back when he wasn't even Coach Steve.
He was actually the reason Honeybee didn't make it into the top 8 for EVO the second year of Injustice 1.
He was a really good gatekeeper. was Coach Steve. And was at one point considered the best Aquaman in Injustice 1 at one point. It was like right before Theo really made a big run in the late of it. And it was early on winning mirrors against Brady. It was great.
It was good. It was good because he was kind of utilizing those solid fundamentals that he's learned from other games. Coach Steve is a very good player. Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter 5, and my favorite game to watch Coach Steve play is probably Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That game
Capcom, he's really good at Dragon Ball. I think it was top 32 or 64 at EVO in that game.
That's right. That's right. It's so good. I mean, across so many different fighting games, and that's a talent that is so rare and so remarkable. And I cannot iterate that enough. It's incredible. So
Here
tough
we go.
to do.
Mighty Unjust, Coach Steve. Winner to face Toxin for top 16 on the loser's side here. It's going to be Digital Soldier, who has been running rampant in this particular pool.
It's like they put them all in this specific pool, and out of the last 3, and the guts getting rearranged in there.
It honestly might be a mirror between Samij and Honeybee.
Could be. It could be. I don't know if we want to see this. Great back 3 as an anti-air, but I believe I think that was an input error there, possibly looking for a downward gunshot. Yeah. But I think he just got the gunshot instead of the normal that he was trying to cancel from gunshot. But it's okay. The Mighty Unjust continuing here, backing off, not trying to take any risk, not trying to guess wrong on Coach Steve's wake up, but instead forcing Coach Steve to utilize one of each defensive and offensive bar.
That was a unique choice by Coach Steve there, because he could have broken away and avoided all that damage, but didn't break away, but still came off of 2 bars on the wake up after losing all the health.
Well, see, the thing is, when you see an opponent that is holding on to breakaway, the first thing you want to think about is, okay, he's
giving up. That's true.
He wants to hold it for something else, so you got to anticipate the roll, you got to anticipate the wake-up attack, whether that's up 3 for vulnerability or up 2 for the anti-air combo.
if I was in that situation, I would also be thinking that they've just given up on this round entirely.
That's true, that's true.
And gotten offensive like the Mighty Unjusted right there. So is Coach Steve maybe calling out that?
Could be here. A great challenger with the mid. It does come right after the high, but it comes quickly after that high. A little poke here from Coach Steve. Now the Mighty Unjust does have access to that fatal blow, but Coach Steve, I thought that was going to be enough. Never mind, 950, not that much of a reduction. Still had a little bit of health there at the end. Again, both these characters got the same treatment recently from that patch. They still kept their very challenging mid, very fast mid, and just received a little bit of a health reduction here.
Health reduction, a little bit of a slap on the wrist to Jackie's damage, to Cassie's safety, but it's all still there. It's just been minutely, that's not a word at all, changed.
That's okay, that's our second new word today. You guys are witnessing history as Aquaman is rewriting the dictionary here. Great reaction here of the overhead from Coach Steve. And what a whiff punish, but he's got a mountain to climb here. He does have fatal blow, connecting the forward throw. I think the Mighty Unjust was willing to take that instead of taking a regular hit.
There we go, Jackie does have the damage. The grease kicks here. No breakaway for Unjust means that he is one hit away right now from a massive Real Master comeback by Coach Steve, and that is going to do it! Are you kidding me? It was that quick. Decision. It was in a blink of an eye, a snap of the fingers, and that health bar disappeared.
Every single decision.
The camera wasn't on Unjust there for a second. His head was down. That got to him. And that is not a good sign on stage.
But look, and that when you show your opponent that, you are fazed by that,
now
that makes him feel more comfortable.
Yeah, Coach is going to pounce now.
Coach feels comfortable, and he's not going to break. If the roles were reversed and Coach Steve didn't make that clutch comeback, or if that clutch comeback happened to him, Coach Steve would not break. This man is a veteran, like I said before, across multiple fighting games.
And
so
that
he knows
could be the difference in this matchup.
And that mind game, the real life mind game of showing your opponent any kind of weakness is true across any game. Any game you're playing competitively, you don't want to give your opponent any kind of information. So right now, Coach Steve is going to be going into this game knowing that the Mighty Unjust is shook.
Yes, this is that mental battle on top. These are the layers of fighting games. That mentality is such a big part of it. And what you guys just witnessed on stage, again, if I was Coach Steve, I'd be like, this guy's shook. Let's get crazy.
Let's get crazy. Let's get crazy. Let's go for those risks, especially considering that Coach Steve does have a game to play with, as this is a 1-2. What a conversion from the cross-up jump kick.
This is the start that you want. To the corner we go. He has a deadly interactable for use as well. That was like grease kicks, and this is that wildness that he just wants to stay in charge of the match.
And like I said, that's really what the Mighty Unjust has been doing. He's been methodically going for, this is my turn. Coach Steve isn't going to do the unsafe option like canceling into grease kick, and because of that, he got taken for a ride. Breaking away, Coach Steve having no access to any defensive bar for quite some time. Challenging there with the mid, faking out the throw. Now what's going to be the mix-up afterwards? No throw, as Coach Steve thought that he would have gone for the regular hit. Not going to be enough to chip him out.
Getting closer on the wire, coming up the 1-1. It's just a taste of his own medicine. Coach Steve towards the end of the last round, just walking up with the 1-1s, and so is Mighty Unjust to close that out against the wake-up fatal blow. Coach Steve, but once again, really just wanted to, again, take away any kind of momentum with that fatal blow.
I mean, but you saw how Coach Steve was playing, and you saw how successful it is. You really got to give it to the Mighty Unjust for pulling his head out of that negative mentality.
Yes.
I know you're a big fan of that monk
I had to laugh at the monk.
I know,
the monk just clipped him full screen. That was so great to watch.
Everyone knows
so raw.
Everyone knows the best projectile in this entire game is when you throw the dead monk at your opponent. And the crushing blow, cracking the back of the skull of Cassie Cage.
Ooh, another raw dash punch. And now we're going coast to coast, corner to corner. And this is where Coach Steve has run amok on Mighty Unjust health bars. Fatal blow is one hit from getting back into this again. But on the flip side, so is Mighty Unjust. We can get one swing out, one forward for it confirmed. Anything right now, it's been a bullying of buttons from Coach Steve. Didn't get the throw out because that's the harder to do it. A flawless block of the wake-up ridiculousness out of Coach Steve.
And that's a great option to block, to cover both options of up 3 or up 2 without overcommitting to any kind of animation. So either way, Coach Steve was ready for the block, ready for the wake-up roll, or ready for either wake-up attack.
I don't think that was an intended button. I don't even think I've seen Jackie do that normal in that situation before.
A very uncommon see normal here. What a whip punish from Coach Steve, closing the gap and pushing him a little bit closer to the corner. Mighty Unjust jumping out, and Coach Steve is ready to block, ready to let him have his momentum, and Mighty Unjust running away with it, looking for the sweep. And what a punish here, gonna scramble those organs.
Life alert now for Coach Steve. Mighty Unjust trying to get back into this match. He wants to stay alive here at Dreamhack Montreal, and he's tired of getting bullied by the buttons, and with a swing of his own, it's gonna tie us up at 1-1.
Mighty Unjust showing signs of life here. He was on the brink of defeat after that immense comeback. But like I said, even in this situation where the Mighty Unjust
he put his head down on the win.
On a win, I'm telling you, he's giving Coach Steve information, and either way, Coach Steve, that man had a stone face. Not gonna move, not gonna show that his mentality is being broken. And the Mighty Unjust, I feel like showing a little bit of weakness here mentally, but that's very common amongst new players.
Indeed. Composure is something that takes a long time to get, especially on stage. It took me years, and even then, still kind of not there, but here we go to the corner. Getting those pushes out, looking for the rough and blow, but I mean, he got on the corner safely.
Yeah, I want to say that's really what that fatal blow was, because that fatal blow is still going to be accessible throughout the rest of the game. Right now it is loaded and able to use here in round number 1, but the Mighty Unjust just wanted to get out of the corner, and he knew Coach Steve was going to be holding on to block when he sees that animation. What an anti-air!
And right there, when he was doing that forward four, looking for the hicker from him as well, not overcommitting, just looking for it. Nope, so good pass it. No anti-air attempt on Coach Steve right there. No commitment either there. The grease kick isn't going to be enough, and it is. He could have stayed crouched and punished him in that situation, but because he stayed high, got roundhouse to the mouth, and that cost Coach Steve earlier in this tournament, that exact situation, and almost burned him again. Luckily, Unjust took the hit.
Yes, luckily for Coach Steve, that could have spelled a disastrous loss in that first round, but instead, this is a completely different story. Coach Steve in the driver's seat here, Mighty Unjust fighting his way out with that pin, and what a side switch, but drops the end of the combo. And that is really unfortunate.
Coach to take a turn by not getting that restand. And they have reversed positions 20 times just in this round alone in that corner. They are fighting for themselves to scrap.
They are definitely fighting and scrapping back and forth, showing that they are on equal levels right now. The veteran versus the newcomer here, and he's just respecting everything Coach Steve is throwing his way. And Coach Steve not ready to punish, and Mighty Unjust caught him sleeping.
I mean, when do they not amplify that kick, right? It's just something that you're not looking for.
It's also something that Coach Steve is expecting. He's trying to flawless block it with a crushing blow. It was enough. It met the requirement of the range, and it was enough to do it. And Mighty Unjust, you can just see that he's purely heartbroken here as Coach Steve moves on, and that's going to be the end of the range for Mighty Unjust. Oh, it's so clean.
Fatality.
Look at the heartbeat right through that clean,
that might be my favorite sound
clap.
effect in Mortal Kombat 11. Is the thud of the heart against the glass. How'd you guys do that, NetherRealm? That's.
They took like a pacemaker, put like a dead heart around it, and put it up on the glass. It's what the sound team can do for NRS games is incredible. Yeah. Like, it blows my mind. And every game that comes out.
The little things that they use to make the sounds that. So, like, they use things that are not anywhere near what you would think would sound like that, but that's what they use to do it. Like they use water water sounds come from, like, fruit being thrown against the wall. It's like, what?
They're sound technicians, all right?
Yeah.
They know what they're doing, clearly. Yeah. I mean, we see the product here, and what an incredible product. And it's just so many different things. You got to get creative.
Really good stuff.
You got to get creative.
There by Coach, that was a fantastic battle.
Oh, my God.
Another Game 3, just like Honeybee Station, both of those losers matches going the distance, and only to be rewarded with another tough one up next, as we've got Samij versus Honeybee for top 16 losers, and then Coach Steve versus Beyond Toxin for top 16 losers.
And we talked about, what a test of stamina that this weekend is going to be. If you look at the path of Coach Steve, went into losers pretty early, especially for him. And when you go into the lower bracket, you actually have to play almost twice as many games to make it just as far if you were to just stay in the upper bracket.
Didn't get easier.
No, they did not get easier.
As it turns out.
So you have to really wonder, even a veteran like Coach Steve, even someone who's calm and collected, you really got to wonder, how his stamina tank is looking right now.
Yeah, because these players are not used to this in pools, right? Throughout the entire pro competition, because of the number of entrants, the pools have been, I don't want to throw the word out there, but easier, but less other top players in their way, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's more about, you know, you have the path to kind of warm up, but now here at this event,
no warm-ups.
No warm-ups. You're getting right into the nitty-gritty, where it's, you know, you're seeing these similar matches for top 32, for top 16, but you're just seeing them a lot faster, so there's no room to breathe. You can't take a break. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go relax in my room for 3 or 4 hours, and then I'm going to come back and play for top 32. No, you're playing for top 32
It's your entire
right
day.
now.
It's your entire day in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Your entire tournament life.
And top 16, again, uniquely here at Dreamhack, it's just going to be top 16 all the way through the top 8, where some of these players are also used to top 8 being set by then, and not having to play those extra matches.
It's tough, man. It's tough. And again, like you said, even when you get into that top 16, it's still going to be top 16 all the way to the end. So if you can make it to the end, it's all about stamina, man.
So we've got a big matchup here of Samiz versus Honeybee. I talked about this is both of these guys need to win. They both need to win.
Sure.
And one of them won't.
It's tough.
That's
it's
crazy.
tough. But, you know, Samiz did get the results there at Combo Breaker at the first Pro Tour competition stop. And Honeybee is one of those players where we kind of expected him to have the similar results that he's had in MKX, Justice 2, and even in Injustice 1. But he's just not where he wants to be.
He's up there, but not as high as we as a community would have expected. And he himself, of course.
Yeah, sure.
Expect himself to get the apex. 18th in points with a loss here would be difficult.
Would be tough.
Not that he put any more pressure on him. Luckily, he can't hear.
About throwing shade.
I am Shinnok's wrath.
Shinnok is my bitch.
She's not lying, guys. She's not lying. Spoiler alert for anyone who didn't finish MKX. She 100% made Shinnok her bitch.
100%.
Jumping in with that punch like Mr. Aquaman utilized earlier, saying that you get a much bigger reward for the jump-in punch, but it's a lot easier to anti-air instead of the jump-in kick.
And just like when Toxin was facing Honeybee, on the flip side, it's a Honeybee who openly or like willingly chose Noob Saibot against Cassie.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, I guess what he figured is that like
he's like I lost it, so I guess Samiz can lose it, right?
I feel like he doesn't want to play the Cassie mirror because he might only know how to play Cassie to counterpick Noob Saibot to avoid the Noob Saibot mirror.
Yeah.
Round 2, fight.
But I don't know. He's going with his main character. I don't disagree with it.
This might be a good test for Samiz to see how well he knows seeing double, in particular post-patch.
Yes, post-patch is really when seeing double came up on the scene for real, giving him access to that amplified slide from mid-screen, and of course granting him all that mid-screen damage. Amplify, but doesn't challenge afterwards. I think he might have been close enough to punish, but I think Honeybee was anticipating the amplification. And again, what great down threes and down fours from Honeybee, just keeping Samiz down, making sure the armor doesn't start up as Samiz desperately looking to steal the round with that fatal blow. Left in a standing position, and a taste of his own medicine here. Samiz on point.
Wait a minute, that's a lot of damage right there. Can he take it with another?
Finish him.
It was rough, man. I think the only thing that could have saved Honeybee in that situation, maybe a flawless block.
Maybe a flawless block, maybe trying to get him with a shadow before the gun or the bullet got to him.
Yeah.
Just a scary situation to be in. I think that would have even hit teleport. I'm not 100% sure.
Teleport does start, it has some startup.
Yeah.
Obviously, most of the games do have startup, and it might have not been. But again, hindsight is 2020, and in that situation, Honeybee didn't know if he was just going to hold on the block and wait for the teleport. Great back throw here as soon as your opponent's done hitting their string. If you don't think they're going to check you with down one out of their turn, a throw is usually a good idea.
So Honeybee, we know he has multiple characters. is going to stick it out with Seeing Double. He's going to bet his tournament life, his pro competition standing on Seeing Double here. And it's Samij who is going to swiftly get himself inching closer and closer to a match point here. Neutral jump read and match point Samij for top 16 on the loser's side.
Honeybee going with the throw option after the wake up 3 successfully hits. Neutral jumps. How many?
Did I say before this thing started, I talked to Samij and he's like, dude, holding up is so good. It's working out for him.
Oh, great challenge into the back throw after recognizing Samij not willing to do anything. I love the slight delay there by Honeybee. Now this does look like it is going to be his round, but Samij has made the comeback before, and he can do it again here. What a punish, and the side switch here on Noob Saibot, going to leave him in a standing position. Going for a throw is Honeybee holding onto the block button so desperately, rolling out of the corner, and Samij jumping in to continue the corner pressure, but now down to almost no health, and what a teleport. We bet it all.
He was like inside of that stand one and just nope, I'm out of here.
He bet it all there on that teleport.
Great position right now for Honeybee too. If he can keep him in the corner, it is so hard for these players to keep their opponents cornered. They found great ways out. About a half straight anti-air out of that back three. Boy, just swinging safely right now at the mid-range. Great gunshot by Samij right there. Catching Honeybee trying to put up this very lengthy Noob Saibot confirmable strings.
Yes, definitely trying to do that, but Samij finding the opening here, taking advantage of those plus frames on hit, and again, just trying to keep him standing here.
Oh no, press the button in some insane plus frames. Insane in the membrane was Honeybee just pressed right there and locked in the corner. Can Samij finally keep him here? Is the question. He's found ways out. A lot of jumps and good swing to cancel Samij, giving them the minus range. Raw fatal blow! And now we're a hit away for Honeybee to tie us up.
He reacted perfectly to that low gunshot. It doesn't hit low, it actually hits as a mid. But that's how you describe it there. 31%, not going to be enough to do the damage here needed to close this out. What's he going to be looking for?
Oh!
Catches the little tip of the toe on the amplified low slide, and Samij not ready for it. Thought it was his time to advance, thought it was his time to do anything.
It almost looked like Samij smiled right there. It almost looked like it.
But we know he's a machine with no feelings.
He
definitely
feel.
That was just like a little twitch in,
it was a glitch in the system. It was a glitch in the system. Samij.exe, baby. All right, another game 3. This is everything that I wanted it to be, Arlen. Everything I wanted these brackets to turn out to be.
What a breakaway here from Honeybee as he kicks over that solo cup. Always going to be a raging party here at the Black Dragon Fight Club. What an anti-air and what a conversion. That's 2 connected shadows. Not sure if he connected one beforehand, but let's try to keep count as that crushing blow has yet to be demonstrated here on the stream.
And you're seeing Double demonstrated in that exact situation where just off that anti-air down 4, able to sneak in an amplified shadow, blowed up the crushing blow and still get good damage. That was 20% gone.
Oh yeah, easily.
25% gone on another amplified shadow.
And that's 2 more shadows to connect. I believe we're at 4 or 5. And left in a standing position and decides to swing, connecting there for 1 more shadow. That crushing blow requirement is easily getting filled here in just 1 round.
Out of Honeybee, really saving himself here. And like I said, what a win here would do for his pro competition run. Samij in that top 12, especially for Final Combat, is in a position where he's going to get a little bit of points no matter what, win or a loss here. But it's Honeybee who's outside at 18th trying to get in.
And I think right there, Samij kind of changing up his play style a little bit. Instead of going for neutral jumps, instead getting more aggressive, going into the jumping kick, and actually punishing the throw attempt from Honeybee. And a great challenge. Absolutely textbook Honeybee trying to do something there besides block, but he does get the back throw. Not going to lead into a crushing blow.
Does have a fatal blow, and he's going to hit him into it, and I think this is it.
I think this is it too. 1-1-3 does not scale heavily, whether that's as a juggle or a straight string, and I think this sickle.
Is it. That sickle's going to do everything, and Honeybee with the reverse 2-0 of Samij is going to take it. How in control did Samij look after a game and a half there? Fully. And for Honeybee to mentally not check out right there says everything. The Canadians here are going to be happy. Honeybee, top 16 on the loser side. Congratulations. And it's Samij who's going to go out, not getting a lot of points. Still going to be sitting in an okay position in the standings. We'll see how it looks post this because everyone is here and everyone's trying to get these points. One more match left of this first pool. We've got 3 out in top 16. Let's see who's going to join him. As coming up next, we have got Beyond Toxin versus Coach Steve. We might be seeing double.
We're seeing double so many times throughout this pool. We're seeing a lot of Cassian. We're seeing a lot of noob.
It's just a Cassian noob pool, but
that's it. They threw them all in here.
But none of them made on the winner side. It's all on the. It's all on the loser side.
It's tough, man. It's tough to get through this. Every single pool is just filled with so many incredibly talented players.
This is one character that post-patch, I was like, we're definitely going to see more. But these are also the 2 players that we saw with this character competitively the most pre-patch. Yeah. So very fitting that it's just continued.
And that's really what it is. You know, a lot of people can blame characters. A lot of people can say, you know, this character does that, but you still see the top players at the top. Sometimes they're going to have to do a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of a changing of their character, throwing away their principles of loyalty. And either way, you're still going to be seeing the same talented players at the top. If they're willing to put in the time, willing to put in the work that it takes to do it, they're going to do it with whoever, whatever character they need to do it with.
Look at Dragon and Scar, who are through on the winner's side. Slight changes to both characters.
A little bit.
And just making it work.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just adjusting.
It's crazy how a lot of people can see those slight changes, right? Oh, this doesn't launch anymore. Character's dead.
Give away the character.
Get her out of here. Never seeing her again.
No, absolutely nonsense. Again, nonsense. All it takes is just a little bit of adjustments and a little bit of hard work and persistence. And more than anything, practice, practice, practice. And that's what these guys do. And that's why they're showing their dominance. They're showing they're on top. And here we have Beyond Toxin against Coach Steve. Now Beyond Toxin hailing all the way from Florida, I believe the Orlando area.
And how great is it that,
Tell me how great it is.
But luckily, Hurricane Dorian, I believe is the name of it, glanced landfall of Florida and boogied north to allow them to actually get here on time because it was looking very grim at the start of this week for Toxin, for Big D, for these guys to make this event.
Yes, they did make it there by the grace of Dorian. So big shout out to Dorian for not stopping Toxin from making his trip here.
Cetrion had their back there, a little bit of Mother Nature.
She amplified it and directed it in a different way.
She was using forbidden moves that aren't competitive.
That's it, yeah. The custom Cetrion.
But maybe seen in the future.
Maybe, hold on. Ed Boon did say third variations are on their way. So, if you don't quite click with a character, I'd say stick around and you might find your new main sometime soon. Great back throw there by Coach Steve, canceling. That's really the main thing about this variation, her ability to cancel out of those strings and catch you sleeping nerds.
The crushing blow loaded. This is one hit away. Shipping away, no defensive bar. He is going to get one last breath, but any string, any normal should do it into a cancel of a shadow. Really good stuff by Beyond Toxin to close that out.
And a great trade.
That one was scary because if you guess wrong and the string comes out, you could die that way.
Or if he timed it one frame a little too late, that would have been a clean hit for Coach Steve as the mid from Jackie leads into a lot of damage.
Great position right now, and he had Coach Steve cornered for a good bit of it. This is going to be some big damage. Look at this. Meterless 30% gone in the corner.
It's tough, man. Great break of the throw tech throw here from Beyond Toxin, knowing exactly whether Coach Steve was going for the arms or the legs. We don't know as it's the same animation.
Toxin got greedy with that jump kick. Gets anti-aired into a side switch into the corner combo. Coach Steve, ooh. Wait a minute, this is a different story. With Fatal Blow loaded, we saw what could happen, and he didn't do anything to confirm. He still puts himself in the winning position here. Doesn't even need it before our eyes. Toxin takes it. He's up 1-0, and that was a great. How many of these matches have been about the corner, and how often the positions have reversed.
Oh yeah, easily. I mean, you see, once you get an opponent in the corner, they're going to be looking for ways out. They're going to be looking to jump over the other side. They're going to be looking to utilizing those teleports. And just again, or like we saw earlier there with Toxin, the back throw, a great way to turn the tide, turn the tables against your opponent. And what a roll, a great way to abuse the whiff punishing there as Coach Steve commits to that entire string, or nearly that entire string. And Beyond Toxin was ready to, with buttons of his own.
And there's an added layer that you see Toxin doing in the corner there. That auto shimmy string that he's got that does launch, also here kept safely by the launcher with that amplified low slide, which is just disgusting to deal with. I mean, you get nixed 14 different ways when you're standing there.
It is absolutely disgusting. What a whiff punish as Toxin commits to a button in the air, and Coach Steve perfectly placing the corner in his favor as Beyond Toxin finds his back up against the wall. Very limited spacing, very limited resources, and very limited mobility, and Coach Steve is just attacking him like an animal here. The low slide. He got through the clone.
There's a lot of whips right there. I don't know how, and the forward just prevailed.
He got through the clone somehow. The kick just kind of kicked through the clone and went right to Noob Saibot.
I would have got hit. Coach Steve's over here hacking and hacks across the screen to meet Noob Saibot's face. Big crushing blow there gives him a great health lead. Wilson's out to get he's staring down ones, but working out for Toxin here. And this is the Toxin right now. Wrong fatal blow from Noob Saibot. He's gonna steal another round. He has stolen matches.
I mean, he had very few things to put up because he had a lot to gain and a lot to lose. So he saw it as a great opportunity to roll the dice, bet it all on
Put
black.
himself on match point here.
That's it, putting himself on match point. I love how Coach Steve getting under that projectile. It does hit as a high, but it is unblockable. Breakaway here, Toxin down to very little resources, cannot forward roll, cannot wake up for quite some time as Coach Steve finding the hit but missing the clinch, and he does it again as Toxin just jumping out of any kind of pressure Coach Steve is trying to apply, and Coach Steve is just not adapting to the situation, but keeping control here, keeping the momentum.
All of these stray hits are adding up, and this should do it.
That was a punish. That was a punish.
This is the final round. I wasn't sure if he was going to spend it. I didn't notice that Coach Steve had that round, and that is going to tie us up at one game apiece. And this has been 4 matches in a row on the loser side that have gone to a final game. 4 in a row.
Final game, and I don't expect it to not hit final round as these guys are just slugging it back and forth. And what a read, what a commitment there from Coach Steve to back up just enough for that forward roll to not get behind him and for him to punish those recovery frames. Jackie's normal is one of the best at doing that, as you can time it perfectly. It's fast, very little room for error for a pro like Coach Steve. As you saw there, a full combo punish enough to take that game. But Toxin not letting it face him. Never mind, caught. Or Coach Steve not falling asleep at the wheel. Toxin really kind of testing those reactions, and Coach Steve says, I am all over it. Perfect anticipation, perfect reaction.
Toxin has gotten really risky with his personal throws too. They worked out really well in game number 1, but game 2 on hasn't been as effective. That's a big whip punish. Trying the Macho Man elbow from downtown as Coach Steve. I don't know what he was thinking.
I mean, I don't know if he was thinking something completely wrong or possibly an input error there from Jackie, but either way, Toxin was ready to take advantage, ready to go for the whiff, but now finding himself in a bad spot, doesn't get the cross-up jump, but does get the pressure to successfully hit afterwards.
And he tried it. We saw that against Honeybee, and there's no downside. Jackie's not going to get the punish there whatsoever. So smart by Toxin. Going to lose the round though, and now match point for Coach Steve to make top 16 here at Dreamhack.
Yeah, that's definitely a great example of, you know, a very low risk and high reward.
Yeah.
Countering him, pressing a button here is Toxin as he finds himself at the bad end here as Coach Steve tries to run away with this. The back throw punish. Now, Coach Steve did not have the opportunity to tech or do anything else there in that situation.
There we go. Meterless getting 260, give or take. Nice tech on the throw there. Like Coach keeps up alive, and wait a minute. Toxin getting crazy, and these are 3 for 3 in the corner, and we are going to final round.
No, hold on, don't speak too soon.
Where was the shadow?
I don't know.
Where was anything?
Again, the Shadow just asleep there, not ready to go, but Coach Steve is ready to go as he just demonstrates that. Oh, and that's how you punish it, either on whiff or ducking under it, and Toxin showing everyone how to do it.
He could have punished even bigger there.
Yeah, all he really got was that down 4 as Coach Steve was able to block out. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. The skull getting crushed right there in the face.
We are swinging right now, Arma. Double match point. Eek!
There's no skull left. There's nothing left inside of Newt Saibot's head. The bones are all broken, going for the desperate fatal blow, but no punish. And speaking of punishes,
and that's gonna be huge. 375, one way for Toxin and down 4. He's chipping away, but so is Coach Steve on the offensive here. Double fatal blow loaded. They're still recovering and trying to press the button. Coach Steve takes it 2-1.
And you gotta wonder why did Toxin not cancel the down 1 poke there from the slide? I mean, it might have been the right call, but Coach Steve again keeping his composure, keeping it cool. You saw that he tried to punish that fatal blow. He went in there. It was perfect, but just a little too slow, and he didn't let it phase him. He said, let's keep the cool. Let's not panic in the scramble situation, because right here, this is it. This is what's separate. These are the moments that separate the boys from the men, and Coach Steve taking it over beyond Toxin.
That was insane. It was just insane.
It was incredible.
No pun intended on that, by the way.
Insane, yes. Coach Steve's the alternate Coach Steve.
Yes.
When he just goes ham on Twitter. So big shout outs to Coach Steve. What an incredible set. I mean, just games after games that we've been seeing here. They're probably my favorite.
Just pool number 1, and it went how we expected it to be, with how stacked these tournaments are, with the level of skill we saw from semifinals on. Nothing but classics, and that's just one pool, guys. Coming up, we're going to start pool number 2, where it starts all over again. This happens to be Sonic Fox's pool, and I think that he has one of these harder quadrants of these pools. This is Justin Fox's path, right?
Yeah, tell me.
To try to make top 16. He's got Canadian Veteran Winter Wars, Morty Seinfeld, which I haven't heard that name, I think, since MK9.
What year is it?
Sunio, Lord V Noodles, Kevo the Man, and Biohazard is all in. That's all in one section to make top 16. That's crazy.
It's going to be tough, but you know all those players are very good, and you might be basing that off of previous games. Sunio, always a tough competitor, and I love watching his play style, because again, he's more of a passive, laid back play style.
He likes the zone.
He
also uses a unique character that you guys at home, I hope you get to see. Absolute treat. He plays next gen Jackie.
Yes, and he has been since the beginning of the game, where he just wants to stay back. But if you look at results from all those players in this game, again, Sonic Fox probably the high seed to go into this event, as he is the
number one
point leader.
Yes, he is, and has a hefty point lead, over 400 points ahead of Dragon right now. Also in pool number 2 coming up, guys, so don't go anywhere, is also going to be the Texas boys, Deoxys and Gambler, Lego, Forever King, Dizzy, all within just pool number 2. So you guys are going to get to see some great matches coming up after that. But out of this pool, congratulations to Honeybee and Coach Steve making it through on the loser side in final rounds. And on the winner side, Dragon and Scar. So it's just been great action here at Dreamhack Montreal. I cannot wait to see what else unfolds here in these pools. It's just been great.
It has been. It has been. Again, it's just you cannot. You get so much high-level play back to back to back. I feel like we haven't seen a stream or anything like this in a very long time.
Absolutely, especially
right
this early. We're getting right into the action, and we are going to stay there for the remainder of these pools. We got, 6 more hours of this to come.
Love it.
Oh,
love it.
It's going to be great. So that's just a preview of what's going to come up in pool number 2. Once again, just the strength of the players here. I hope you guys stick around, okay? Don't go anywhere. A lot more Mortal Kombat to come. Miguel, it's been an absolute honor here to cast this first pool with you, but we will be back probably here in a couple of pools. But coming up next, you guys get to see the other dynamic duo that is going to be coming here. It's going to be Chef and Ultra David.
Cannot wait, and hope you guys are excited.
I am, guys. So once again, don't go anywhere. We will be, I assume, back with some more Mortal Kombat action here at Dreamhack Montreal. And once again, shout-outs to Roadrunner, my boys over there, for being one of the major sponsors here.
Next individual pool at Dreamhack Montreal. My name is Ultra David.
And I am Easy Wonder Chef. More like the next major, I think you could say, right? Major number 2 of the weekend.
Absolutely. I mean, really, if you check out the brackets, which you can do on Smash GG, I think you'll find that this individual pool could really just be top 8. The people in this pool could really just have made top 8. It's not going to work out like that, unfortunately, for them.
Right.
But that's how it is.
Yeah, I know. It's I mean, of course, everybody here, hopefully you all got to see the previous pool, which was in a very similar level of strength.
Of course,
I would say they're pretty much all, I mean, of course, the whole thing was seeded by points, so of course it has to be pretty much exactly by strength. Yeah. But we've got some players here who we haven't seen for a very, very long time.
That's right.
We've got some players from areas that we don't usually get to see. I mean, obviously there's a lot of Canadian players here, a lot of the players from, like, the Buffalo area. So I'm excited to see some of these newer faces and / older faces. Like, I believe actually our first match of the entire day is actually going to be 2 heads that we haven't seen for, I mean, we've seen them here and there, but not for a very, very long time. And that's going to be Morty against Winter Wars. And those are 2 old MK9 heads. But do you have any other names in this bracket that are looking super strong?
Oh, you know.
Just a few, right?
Just to name a couple for you. You got Sonic Fox. Pretty good player, I've heard, at NetherRealm Studios games, and maybe others too, who knows. Sunio versus Lord Noodles is going to be another one that we'll have hopefully on stream. And then players like Kevo Reborn, Biohazard, Deoxys, King Gambler, Dizzy TT, Forever King, and again, more than that as well. I mean, really, the list of players I just named really could just have been top 8 at almost any event.
If somebody told me that was the top 8, and I like just woken up, and I'd be like, "Hey guys, who made top 8?" And somebody said that, I'd be like, "Yeah, okay,
sure,
okay.
Yeah." It would not have been a surprise.
Yeah.
But again, this tournament, I'm sure the guys before us were talking about it as well, is just super densely stacked with talent. It is extremely dense. There's no fluff in this thing.
Yeah, that's a good one. But on top of that, it's also a really important kind of time in the tour, right?
Yes.
So in the full pro competition, we're, I want to say, kind of maybe 2/3 about finished with it, somewhere around that. I don't actually know exactly where, but we're getting to the end right about after this. So a lot of these players, especially the ones that are sitting on the cusp of qualifying spots, they really need these points because otherwise they're putting themselves in a situation where, like, you know, at just the next few spots in the tour, they are in life or death. Like, they want to make sure that this is their little, like, cushion, I guess you could say, going into the rest of the tour.
Yeah, this is a huge weekend for a lot of players. Some people in that list are just looking to shore it up. You know, I just mentioned Sonic Fox, who's held Dragon before. We'll see Foxy later. I mean, there are people who are in the top end of the points overall. But yeah, like you said, players who really, really need that extra amount.
Yeah, one of those players in this pool is Biohazard, who, you know, everybody, a real big fan favorite, of course, especially real excited. Yeah. This guy, that guy. So
I like my grapplers, man. What can I say?
Especially his change,
Yes.
a Celtic throwdown, right, to Bone Picker. I know you're a big fan of that variation. I'm a big fan of that variation too, and of Brock in general. So I'm really excited to see him in this pool. I hope he gets really far. But he is in that spot, right? He's like, I believe, like somewhere around 20th in the tour, which is surprising for Biohazard. That's pretty much, I think, the lowest that he's ever been. He's somewhere around that spot.
He is 22nd overall right now, tied with Kevo, actually.
Oh, wow. Then Kevo is another person who's actually in this pool, I believe, and in that spot. Now, Kevo, of course, he made top 8 at CEO with a super, super solid performance, but both of his characters have received a little bit of a nerf in the recent patch. That's another thing I'm excited to see today. I mean, obviously we've seen one entire crazy pool, but there was a big patch. We got to see it at Celtic Throwdown, but that was very, very early for the patch.
Right.
So I think this is giving people a little bit more time, and now it's a more solid tournament to see, like, you know, if people are going to use new characters. Like, we already saw Devora on stream earlier today. We saw pretty much actually the rest of the usual. No, I'm sorry. We saw a lot of the first variation of Noob.
We did see the new Noob. That's right. Yeah. And, you know, one person who we're going to see in this pool is Sonic Fox. I talked to him about Devora, Buzz specifically, and I mean, according to Sonic Fox, that character is S- tier.
Yeah. Fox always has a lot of really interesting tier opinions.
Exactly.
In general,
exactly.
Right?
But part of why I bring this up is that I think it's so fun to have a new patch like this, and for us all to sort of debate about it.
Yeah, you're
right. You know, right?
You're right.
This is that time when a new game comes out or a new patch comes out that changes things, and now we all have to kind of haggle about and see, like, who's right and who's wrong and test each other. That process is really fun.
It's true. I mean, we actually did see Dirtbag Kano too on stream earlier.
That's right.
I just remembered that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm trying to think just thinking of the players in this pool, if we have any chance of seeing anything super crazy. I don't know who these players play at all. Morty walked up to me. First of all, he walked up to me earlier today, and he's like, "Hey, do you know who I am? I'm like, yeah, I've seen you a bunch of times in real life before. I've met you. I've talked to you a bunch. That's a great question. But then he came up to me and he said, do you know who Winter Wars plays? And I'm like, no. And he's like, dang. So he hasn't obviously labbed the matchup unless he just happened to get lucky and labbed the correct matchup preemptively. But yeah, these are two players, like I said, Mortal Kombat 9, pretty legendary players, but we haven't seen them quite as much in the past. Morty going with Sonya. That's the character he was known for very well in Mortal Kombat 9, of course. And then Winter Wars was a Cyrex player. No Cyrex in this game, so seeing the Kung Lao.
I did see Morty's name pop up a couple of times in tournaments so far this year. Those might have been online events, but I don't remember. I've at least seen the name for sure. Wow, okay. Winter Wars not... I'm sorry, Morty not scoping it out. Dang, that was actually a stomp.
It was. This is one of those characters, though. I think more and more over time, people realized that Kung Lao wasn't going to play quite as safe and staggery as they wanted to.
Yeah.
And you really have to challenge people with these kind of, they look dumb, but they're really smart, I guess, unsafe challenges with spin. Because as soon as you do that, then you can play more of a safe stagger game, exactly like that, ninja throws, and then that's where the real fear of Kung Lao begins.
Yeah, and the thing that binds him together is that he does so much damage when that does connect. So although it's a risk for sure, the payoff is pretty substantial.
Trading projectiles. Of course, playing a very patient zoning game with Sonya. It's probably going to be the space that you're most comfortable in this matchup as her.
Yeah, you can really see that. Morty keeps on backing up. By the way, this is no holds barred Sonya. Oh, no.
What's the challenge? Okay. So you can go for a lot safer challenges and, of course,
no! Oh, that actually could have been real bad news. Only the down 3, though.
Oh, actually, it's really bad news the other way around.
Okay. Oh, here's a huge shit! No! Oh, is that it? There's a breakaway. Oh, no! What?
It's super hard to combo into his fatal blow, but he managed to do it anyway. Yeah, you have to be super, super late on that because the first kick always knocks him out of the way, so they have to be already low enough for the flying kick to hit them. That was super awkward on both sides. I mean, they both had the right reads and then messed up the full execution to get, I guess, the best reward possible. But I mean, that was pretty close there. It just they need to tighten up their play. I mean, it is their first match of the day, literally their first match of the day.
Yes.
Kung Lao.
Any change? Maybe a variation change?
Shaolin.
I didn't see.
I mean, considering that we saw a heavier zoning game from Morty, we might see a switch just to have the drone as another option, especially catching Lao out of the air, which is always going to be a safe bet to assume he's going to go to at some point.
See what he did. I think that would make a lot of sense.
Right, and he didn't really use the no holds barred.
Oh no,
okay,
still there.
So you use that now because it does get more damage than the other variation, whatever it's called.
Ringmaster. Hey. Oh, he took a huge chance. Only the down kick.
Yeah, I mean that was a great duck on the high, but no punish at all. And all right, this variation,
set him on fire.
The interactable did get nerfed. It used to be way more plus, but
true.
Okay.
Oh no! Well, I had to break away, of course, right there. That would have been significant damage. Trying to jump out. The intention was the anti-air. Not quite.
Yeah, down 1 is not going to be able to anti-air. Lao's jump kick in particular.
Razor sharp.
Winter Wars making it happen.
Yeah,
his pressure, I gotta say, is killer. Oh, interruption maybe for the win.
It should be. Oh no, it should have been.
Oh my God. Speaking of down 1 coming back to life right there. And here's Morty.
But he can zone. He can zone. He's going to win the trade if he throws a projectile. Oh, he could have done it right there.
Hey, it's Morty with an R.
Oh, gets anti-aired by the hat. And that means it's going to be match point for Winter Wars.
Fight.
And
trying to keep it slow here. And I think that makes sense. I mean, we've seen such explosive play out of Winter Wars that if you're Morty right here, you definitely just want to maintain the space. Okay.
I'm telling you, we haven't seen anything of what makes no hold barred Sonya.
Right.
I guess you could say maybe more. Why you would want to use it over the other variations?
Trying to press a button.
Yeah,
Gets busted.
Okay.
One more decision to be made here either way. No, not at all. That must have been the pixel right there.
It must have been right there.
So Winter Wars ends up just charging through AZ Morty Seinfeld.
But he literally just got up. He literally both of them just got up. No fatality. No just like knocking them down. No sweep or anything.
Yeah.
Literally just like, yeah, okay, good games. Just walk away. Let them fall.
Yeah.
Look, they're not even in the chairs anymore. They're gone. They were like, okay, yeah.
That was really cool to see though. I mean, it was a little one-sided, to be honest, but still very cool to see both of those players come back. that's one thing I really liked about MK11 so far, is that it has this mix of the new players and then a lot of people who haven't been around for Injustice 2, weren't even around for MKX in some cases, Injustice 1 even in some cases. They just played 9 and they kind of took their hands off, and then MK11 brought them back, and here's a couple of guys who seem like they're in that position. Yeah, definitely the closest Mortal Kombat game. I mean, it's a weird thing to say because there's only been like 3 since NetherRealm was created, but like the closest to 9 that we've seen from any of the NRS games in general, I guess you could say, right? If you're going through the Injustices and the Mortal Kombats, it's really like a nice path back. It's a little bit slower paced. It's a little bit more maybe even ground based. Like block dashing's there. Like that movement's similar. Very very true. No run. So I know people are going to be very happy. You know. Obviously, they already are. I guess the game's out for a while. I know it's not new at this point. Yeah. But we see that people are very happy that we're Mortal Kombat 9 players. But Winter War's moving on. Morty going down. I mean, Morty was playing okay. He just missed a lot of his actual reward off of his choices. Like, you know, he'd block something, not quite get the punish. Then he got that weird like reopen up, and then he wouldn't get the full combo, and then etc. etc. Well, Winter Wars' reward is to play against Sonic Fox next round. So good luck with that one. Nice. But we're going to be moving on to, I believe, Sunio versus Lord V Noodles in what will be their first round match as well. Right. That's a pretty crazy round 1 match. Sunio, of course, going with, I'm assuming, going with Next Gen Jackie? Next Gen. Oh, I always do that. Every single time I call it New Gen because of New Era. I need somebody to, I don't know. They need to like put like an electric shocker in the headsets. Just got a milligram experiment for Wonder Chef over here. Hey, that'd be a good way to get commentators to stay in line. But anyway, this is a variation of Jackie that I am super in love with, and on top of that, it's one that got some buffs in the last patch, and aside from that, her other variation got a little bit nerfed. I'm assuming that was the pick. And against him, Frost, another character that got a lot of really nice buffs. So these are actually 2 of my favorite characters in the entire game. Or I guess you could say variations in the entire game. I'm super excited for this. Yeah, I put some work into Next Gen myself because I think she's a very interesting character. I mean, Jackie just has a solid foundation. Right. Her base moves are excellent. So anything that you put on top of them is still going to be good, and Next Gen has a lot of great tools. Yeah, she doesn't really lose a whole lot when you go into Next Gen. Like a lot of other characters, they lose a lot of their core gameplay, they lose their launchers, stuff like Grease Kick, being in the main cast, exactly. But so far we're seeing an opening into a drop from jump out! Noodles. Too early on the kick. Oh, that might have been the dive cone, actually. Right. Yeah, this is all Lord V Noodles right now. Blow up so far. Yeah, this is definitely getting a chip situation. Nice. Is that an F? Yes. The big flawless to start things off. Fight. Oh no, I get a feeling that maybe the buttons are wrong. That was a really weird full screen grab. And yeah, we're just seeing him just sit there. Yeah, this is bad news right here. Yeah. Okay, is he just taking the L right now, maybe? I think that's probably what's happening. I'm assuming, unless that was the most convincing button check of all time. It certainly didn't look like one. It definitely did not look like one. We'll see. Yeah, I'm going to have to assume that the buttons were wrong, and if that's true, and that was the real match, it's his bad. It's a loss. Yeah. That's the rule. I mean, he's kind of shaking his head, so it's my assumption that he knows that. He knows exactly what happened. And yeah, indeed, he's going to change the buttons here. Yeah. That's too bad. That is unfortunate. So it's a handicap going in. But we got to see a nice little combo exhibition from Frost, right? That's true. She does have some of the cooler combos in the game. Fun fact is that they're so long, they build back the bar that you spend to start them. Or they can be, if you choose to. What happened here? I don't know. With some buttons. So, for those of you who don't know what some of the changes were, Frost's biggest issue before the patch was that she didn't have a fast mid. And they did give her a very fast mid, an 11-frame back 1-2, which is a safe hit convertible mid string. Pretty good range. Yeah. And then on the other hand, I can't really remember what all the buffs for Next Gen were. I know that they recovered, or say they reduced the recovery on Techno Bubble? Whatever, the big bubble. Yeah, the big bubble thing. Which is actually really nice because her throw crushing blow is actually only if they're standing within that. So if you can set it up on knockdown Oki, an alternative to setting up to pool, then you actually have a very scary strike throw. But there for a little bit you saw the most fundamental part of Next Gen Jackie, which is that she puts the goop on you and then you're in trouble. Get damage over time. Oh, here's a chance. Oh, not quite there. I think the jab maybe was fast enough, but didn't go for it. And one thing that there you go. There's some mobility out of that character. Yeah, and that's going to be super unsafe to ever really amplify that. Oh, nice entire. To ever really amplify the straight shots with Frost. Yeah, so it gives Jackie this kind of ranged tool. It's not the best zoning tool per se, but at least it is a ranged tool, and that seems super useful in this matchup. Wow, okay.
Yeah. She has the ability to control the screen so much better.
Look at that damage over time!
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, Jackie's not a projectile.
Oh no! Oh no! I'm worried.
Still dead! Just set up another one below you. He's gotta. No.
Oh my god! Oh no! And you can feel how frozen Lord V Noodles was.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the fear there was that Fatal Blow was available, which is, of course, that huge beam. But even reacting to that, Frost might have died within the startup animation, gone through the full thing, and then just fell over. Not an uncommon thing in a matchup like this.
Oh! And that's already legit damage right there.
Yeah, like, that's like an entire combo's worth of damage.
Trying to get out.
Good throw. Thrown back in.
Right back in. Got the corner over here next to the skull. Nice.
Okay, going for the meter combo. 1-3 drill. The drill's
huge chance. There is a breakaway available. Not seeing it. Wow, so back into the corner.
Yeah, keep the defensive option.
Oh no, that's actually the horse. You were in it.
Oh, wow. So jump kick into dive right there might have been the move, but yeah, Zeus taking a lot of damage in general.
Now threatening with the dive right there for sure. That's what Noodles is looking for. Okay.
Wake up 3, almost a projectile really. It goes really far. All right, so this is looking really close. This is a good match so far.
Well, it's match point Lord V Noodles because of the first game's error.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, it's bad news right now. Yeah,
that is.
Sunio's got to make something happen. And, you know, in part, we're seeing him make it happen by just zoning out. And again, maybe not zoning. I don't know if that's the right word, but at least putting this presence out there that forces the opponent to move.
Right. It's very much space quite.
Oh my god.
Oh, and that's a punish.
No. That's so much. Oh, right back into a little bit as well.
Oh, it sets up the bubble. So the bubble just makes it so the projectiles do 50% less damage to you. But like I said, the throw crushing blow is there.
Oh yeah.
Now it's gone.
Gonna come up.
It's safe.
Interesting. Lord V Noodles trying to make the slow approach happen. I love that movement right there. Oh, here's a huge chance.
Oh, that's going to be it no matter what. Even on block, that was guaranteed win right there because the like 4-3-1 into grease kick and you just grease kick.
Right.
And
chip damage plus the goop.
All right, so they do tie it up technically 1-1. Oh, but that's a rough start. I mean, look how much damage that projectile alone does.
I love this movement out of Sunio.
Yeah, just to try and create more space on the stage to move back with.
You know, when I heard a lot of people who saw that from Next Gen Jackie when the game first came out, and they were like, oh, that's so unsafe on block. How would you ever use it? But the point of it is not to just use it as a simple approach. There's a lot more about it that you need to use.
Had enough sports.
Yeah, and look at this, the damage just adds up its variation. Oh, I want to see
Still in it.
Oh, that's blow! Yes!
Okay! Again, you have to be in that bubble to make that happen. It's match point, Sunio.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, and honestly, I mean, that might have been a little bit of a waste of the crushing blow, but it's not a super common one to set up. And closing that around up for sure was definitely a nice way to do it, especially switching sides.
Look at this.
There hasn't been a combo yet.
No, this is almost all just gooped up. Oh, there you see the punish of it.
Yeah, that was a really heavy read, but I mean, there was a lot of life to work with there, I guess you could say, for Sunio.
Trying to battle out here as Lord V Noodles stuck in the corner.
I love just jumping back and just setting up a puddle that way. Because you're like, sure, yeah, pressure me. Even if you hit me, you're taking a lot of damage guaranteed, like right there.
Yeah, right there.
Look how much damage is being dealt in the throw, in the own character's throw.
I actually don't know who did more damage in that.
Technically, it was the throw, but still, it was pretty cool.
Oh, huge chance into it. That's directly into it. Sunio confirms that's gonna do it. So even though he lost the first game due to just screwing up with the buttons,
yeah,
he comes back and takes it 2-0. Once he was playing the game, he came up 2-0.
Yeah, it's I mean, that was really a really good showcase of why this variation is so good.
Yeah.
And I'm still so surprised as to why more people aren't using it. We got to see exactly her pressure game's still the same. She still has a 9-frame hit confirmable forward advancing -2 on block mid, right? And you saw him like, oh, he air hit confirmed it into fatal blow at the end to win. It's like, okay, it's still exactly what it was. You saw him. He did the stagger pressure. You could still do forward 3-2. Wait.
You can't do the cancel. That's the thing, right? So you can't do like the step kick cancel out of the string. That's really the big thing that you lose with this variation. So the pressure is maybe not as wild, but still she has these fundamentals that are very, very good.
Right. And then, of course, all the chip damage. And
So cool.
there's still even more stuff we didn't get to see. Like, she can do, like, a 400 damage throw by just setting up the puddles on the ground and then throwing them in the middle of it. Or, you know, just so many different ways.
like
It's
it.
always a fun situation when you see that. I almost wish that we got to see that Fatal Blow situation at the start where, like, Frost would have still lost afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll get to see more of it later on. Neither of these players
I
are out
hope,
yet.
I hope so. Yeah.
That was round 1 match for them.
Again, right. That was literally their first round match. So Lord V Noodles is going to go down to the loser's side. Who's coming up next? Looks like Deoxys will come up to play. It'll be Deoxys versus King Gambler, actually. A couple of Texans have come out to Montreal, Canada, and get to play against each other in round number 2.
I don't know why that sounds so weird. It sounds so out of place, right? I mean, it's pretty far from each other, but yeah.
They're not in the same area.
Yeah, no. So this is going to be interesting. I don't know if Gambler is going to be using Liu Kang. I'm assuming he might. He's been making the switch to Liu Kang for a lot of these other tournaments. On the other side, Deoxys is just going to play Garrus, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
I would think.
I'm pretty sure on that.
Yeah.
Of course, now watch. He's not.
I know, right?
I'm gonna prove
Yeah.
it wrong.
It comes with some wild character. Collector comes up for Deoxys.
Yeah. Hey, it happened with Perfect Legend at Evo,
That's
right?
true, actually. He did.
He's
He
like,
did.
what's he gonna do? Is he change variation? Collector.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. We'll see what he goes for. And in the couple of the other matches, just to let you know, Kevo moved on. Biohazard moved on. That means that they'll play against each other.
Oh.
Kevo and Biohazard. And we also have Dizzy TT versus Forever King will be coming up as well.
Wow. Round 2. Round 2
Literally
of the tournament.
round 2.
So the most interesting one to me there is truly is Bio versus Kevo, because like I was saying, they're both really fighting for that spot. They're right outside the range that they need to be.
Yes, they were tied in points.
Oh yeah,
as we
literally,
mentioned. Yeah.
exactly. So they're very much like knowing that's maybe one of the most important matches of the rest of their pro competition career, I guess you could say, for this.
No, you're absolutely right. Well, we'll see if that comes up on stream. Hopefully so. We did hear Garrus, so no surprise there. And Scarlet.
Okay. So this is, of course, King Gambler's first main character, and a character that a lot of people are saying got a lot better after the patch with maybe the most minimal changes of everybody else. But it's because her down 1 and her down 3 and her down 4, they all do a lot more hit stun. So it used to be that if she poked you, her best bet after that was just to poke again, which is not a lot of reward.
Yeah.
But now she can check you with she can do down 1 into 4/4, which guarantees her to be plus on block, which is a little bit of chip. She can do down 1 into throw, of course, and she's got double crushing blow throws. She can do down 1 into forward 4 stagger pseudo mix-ups or 2-1 to check people. A lot of different things, obviously. So I'm interested to see that. Of course, these two players have played against each other quite a bit, so I'm also assuming that they have some experience as to how each other plays, what they would prefer to use in the matchup. My big question too is, are we going to see any more new era Garrus this weekend, or is it still going to be? But I can't even remember what the other one is.
When I've seen Deoxys play, I think I've only seen Infinite Warden out of his Garrus.
But I mean, almost every Garrus has been only Infinite Warden, except for maybe like Gur and Burrito Voorhees. But now it's a whole different era. It's a new era.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, you're right.
I did not mean to say that originally.
Okay.
But it's true. So in the last patch, they increased the combo potential of new era, so he can confirm off a forward 2-1, which is one of maybe the most important strings that he has. They gave him the ability to, like, I don't know, there were just some new things that really help out that variation, and then there are other things that hurt Infinite Warden.
Right, exactly.
So a lot of people were saying, hey, maybe this is the new one to go to, and I want to see if anybody backs that up by playing it. But I think New Era is the most fun to watch.
Well, I agree with you.
I know what you're going to say, yes.
You know I like to see the command grab. I already thought that New Era was one of the better characters in the game.
Yeah,
even before. I mean, he's just, again, like with Jackie, his fundamentals as a character are just super good.
Right.
So then to give him a command grab as well is good. He has kind of a zoning sort of up column, whatever, it's the sand column, I don't know.
The cancels where he teleports back in time,
Yeah,
that's some of the
stepping it
coolest
back.
cancels I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You can combo from some of them, you can do setups into like throw mix-ups with them, I don't know, they're all great, but
I think we're going to see the Warden. I think that's what we're seeing here.
Deoxys has like played the same way and like chose the same characters the entire time he's played, but it works so well.
Will not abide your attack on me.
Oh, look, we're getting Halloween early with both these costumes.
Will make me immortal.
You are the first to think so.
Match how about that? All right, so what are we seeing here? The Warden? The Warden. All right.
Against Blood Drive Scarlet.
Okay.
Now, it is really weird that they're wearing matching outfits. It's like they planned.
I love it. Yeah, thanks, Random Gear. Appreciate it.
Alright, so basically just checking in this mid-range, but that's really scary because you can actually whiff punish very well with Garrus by just backing up and sand trapping, but we're not going to see that. So we're still going to see the punch setups. Now they do go away now once you use them in the slowdown, so that's a big nerf to that. Also, if you do the fully charged big hand, fully charged Hulk hand, you can't combo from it off the crushing blow.
Ooh, okay. Now, one of the big changes for Garrus is that down back one sand trap will no longer crushing blow on just a counter hit or a punish. Pretty big change for him. I feel like this is one matchup where that may be a big deal as well.
Yeah,
his counter zoning against her is not going to be quite as scary. I mean, it's still scary because he's now in your face, right? Fundamentally, that's just good.
Yeah, he's going to get the great Oki. He's going to get back all that space that he's lost via the zoning. But yeah, you're definitely going to get a lot less opportunities to set it up. And Gambler taking game one. Or sorry, round one. Ooh.
Yeah, that 31% crush is not going to come out quite as often for this character anymore.
Oh, wow, he actually did 4-3 over the down 3. Breaks out relatively quickly.
He did do it again. We saw him try to press buttons after getting hit by a down 1 before.
Guaranteed plus frames from
advantage right there.
Oh, threw out of the corner. That's super interesting.
Gotta mix it up.
Yeah, I think he did that to set up the crushing.
Keep it up. Very nice.
Covers from the downs, too.
Okay. Wow. Trying a neutral tuck, I think, right there, and Gambler blows it up. Look at that expression on Deoxys' face on the right side of your screen.
I don't think I've ever seen Deoxys get blown up that hard.
He got blown up?
Yeah, that was extremely one-sided. I don't know what it was. Do you think he was just pressing buttons, maybe?
He pressed buttons a lot. Yeah, I mean, there were situations where he got hit by the down 1 poke and then was trying to do something else.
Right.
And a Gambler just had control each time.
Well, one thing that Deoxys has been pretty well known for is that he does use how good that Garrus down 1 is a lot, or has used it. For instance, like 4-2-1-2, he would do down 1 on block almost every single time afterwards. And he'll do down 1 in a row, down 1 to disrespect plus frames, but this is not the situation where you can do that. There it is again. He checks with the down 1.
Yeah, it's got a good hitbox, super fast. It's nice, good move, no doubt. Backing off, though, is King Gambler. He doesn't even want to get involved in that, as you can see. Either he has advantage, I think, or he backs off.
Frames.
Ooh!
That's an interesting way to use plus frame. You just throw a straight projectile.
Look at that little delay. Deoxys. So if there were too many buttons before, Deoxys has definitely made the change now of fewer buttons. You can see he's blocking a lot more, much more patient. Backs off. I love this right here.
Yeah, this is what he needs. So now he gets to start playing his game. Wow, down 1 anti-air. Using for a lot of stuff. Nice. Avoids it. I actually didn't know you could do stand 2 on 2 to avoid 4-2-1. So that's new to me. But you have to do like down 3 or something weird.
They trying to make the approach. He did, in fact, do it again. Okay. So maybe not pressing buttons for just a little bit was enough to set up being able to do it again.
Yeah. Condition at least. Oh, wow. That was a really nice movement. Moving there.
Okay.
Oh, nice. That should be it.
Gambler tried that once before, and there was no flawless block. You know, Deoxys is one of the players who I think of as being the most exploitative of the flawless block mechanic. He does it extremely well.
Right, and usually we see Gambler go the other variation of Scarlet because it has parry. So you can do stuff like 1-2-4 on block, cancel into parry, and then you can catch any flawless block follow-ups if you want to, or you can let it go and you're still minus like 2 on block or something like that. But not this variation. We are seeing Blood Drive, which is pretty unique to see, I think, out of Gambler.
Ooh, nothing else. Oh, that one's still there.
Yep, and it still does massive damage.
Here's a chance. Now, there is a breakaway. Of course, it'll come. Gambler has a chance to pressure. Oh, boy.
Ooh, nice conversion off the down 1 anti-airing on the way up. That's going to hurt a good amount. One more mix-up. It's all that Ellipsis needs. Nice.
Very nice. Yeah, just waited, as you could see.
I like how he went for the optimal punish, too. Like, just you can tell it's in his muscle memory, right? It would have been a little bit safer for him to just go 4-3-2. I think it was still killed, but he's like, just off the bat, he's like, okay, I see the roll. I'm going for forward 3 into spike throw, and that is just it. Bed of spikes, I believe it's called.
Bed of spikes? Yep. Now, did he change anything?
I don't know. It was a pretty quick move back in, but I wouldn't be surprised if we did see him go to the other Scarlet variation, just because, especially he's seen now that the flawless blocks are there. And nope.
Blood Drive it is.
So far, we've only seen a couple of the slow blood balls. Nice, good whiff punish.
Yeah, I love that he backs up and then does that. The intention is to whiff punish. No. I I mean, good damage still,
yeah.
but, you know, whatever.
And good Oki.
Yeah, it is.
You take it.
That's Gears for you.
Yeah.
If he gets the crushing blow, fantastic, 30+%. But if not, no big deal. He still does good damage. He's right in your face.
Oh, he's going to charge it.
Sets
That
it
was
up.
slow. That was slow. He didn't get the full setup he wanted.
Oh! Maybe expecting the second hit of the string. So Gambler trying to mount this offense here. Interruption.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of staggers to kind of bait the intended flawless blow.
What? Oh my God!
What was that forward 3 anti-air? That's going to be it.
That man's knee hits the back of his head?
You waste my time.
Maybe she landed on
I mean,
the
I've
little,
seen contortionists before, but that's
Round
quite a
2,
trick.
Fight.
It's a little like a beetle on his back. I know it's not a beetle, but...
Oh, the scarab in the back
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Yeah, it's got a hitbox on it. I believe it. Yeah, I've seen that.
Like glows. It protects him. It's why he's got this one piece of armor, you know? Protect your shoulders, protect your back. Oh, didn't get the full conversion off the down 2, but still mounting a good offense here.
Yeah, he's got the life lead. He's trying to control things. He's at a great spot for Scarlet as well. Chance. Wow, not quite there on the whip punish.
Woo! Oh,
The big
ouch.
K.
And life's even. That's all it takes. That's a good wake up. One of the best wake up threes in the game.
Trying to harass here. Intended anti-air, no.
Ooh,
Lovely keep up. Dunks him right into the foliage.
Oh, no. Oh, no. This is a match point for Deoxys. He only needs to guess right maybe one more time. Oh,
Well.
not. Throw out of the corner. Smart. So Gambler, I think, has played some of the smartest choices as far as throwing out of the corner.
Final round.
You know, that's going to, of course, bait them to try to protect the other direction normally. Sure. And, hey, you get it, you win, or you set up a crushing blow throw.
Totally.
Whatever. But now it's match point both players. And a not very fun spot to be in for King Gambler.
He just built meter. Oh no, and there's not going to be anything on wake up here. He's stuck. You can see Deoxys try his down one. He was a little late.
Still throwing it out. Good pressure opportunity.
These funky staggers right here are killing Gambler.
Funky is a great way to put it. None of those are super real, but they're just, it's so many weird ones in a row. You're like, wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, crushing
We got
blow
the big
throw
fail.
set up.
Oh,
this is
boy.
huge. And it is both directions. Oh, he attempted it. He didn't just walk up and do it.
I mean, that's Deoxys for you. He knew exactly what was coming.
Wait, he's got one more bar, and then to stand forward to it again. Oh, no.
Oh!
Right! I forgot that still wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough.
No, what else would kill but the down one? Then Deoxys takes it. Wow, what a well-fought match on both sides right there.
Yeah, and great adaptation. So that's another one of the crushing blows that was changed. I totally forgot that was a thing.
That's right, it did.
The requirement for that crushing blow now is they just have to be in the corner. So if you
Right.
have them in any corner combo ever, then you can just go right into it just like that, which is exactly what he did. And he's like, yeah, now I'm in Chip's spot at least. He thought it might kill, but it didn't. So super smart by Deoxys.
Definitely.
I'm glad to see Gambler going all Scarlet, though. I love watching Scarlet.
Yes.
Unfortunately, going into losers now round 2.
That's right, yeah.
Yikes.
It's going to be tough in that loser side, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking about that earlier, like seeing some of these players losing round 1. I'm like, wow. Imagine now having to go through this bracket in the losers. Yeah. Because you know you're not going to be like, yeah, I'm going to get like 3 or 4 matches in losers of like, okay players. You're like, oh yeah, round 2 losers, I'm going to play King Gambler.
Right,
you know?
right. That's how it will be, but that's DreamHack Montreal this year.
Yeah.
You know, it's just super dense with top-level players.
Yeah.
What do we got coming up next? I see Biohazard has walked up to the stage, and that means that we are going to get BC Biohazard versus RG Kevo X Reborn.
All right, so obviously I'm excited to see Bone Picker. Of course, the command grab variation of Baraka. Now, Kevo, I actually have no idea who he's going to use.
I feel like Kevo picks the good characters.
Yes.
You know? But the characters that he was playing before, look, sure, some nerfs, but still among the better characters in the game. Absolutely. So I don't know that he needs to switch, but we'll see.
Yeah, he's one of those players who might just switch anyway,
Yeah,
right? But
totally.
he's also one of those players who's always played a lot of characters, so he might be like, yeah, I'm already good enough with like Sonya and Jackie to top 8 at CEO. Maybe I'll go pick up Liu Kang, because I can, right?
You know what? I wouldn't at all be surprised to see Liu Kang coming up. I feel like that's the money right now. That's actually my bet.
I think that would be a really good character for Kevo, too, just based on how he plays. I mean, he's always been a pretty... I guess you could say like a pretty fundamental-based like player. Like in Mortal Kombat 9, he played Cabal, and he was just good at the fact that Cabal could do everything, and that's why he plays. You know, for instance, like Sonya. Sonya can just kind of do everything, and she fits him really well. Jackie, of course, she is just so powerful in her own right as far as like a rushdown character and covering some matchups. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Liu, but of course I wouldn't be surprised if we saw anybody, or just him sticking with his classic characters. There's really no need to go to anybody else.
I agree with you, yeah. Now, Biohazard, you mentioned Bone Picker. Of course, last weekend we saw him at Celtic Throwdown playing Baraka, the command grab variation. Today and yesterday in casuals, I saw him playing Marauder Baraka. So I don't know which one to expect. Indeed, it was Marauder. The thing is, though, that as a fan of grabbing people, I still feel that Marauder Baraka, along with the other characters who have both side crushing blows, that still is legit. It's still, you can still play that grab heavy style with that character.
Yeah,
and at the same time, of course, get much more damage when you find a hit.
Yeah, it's, I mean,
How do I earn your respect?
Level of damage that you get with Marauder Baraka is
Drill Sergeant Blade reporting.
literally second to none. I think literally there's nobody in the game who does more damage than Marauder Baraka. And if you can make people guess really well, which is literally the best thing the Bio has going for it, then you get up close in their face, and it's terrible.
And that damage is a way to keep up with the damage. Well, okay, that Sonya can bring out. Of course, does a little less than before, but she's still pretty legit about it.
Yeah, after the patch, definitely you can say that.
Oh, this is already golden for Biohazard. The escape failed has popped up.
Yeah, that means that now he's a mix-up character.
He is.
And if there's anybody who's good at getting around zoning, it's going to be Bio. And he already is showing, like, the zoning isn't even phasing him. And Sonya's one of the best zoners in the game, still.
Underneath? No, that might have been an intended drug tech even, but here's Kevo. Oh, no, does not even bother trying to pressure. Out of there is Kevo.
Nice. He got the pause block on that, but it's not going to matter. Kevo's going to take it. I love the style that Kevo's playing right now. He's playing so patient. He's like, you know what? I see you, Marauder Baraka. I'm going to run. I'm going to run like hell.
Yeah, just walking away, right? You can see him. He's got those sea legs on this ship.
Sliding all over all the blood.
Yeah, no, he's footing over there. Okay, did complete the string, and Kevo had the flawless block up to beautiful. Oh no! Getting a little too ahead of himself with the foot. But again, I love Kevo's style. He just backs off. No need for pressure. Oh no! It can happen against human hitboxes. It's a bummer.
Oh, that's a terrible feeling. And now you got to fight back through so much zoning. I think the throw crushing blow is still set up.
It is.
But you gotta get a hit.
He can't get touched.
Can't even really block him.
Yeah, he really can't get touched.
Oh, okay. Getting stuck in the
No! Kevo had scoped it out.
Yeah, that was actually a beautiful, beautiful anti-air. You almost never see Sonya's go for that as an anti-air. They're always down running. But yeah, she's got an anti-air throw. Don't forget it. And it does crushing blow if you actually anti-air a move out of the air. So didn't need that extra damage, but got the extra damage. And yeah, Kevo looking so slow. I would love to see Bone Picker, honestly, just to contest that mid-range.
Yes.
People don't talk about it as much, but
Stand down.
the best strength isn't, I don't think, so much the fact that you have a command grab, but that you are now a threat at like maybe 2 to 3 more character spaces away than you were with Marauder.
100%, yeah. It's a way to make it so that the opponent can't just walk safely around. And that's exactly what Kevo was doing. You could see him walking a lot. That's why he got hit by so many forward fours, the big boot. Now with this, Biohazard's going to be able to stop that from happening, or at least make Kevo think about it. Yeah, here we go. So the mix-ups have started.
Did you see the aggressive start from Kevo? He's like, okay, now you don't do as much damage. I'm just going to rush you down.
Yeah, well, it's true.
Of course, the damage is still there with this Brock.
It's not like it's terrible damage. If you've gotten a hit with him, you're doing a couple hundred damage. Well, unless that screws up, that's a bummer.
That's super unfortunate. Yeah, that could have been a lot more. But yeah, the damage is there, mostly through crushing blows still.
Yeah, you can also punish things. Yes. You got a 17-frame half-screen command grab.
Yeah, it's like using a dash punch, but it's a grab dash punch.
Yep.
And it leaves you beautiful. Wow, I thought he was going to get over that. I think he thought he was going to get over that too.
Oh, chance!
All right,
he didn't have offensive bar, unfortunately for him. The down one actually didn't work against Baraka's jump kick.
Yeah, no, it's one of those jump kicks that's so good. Like, it has to basically whiff for you to down one. Yeah, this switch to Bone Picker has looked way, way better.
Well, you can definitely see how much more of a threat he is in this mid-range. Kevo, will he go in this time? Yeah. We've seen more offensive play from him when he's not worried about the damage out of Marauder.
Check with that forward, straight mid, so beautiful.
Woo! In there, and you always have Oki afterward. Oh, lovely stuff.
Oh, wow, and a wake-up up too. That's something that I would have to do a lot. We saw a lot more with Kano, who has an amazing wake-up up too, but I guess he still got it here.
Kevo still has the big life lead, and he's threatening to get the match point. Oh. Lovely. It was not reversal time, I think.
Yeah, or, yeah, I think it was a reversal time. I think he was just I'm pretty sure he was. All right, plus frames. What's the mix?
No. Now that neutral duck there could have been swept. It could have been forward, but Kevo had the right call.
Still haven't seen a down 2 crushing blow come out though from Sony. That could have been the opportunity.
Again, kind of neutral duck. You see it gets blown up.
Oh, it's down 3 trades all over each other. Ooh, no. Oh yeah, now Luca's going back to the zone game.
Oh!
He said
the
neutral
slow
duck
overhead, right? Yeah.
Oh no! He got the counter on the 4-4-4, but he wasn't holding it. And that he really needed it right there too. He could have got the conversion into command grab. Oh,
Biohazard in trouble. Here's Kevo. What a duck! Is that good? Yes. Kevo ends up taking it. I love his duck moments. You know, he really picked the right timings to get underneath.
Yeah, I mean, in that matchup, especially, you know, against Bone Picker, I almost always say Bone Shaper, FYI, for anybody out there who gets.
That makes sense,
But yeah, against Bone Picker, you have to make the reads. You have to go into spots and be like, you know what? I'm just going to neutral duck here. And even if you get hit by that back 2 overhead, or if you get hit by the 4-4-4, like, you just take them, right? You have to make a reads eventually, especially when you're a high damage character like Sonya. You just say, you know, I can make 3 wrong reads in situations like that. I'll make 1, and then I'm good.
That's true. That's right. Now, we mentioned the point situation. They have been tied at 130 points each for 22nd overall in the standings. Now, this doesn't mean that Biohazard's going to end up with fewer points than Kevo this week because, you know, we'll see he's still in losers. We'll see what happens later on. But, of course, tough start for Bio.
Yes.
In trying to win that race of not just winning the tournament this weekend, but getting enough points to qualify for the finals later on.
And, of course, they're actually also in direct competition with each other, right? It's not necessarily just about their own points moving up, but now one of them could potentially have the lead, so they have to literally, it's
100%.
Tough stuff. So, looks like we're going to have Sonic Fox up against Sunio.
Yeah.
Who, I was asking for more next gen Jackie. I did it right. I did it right. You should be proud of me.
Let's do it.
Yeah. My names are all mixed up in this game completely. So I'm just gonna describe things. I'm gonna be like the shooty Jackie variation.
The Goop one.
Yeah. Is it Goop? Do you think it's Goop?
I call it Goop. I don't know what it was
like energy.
I'm sure it's energy.
It looks like Goop. I agree.
I don't know.
Energy Goop. Can we just combine them? Energy Goop Jackie against
Buzzed Devora. And again, like I said, Sonic Fox told me that they think that this is an S-level character, that one of the best, just that she's super difficult to play. And that's that for them, that was the main issue here.
But the main mix-up is which skin you're going to get with Devora, because this one is so gross.
That's Devora, though. I love that. I think they did such a good job with her this time.
They did.
She just looks horrible and great at the same time.
I'm revolted when I see this, and that's the point, right?
Right, exactly. Oh my god, the damage!
Wow.
You see the blue stuff?
Yes.
What?
The energy goop! As opposed to the bug goop.
Yeah, oh god, this is just a horrible, gross battle.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough... Oh, never mind. Well, okay, just a few more mix-ups. Finds the overhead.
Okay.
Oh, that's it!
Okay.
Super smart. Good whip. Now, I assume that Sunio was attempting to make the anti-air whip right there by, just shooting the downwards energy goop and then punishing the anti-air. But Fatal Blow was the perfect option right there.
Sonic Fox scopes it out. Okay. I understand that setup. Again, the projectiles do less damage in there. Right, Fox just staying away. By the way, I love that. Putting out the low bug and then going up into the air for the amplified high bug. The startup on that is so long, but if you have the low bug down there, you're sort of a way to guard yourself.
Yeah, because it doesn't go away even if Devora gets hit. But there is definitely an angle here. I think Sunio could be going for a little bit more with exactly with the dive bomb. Wow! 2 hits in a row for a lot of damage.
No. And a move here is Fox.
You gotta get out of there, but you can't.
She's still on fire! She's still on fire! Where did the health go?
I don't know. It just disappeared. And that was so much patience from Sunio, just waiting to get in. And then Sunio found the moment, and then they're just like, yeah, that's it. But now Fatal Blow's gone for Fox, and now the dash punch, Fatal Blow, or sorry, Crushing Blow is gone for Sunio.
The amount of overhead Sonic Fox gets right just amazes me.
But hey, that's Fox.
Right. It's quite unsafe. And yet there it is.
Oh,
no, you can see Fox trying to move.
Yeah, and of course, every time you get hit by the projectile, you get a little damage over time on you. It's not a huge amount, but all these little bits add up. Look at that. The dive bomb actually knocked Fox back into the puddle.
Sunio putting up quite a wall right here.
Oh no, gets hit by the overhead finisher. There's no real mix-up there. Oh, and this is looking even. Goes for the back throw. Oh yeah, no, there's no crushing blow inspiration. I'm talking about. Oh, the delay! This is a lot of damage.
What a jump out of Fox. Oh, what are they gonna get? Oh no, the panic! The panic! And Sunio loses after all. Sonic Fox just knew exactly what was gonna come up.
And on top of that, it wasn't just, wow, look at that. Showing off the one-handed teabagging effect. I don't even know, that's the skill. So, not only was the Fatal Blow blocked, the Fatal Blow was actually punished by a bug that was already on the ground, and then Fox knew exactly how to punish it. Like, oh yeah, the bug's gonna hit, a little bit more time, I'm just gonna go for the forward 1-3 afterwards. It wasn't like the super fastest punish, and that was actually smarter, because had there been maybe a little faster attempt at a punish, you might have seen the bug interrupt the punish, which does happen a good amount. Then something drops, then you lose, and you're like, oh no. Yeah, it sounds exactly like that.
Yeah, I think that's why Fox told me that this character is so hard to play. You just have to be so in tune with that kind of thing.
Right.
Once you are, you know, okay.
And so
yeah, this is their main.
The recovery on these bugs is actually super, super slow. So you can find a spot, and there's no projectile while it's being shot down. So you could actually see Sunio dash through it and then jump and do a dive bomb and punish it. I don't want to say easily, but the timing wouldn't be too short.
Look at that ectoplasm down there.
Yeah. He's taking little ticks. Oh, try the answer. Whoa!
Okay, oh, that's cool.
It was cool. It was almost super cool. But it was only normal levels of cool. Nice jump one, one of the furthest reaching in the game. Like I said, hold the bug. Gonna stop. Not able to get a combo.
Fox scheming over there. Sunio knows it.
Fox is now in Fatal Blow range, just barely. Both
Yeah, I almost wonder if he stood in the ectoplasm just to get into Fatal Blow territory. I don't know.
Yeah, you could in this matchup. Smart takes the knockdown.
No, not whip punish though. Oh, that'll do it. It's match point now. Echo Fox, Sonic Fox.
And goes with the back throw just to, create that situation where it's like either you're guessing super right or you're losing. Oh, that's a great start. And gonna get some corner pressure. The downside of ending the last round that way, just kidding. That's a punish / counter hit only crushing blow on 1-2 throw? Yeah, 1-2 throw.
Punish. Oh no.
It's hard to punish. That was really good spacing.
Wow, I feel like Jackie's tactic should be one of the more legit punishes in the game. Okay, pretty cool.
Alright, goes for the knockdown. Huge Oki. Oh, double low. A bunch of setups. I can't believe we're watching this high level of this matchup in this game.
Yeah, it's super cool. And you can see that he does not have the ability to put out ectoplasm full screen. There's a particular range.
And it's super smart to, you see Sunio throwing out the puddles and then moving back so that Fox can't move back out. Oh no. That should be it. Fatal Blow.
Got ahead of himself. Fox would be able to do it pretty easily here.
Finish her.
You know, I like the idea from Fox of just hanging out. They didn't need to do anything at all, right? It was on Sunio to make the comeback happen, and so it was just a very patient play out of Fox. Nicely done.
Yeah, I would have still liked to see, I think, from Sunio, like, some more challenges in those zoning situations. Like, the patience was perfect, but there are definitely holes in there, and I think Fox was maybe getting a little bit too comfortable, just, like, throwing air projectile. When, I mean, Jackie has both ground dash punch and the air dive bomb, and both of them are potential options.
Okay.
So I would want to see something attempted, but, oh well, just moving through, still going to see Sunio in loser's bracket.
Do you feel that you could do dash punch like in between the?
Yes, yeah, definitely. I mean, so there's.
I mean, to punish her.
Yeah, no, totally. Because the hitbox only starts when the bug starts coming out of the ground. And dash punch is going to go like just over and past it. You just have to wait for that little gap in between them. And there's, I'm telling you, a lot of recovery on that air projectile. It's a lot more than it seems. It would definitely work. Or at least try to dash past it. Try to dash past it, get underneath it. Because there's no projectile on the way down.
Right, yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, not going to see it now, at least.
Yeah.
So Sonic Fox moves on. Kevo Reborn will be the next matchup there. And we are going to have Dizzy TT versus Forever King. Winner of this will play against the Oxes.
Oh, wow. All right, so we are going to be pretty much seeing, I guess, most of the winners match, I would assume, going through this.
Yes.
So King versus Dizzy TT. I'm trying to remember if there was another time that these two have played. But off the top of my head, I cannot remember if they've ever played.
Wow, I have exactly the thing for you.
All right, perfect.
Who is it? Dizzy TT?
And King, and Forever King. The Forever King. King, I don't even know he's honestly playing anymore these days. Of course, Dizzy, I believe, singing with Sonya. I didn't get to see too much of Celtic Throwdown, sadly, because I was watching, or I wasn't able to watch because I was living normal hours in the U.S., unfortunately.
I know what you mean.
Which is very weird for me.
Normally,
normally I'm like, European hours? Sick. This is my perfect time.
Now, according to fgcombo.com, which is an awesome site for comparing players and their stats and whether they played head-to-head, these two players have not played head-to-head this year.
Okay. So, luckily, it's not just my memory failing. They actually haven't. And that's a really interesting level of players to have not played against each other. You feel like most of the higher-level players in this game have, at some point, run into each other. But maybe King just hasn't been able to travel as much, I guess, this year.
Well, he's been to EVO, CEO, Combo Breaker, Dizzy, Combo Breaker, CEO, Vianality, VS Fighting, EVO. I mean, he's been traveling.
So they could have fought at EVO, they could have fought at Combo Breaker, they could have fought at CEO.
Sure.
Right. But they didn't, I guess, for whatever reason.
Well, sometimes it doesn't work out. But here it is. This is, again, winner's side, only round number 2.
So seeing the button check, I'm assuming King is going to be sticking with Garas.
I would think so. It's what he has been playing most of the time.
It seems like most people stuck with their guns.
Liu Kang, the Hourglass.
Well,
okay. So we did see Liu Kang from Dizzy at CEO. I know. I don't know if he used it in Celtic Throwdown, but is it just some insert some sort of joke about him and Rewind and they're like being variations of each other, their own joke that they constantly push, and then now both playing Liu Kang. Like there's something there. Pretend I made a good joke out of that, please.
And there's a lot of chatter about this character as maybe being the best in the game. Liu Kang, I mean.
I will not
but this is the first Liu Kang
By
that we've
Raiden's hand, you
I
win.
don't think we saw any in the first pool. Yeah,
circle.
Maybe the first, if not one of the first, which is weird. I thought we were going to see way more.
What a start for Forever King. Time Judge immediately dashed in and got it. What a wait as well. So Dizzy has shown here that he's willing to play this slow. And he would,
he went for another. Of course, he was going to go for another. But good tech. Nice punish. This is how it all starts. Oh, wow. Spends both of his offensive bar. You are going to be able to get some conversions in the corner with just some normal things, but not having that bar is going to mean a lot. There's a lot of things that you want to do, like low fireball maybe for.
Look at his patience out of King right here.
Oh, missed that punch just barely.
On reaction attack. Ooh, didn't give it up.
Yeah,
here we go.
All right.
Will there be a break? Yep.
And good.
Again.
Yeah, no, great attacks. But great recognition that there was a break. So he just did the 4-2-1 only and managed to still himself out. Okay, pushing him into the corner. Great conversion.
Beautifully. Yeah, that was genius conversion. And Forever King, as a result, now has the corner for himself, grinding him in those gears. Got him!
Wow. Just going for the this is like seeing. It's a weird thing to say, but like day one style from Garrus, where you just see them walk up slowly and confidently and just hit you or just throw you and say, I don't really care what you're doing. Like, you're going to guess right now. And it seems like King has still been playing that style and really perfected it. 1-1-1, not as much of a mix-up anymore.
Yeah, they slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah, it's still only a few frames different, so it's not the easiest thing to do. People, I think, maybe underrate it a little bit about how useful it still is.
He's out of there. Oh, wow, and Dizzy waited properly. Nice timing on this.
This could be a lot. Even
Would there not be a breakaway? He had full meter that whole time to break away. He just chose not to.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what he was trying to save for. Maybe he was just hoping he would drop it or something, but he's got the momentum going again. Wake up down 1.
Wow.
I mean, that's smart because we did see all of these kind of delayed options from Forever King. We saw him like walk up delayed throw, walk up, just wait a split second, and maybe try to bait wake ups and then do forward 2-2, but down 1 is much faster.
Got him. God, 31% just like that.
Off of one of the scariest strike throw mix-ups in the game.
Got him. Okay, this is maybe the start here for Forever King. Time Judge. Neutral. Oh, and then not punished.
He's going to stay plus on that. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, he had already done it a couple of times.
2 crushing blows, and that's going to be it. He saved those all for the perfect moments at the end. Throw crushing blow, bicycle kick crushing blow, etc. You can just melt against Liu Kang. I mean, Liu Kang, he's one of those characters who he normally doesn't do a lot of damage. If you just look at strictly his like mid-screen B&B combo damage. But you know, you get him to the corner, his damage is terrible. You get him any crushing blows out of so many they can potentially use, his damage is terrible.
He's got very practical ones, yeah.
Right.
So wake up 2 is the intention, but Forever King just busts right through it. Okay.
Okay, that's a way to set it up. Stay safe off of that. I like the check though.
He's just trying to whiff that sand trap in front of him so he can set up the crushing blow, but that seems like not a great matchup to try that in, considering Dragon Kick.
I mean, he tried 1 and he got punished for it. Wow, misses the interrupt, or even goes for something, assuming there was going to be a stagger there.
There's just so many things that Liu Kang can do in that kind of pressure situation. Some quite advantaged on block, even.
All right, another throw. These throws work out super well, and that, oh no, never mind. There was a breakaway.
Not quite. Get it. He was just a few pixels away.
Oh, I'm surprised, honestly, that the 1-1 didn't hit. Now he's just got to check here. Oh, trade.
Yo, what a gutsy wake up right there from Dizzy.
Hey, it worked the first time. Try it again.
Yeah.
Round 2.
And if it had just plainly hit, like he would have gotten legit damage out of it. Too far.
All right, corner positioning for Liu Kang. That's not where you want to be. Oh, this is going to be huge. He's got to break away. Okay, good. That was going to be like over half his life.
Wow, down 1. Didn't connect in that situation. There's a chance, no. I love these little moments that King finds a grab. Jumps out. Oh, no! Spend both. Yeah, he's going to set up the crush.
That was a great confirm. That I assume it was like a confirm or just a read that he was going to get hit by the final hit of the string. Oh, no. That's so much damage. All right, he's going to stay safe.
King in a bit of trouble in this round. Oh, he split up too fast.
More than a bit of trouble. Yeah, he doesn't even have the crushing blows to fall back on.
No, he does have fatal. Okay! Oh, this actually now has gone from bad to a great situation. Yes. One mix-up here for King is going to take him the game.
Oh!
One mix-up.
Can he
actually win? Fatal blow!
Oh, no! He had to have been able to just fatal blow backwards, right? Just jump back to fatal blow, and that would have been it. He really was sure that was going to hit, but...
Oh, man, that is a huge bummer. The crush comes out. He had set it up like we were talking about. And now Dizzy, just as in the last game, he waits until the final round to really start bringing that stuff out.
Yeah, look at this. The health is already melted, but we've seen these beautiful anti-airs from King so far. They're all set.
No, too far, and King knew it, and there's no breakaway now. This has got to really count for King. Look at that damage already mounting up. What are we going to have done? No!
Oh, no! I think you can do full back 2-2 into sand trap right there, and it connects, but he didn't go for the full thing, so it whiffed.
Now you can see this cautious pressure from Dizzy. He is concerned about the fatal blow. You can see it in his play. King knows that he recognizes it's got a chance to pressure.
Don't throw it out randomly. Oh, and he gets punished, and that should be it. Doesn't give him a chance to break away. Super smart. Just confirming the forward 4-3 alone into the fatal blow, and Dizzy taking it 2-0 over King. King had so many opportunities, he just wasn't quite able to finish out those combos.
If you're King right now, that's what you're thinking about.
Yeah.
You're thinking about those best combos.
Yeah, and you're going to be thinking about those for the next several months, probably, right?
Maybe
that's how it is. It's rough life. But that was almost the coolest comeback kill combo of all time, right?
Wow.
I mean, not like we haven't seen that before from Garrus, but
yeah,
to actually do it in a moment like that would have been beautiful.
Yeah, would have been. Hey, didn't work out.
Yep.
So that means that Dizzy TT will play against Deoxys and Sonic Fox versus Kevo. Forever King down and losers. Anything big happening down there? Well, Winter Wars eliminated Lord V Noodles.
Oh.
And now it's Gambler versus Winter Wars. I assume that's happening off stream.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's, I mean, of course, even round 2 of losers is going to be pretty scary, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's tough just to not go 0-2 at this tournament, honestly. Like, if you went 0-2 at this tournament and you're like, so like look at Lord V Noodles, right?
Yeah.
Did Lord V Noodles have another match before Winter Wars, or was that his?
He did. He did beat Lowrider 20131.
Ah, okay. Maybe it's a phone number. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, like he lost a tough match into one other match that we don't know about into another tough match. Like that's yeah, this is no easy path.
And
today
it was 2-1 when he ended up being eliminated. So
well,
yeah, I mean this really is a killer tournament.
Yes, yes. I mean, this is 1/4 of a killer tournament, actually. And,
exactly, yeah.
There is going to be so much more after this, of course, but we're going to move on into, what is this? I believe winners semis?
Winners,
So
this is actually to get into top 16 right here.
So this is to make it out of the pool. This is a 4-out system to make it out of pools. So 2 players and winners that won't actually ever have to play each other. Not ever, but not in pools. And then 2 players out of losers. Ooh, with the fake, with the fake. Do you even want to, he just like, I don't know. Okay, so I don't know who we're going to see matchup-wise this time. Already going for the mix-ups.
Devora. Coliseum Beast.
He tried to shake Fox's hand so many times. And then when he finally got the handshake, it was after Fox had touched their hair like 3 times. That grosses me out. You know what I'm saying?
What? Oh, come on.
I don't know. Maybe I have a thing with that. Maybe I'm... You got to do the fist bumps, you know? You got to do the fist bumps at tournaments. You got to stay healthy. Especially if you're going to all these majors.
All right, so it's going to be Ringmaster Sonya or Kevo here. Fox making their way in.
All right, plus unblock. Nice. Let's just throw afterwards.
The bug. It's there.
A lot of people are really impressed with this matchup. Nice.
Finally, a block and a punish.
Whoa, interrupt on the race. Of course, everybody's learned how to do that quite a bit ago. But there we go. Fox saying, I'm not afraid of these punishes. I'm going to overhead again. Beautiful jab, anti-air. We are seeing a lot of these jump ones out of Fox, and I actually think that people underrate Devora's jump 3. Her jump kick is amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you, yeah. Great hitbox on it.
I love that throw. One of my favorite throw animations.
No, way too far. Wow, what a funky call right there from Kevo.
It was.
He's usually so much more composed than that. I don't know what he expected.
I actually think that was an intentional call. Knowing that Devora gets nothing that would be fast enough to stuff Fatal Blow off of that setup, and assuming that Fox was going to move in a little bit more. Because, yeah, it does seem uncharacteristic for Kevo, but I feel like he knew exactly what he was doing.
Death is assured.
Yeah, that range right there, you can see on this jump is so huge.
Yeah. But interestingly enough, for those of you out there who are going to definitely have to fight a lot more Devora's jump 1 has a hurt box across the entire, like, oviposture, technically is what it's called.
Okay, Kevo really mounting pressure right now. Fox has some bar, and hangs out, all right. Ooh, the range!
The breakaway.
Confirmed. Here it comes, the setup. Oh! Okay, all right. You know what? Shout out to, oh my God. If y'all had only seen Kevo take his head in his hands after that happened and rub his face.
Can I just talk about how smart Fox was? Not because of how beautiful that conversion was, but because the entire thing started with the assumption that Kevo was going to break away. Because you can get her optimal setups off of, into the ground bug, which I'm never going to be able to pronounce that name. Into the ground bug are off of, like, say, forward 1-3 into it. But Fox just went into one singular hit into it, assuming that was going to be a breakaway, instead of going for max damage into then, of course, that amazing setup. But we are going to see the switch over to Jackie from Kevo.
Character he's been using for quite a while. Here's, yeah, definitely blow that up. So this character's pressure is still very strong. She does a little bit less damage in some situations, but other than that, very good.
That's going to be a first big launch. Yeah, there you go. See, that's the optimal one, which Sonic Fox is not going to do. But Kevo staying patient.
The thing is that this matchup is, great pressure if Kevo gets things going. But outside of that range, this character, unlike Sonya, just doesn't have much to say.
Yeah, this neutral situation is looking a lot tougher than when you saw Studio playing against Fox earlier.
Yeah, absolutely, and it makes sense because this is a matchup where Jackie just doesn't have any ranged options. She has a fast dash punch like we were talking about, but other than that, she's just got to slowly get in.
What?
The wall.
I can't believe that was intentional. That raw, I don't know, ovipositor charge, I guess it's called?
Ovipositor, yeah.
Ovipositor? Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Whatever, man.
Whoever designed all of Devora's move names is
the Rushy Rush.
Is like the enemy of
I know, yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah, there's some entomologists there at NRS.
It's their QA team because they know a lot about finding bugs.
Hey!
Round 2. Fight.
So aside from that very funny joke, this is a great spot. Yeah, nice! That was actually beautiful by Kevo, knowing that he could not confirm the rest of that combo. There was going to be buzz on the floor.
Fox with a big chance to pressure, and by the way, at match point. Oh, okay. I think that makes sense. You know, they've still been so strong in mid-range, mid-screen. But yeah. Kevo here's. No! Wake up 3 probably?
Maybe. Or just a really good read on the instant jump kick. Oh, nice. That's going to get rid of the bug.
Yes.
Oh, stuffs the sweep? I think that was. Nice. Yeah, neutral jumps and jump back ones are really good against characters that have to physically move forward, such as breaks.
Bug too far away.
Oh, that's no punish on the raw clinch.
Again the tech. And there it is. What? Sonic Fox just manages to take it against Kevo. And quite a blow up. Yeah. Sonic Fox pretty good.
Okay, consoling Kevo.
All right.
Oh, with the hug. That was such a risky way to end it, honestly, with the fatal blow. But of course, Fox always knows, right?
I know, right?
There's you just have to assume. It's like you can't say like, oh, that was like a big risk. You have to be like,
you know,
yeah, the potential was there,
right?
And so Fox was going to choose right in that spot.
He basically does that.
Yeah, it is how it is. So that means that Fox making it out into top 16.
However, in top 16, the 2 people who make it out in winner's side still play against each other.
Okay.
So this pool will be the path to get into winner's top 8.
Right.
Like you have to get through everybody in this pool to make it into winner's top 8.
Right. So then it'll be the winner of, I'm assuming, the next match that we are going to have.
Yeah, I would think yes. Deoxys versus Dizzy is what's coming up next, and yeah, so it'll be Fox versus the winner of these 2.
Cool. And then, so let's see, who made it out in the other bracket?
That was Dragon and Scar.
Right, Dragon and Scar in winners, and then
in
on
losers,
the bottom we saw Honeybee and
Coach Steve.
Right. A win for Noob, and then a loss for it was Cassie, right? And then a loss with Noob.
Yeah, actually, Toxin ended up losing as Noob. Yeah.
I don't know who Honeybee is. Whatever. There's a lot of matches going on. I'm trying to watch all of them, all the off streams ones and stuff too.
Yeah.
But so that's who's guaranteed there. And then, do we have any updates in the losers bracket for?
Okay, let's take a look.
I'm sure we're going to see the end of these on stream also.
I would think. So King Gambler ended up eliminating Winter Wars.
Okay.
Forever King versus Captain Carl GG. Sunio beat Dre Yomi Games. Biohazard will play against Death Monkey and to play against Sunio.
Death Monkey. So my name that I saw in here, did you see there's somebody named Dragon Slayer? And
yeah.
I for the life of me hope so much that they play against Dragon, right? I was looking at the list of names and it's all alphabetical, and I saw Dragon Slayer, and I was like, oh my gosh, this has to happen.
Well, I got bad news for you because Dragon Slayer lost to Living Fiend and then beat Reptile G64 and then was eliminated by Captain Carl GG.
Okay, so the Captain Carl GG is the Dragon Slayer.
Yeah.
We might see them a little bit later, but maybe Dragon Slayer would have done better had their first round opponent been Dragon.
It's
maybe
a matchup thing.
It's only good at the Dragon matchup.
It's a matchup.
100%. Every other matchup is kind of a toss-up and didn't work out in their favor. You make the hard commitment with your name.
That's right. That's right.
So let's see, Deoxys versus Dizzy. The D names we are going to see, of course. I'm assuming Garrus. Now we could see Liu Kang. I really don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Liu here.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's any particular reason why you'd see any. I like maybe Sonya instead.
Sonya it is.
Dragon Grotto.
Yeah, I don't know what the full difference here is.
Down.
Maybe something about making 4-2-1-2 with Garrus, or.
Well, of course, we saw Dizzy use Liu against Forever King.
Yeah, you're right.
He got a 2-0.
You're right.
It might just be a player thing, right? It might be not so much about the characters here, but about the players.
Or maybe he chose him against King and then said, maybe I don't like this as much as I thought, but still won.
Okay.
And never had a chance to change.
Okay.
Got a problem with my future?
Your spawn will defy destiny.
That's the American dream.
Round 1.
All right.
Fight.
It's the American dream.
All right.
Oh, wow. Starting off with a metered interactable pop. That's a pretty heavy commitment of resources from Deoxys.
I don't know. I feel like that was like he screwed up some amplification or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. But, yeah, I mean, kind of paid off. Not looking so much right now. We're seeing a lot of Sonya players drop their combos. It's weird. It's a slightly different path, I believe.
Yeah. All right. Well, the knockdown comes. Now, you're not going to be quite as concerned about the counter zoning here, like you were saying before, for supporting Garrus. Here we go. Setting it up.
Full charge.
The Deoxys.
So they're still going for that same exact setup that leads you to... Oh, too far! Nice punish on the way down.
The Lancers. Oh, look at that. That was just expertly played out of Dizzy. He went from mid-screen, mid-range to pressuring and did it all safely and was absolutely ready for Deoxys to try to move.
Oh, I love that change to starting to use forward 3-2. That's going to be a much better neutral option for actually landing the hit or at least getting it blocked so you don't get whip punished like we've been seeing.
There it is.
Down 2, jump 2. Woo, that's a bit of damage. Woo, a little bit of damage.
I'll say.
You know, that's not actually more damage than you get normally from forward 2-1. I'm pretty sure you... No, it is. What I'm talking about, 400.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm saying about 2 bars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was anyway. Oh, the cancels.
Wow. Pretty cool. 350. Expensive though, so you can see. Ah, all right.
So, for whatever reason, the first Garrus Fatal Blow that we've seen today is just a super heavy challenge Fatal Blow. It's not actually going to kill either.
Nope.
And it doesn't give you any OP except for... Wow, I was about to say except for meaty Sand Trap.
What? Who would get hit by that?
What are you fearing? I don't know what the fear is there, why you get hit by that, actually. I mean, it does put Dizzy into a good spot outside of the corner. That had to have been a mistake.
Yeah, it might have been like an intended fatal, flawless block, something like that.
Maybe
there were no buttons.
Yeah. Like expecting like a down 1. Oh!
Well, again, I really feel that Deoxys is one of the best in the whole scene at using that mechanic. So strong. Oh, there was a jump, but no counter hit. That said, it's still Deoxys with a lot of life here. Big corner control. That'll do it.
Finish.
Yeah, even if there was meter to break away, it wasn't going to matter. What is that look he's giving him? What is that look? Deoxys has some of the best like expressions.
What do we got? Going to the boy here.
I mean, it wasn't looking bad, but then Dizzy got put in the corner. Deoxys just mixed.
Yeah, he kind of got smoked at the end.
Yeah.
Sonya.
Okay.
Goro's lair.
Conversation.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what it is.
They're really like talking about the matchup or something, or they're trying to talk about, you know, hey, did you get any good poutine in Montreal yet?
Well, maybe Dizzy has not, because he's shaking his head a lot.
Understandable. That's the universal sign of I just played Garrison bracket.
Yeah. What a jump.
Both hits hit against the breakawaying opponent. All right, I'm never gonna have the correct term for that, but that was weird. You usually only see one hit ever hit. Plus a block. What? He reversed the throw after
Sometimes you gotta be gutsy.
Deoxys is actually one of the best players at knowing when to disrespect advantage situations, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. So now it's his chance to pressure. He can turn it on here. Yeah, there's the block. Again, you can kind of consistently block the overhead low now. It's a little... It's doable, like you were saying. Yeah. It's a 3-frame difference, so doable. Not the easiest thing, but doable for sure.
Well, the best way to think about it is nice cancel. All right, this isn't enough. Yeah, especially with the breakaway. And wake up down 1.
Oh my god. All these chances are at Dizzy. Trying to fight. Remember that fatal blow from game 1? That's clearly in Dizzy's mind, and there it is.
Why did he even spend that fatal blow? I don't know. I guess he just wanted to win guaranteed. I feel like he could have done the time stop. One more time stop, down 2, down 2.
I think you're right. He did have offensive bar, so I'm sure he could have done the...
yeah, I mean, even if he did sand trap into down 2, it still won't go. But, oh well, take the round if you can, right? Guaranteed.
Yeah, it is match point for him.
Oh, nice. That's not going to be a Christian blow. No longer. We lived through an era.
It's a new one, you might say.
Oh, okay.
Down 1, it's his turn.
If we make that joke a 3rd time this stream, by the way, they got to kick us off.
Okay, we'll do it right at the end.
Okay, perfect. It's how we'll switch blocks.
What a
nice
tag. And that's something we've seen out of Dizzy a lot. Goes low. Cancel? Yes!
Nice. He's caught him with that a lot in the corner. I mean, it's a 250-50, but...
Woo! 400.
Only 400. That's with nerf damage, too.
Right? I was going to say, yeah. Well, anyway, all that said, it's still Deoxys who has the corner control. the patience. Oh!
Fatal Blow would be so huge right here, too. It's a shame he used it. Okay, yeah, not totally fuzzable. I mean, it is fuzzable, but not easy.
Yeah, in those hype moments right there, it can be a little bit more difficult, of course. What?
Oh, not enough. Rolls to both.
Oh, did you see the vacuum right there on that grab? Oh my God! It's Deoxys came back to life, and he ends up stealing it against Dizzy at the end.
And he actually tried to tech a throw, but he teched the wrong direction. He got the throw escape, failed. Deoxys super happy with that win, but yeah, he just didn't lit. I mean, he just played his game. He ran his game. He played the Garrus game, right? Mixed him up between throws and meaty mids, and he took some damage, but he was like, it's okay. I don't care. You know, I'm gonna get another hit. I'm gonna find one. I'm gonna find opportunity. I'm gonna win.
I'm still thinking about that vacuum normal grab. Did you see that? Yoink!
It's like part of his fatal blow, right? It's back in, but it's just his normal grab.
Oh, wow. So that is gonna be Deoxys and Sonic Fox, right, to qualify for top 8. Now, top 16 will be tomorrow. So that's it for those two today.
They get to go explore Montreal.
Yeah.
Very cool city. My first time being here, so I'm pumped. But yeah, they played. It's like a you know, I was watching the stream earlier, and Armor was talking about how this is a marathon, right? That it's a stamina, like it's a challenge of stamina. But I think this is more like a little sprint, right?
I think you're right.
It's like they played a total of like 5 or 6 matches, but I mean, like you look at Fox. Fox beat Sunio, and then Kevo, and then wait, who am I missing?
Fox was Winter Wars, Sunio, Kevo.
Right.
And he qualifies for top 16.
Into top 16. And of course, every match in top 16 is going to be even crazier than that, which is hard to say. But yeah, it's like the most difficult little sprint of your entire life.
Right.
And they didn't play a long time today, but they played a tough time today.
I think you're right.
And now, of course, the players here are even going to have the more difficult paths, which is also hard to imagine. But the players in losers bracket.
And the first one that we're going to see in loser side will be Forever King versus King Gambler coming up now. King Gambler having eliminated Winter Wars. Yeah, I guess it is the King match. Off stream right now, Biohazard versus Sunio. Winner of that will play against Dizzy.
Oh, I'm sad that's off stream. I would love to see that. I feel like that's going to be tough for Biohazard. Getting in on that type of space control and like guaranteed damage, because Bio's amazing at being patient, but you can't be that patient against that variation. I'm not going to get wrong. Next gen. It doesn't matter. We'll see what the results of that are later on. Right now, like I said, we got the King versus King match. Who's the true King? And we are going to see. I feel like 90% of the time that I see King Gambler, he gets randomized the yellow colors for Scarlet for whatever reason. We saw him orange earlier today, but all the time. And now we got the chainmail shoulders from Garrus.
You can't die.
She looks so cool in this game.
I know.
What a cool looking character.
She's within my top 3 regions. All right, so starting off like
out of there.
Yeah, like that.
4-2-2 is coast to coast, man. You're out of there. Okay, so he's trying to set up the fatal blow. I'm sorry, the crushing blow on the down one, back one. Yeah, all right, he's done it twice now. He hasn't pressed anything else.
Oh, look at this corner control, just using these normals. You can down forward between that, or, you know, the start of that standing 2, it is a high. Oh, beautiful conversion.
And now Forever King finally starting to move a little bit. It seemed like he had been caught in the corner. It really is a lot of patience, I gotta say, out of Forever King here. But not too bad on life, really, even still.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're not taking a huge amount of chip from all these situations, and on top of that, her stray little hits, or Scarlet's stray little hits, are not that damaging. She can heal herself, which is where the life swing changes a lot. Nice. That was a really good confirm in that breakaway. I went for the fast blood bomb. That is literally the first time I've ever seen that move used. Awesome block.
And King knows it. Forever King knows it. Here's a huge chance. No! It may have been the wrong side.
Yeah, I think he tried to do forward 2 and got back 2.
I think that's what it was.
Oh, crushing blow.
And a tech, as he has tech. Look at the time! Oh my god, I didn't even notice it!
Me neither. Okay, so all that was Super Mario King. So we were used to saying crushing blow right there on that sand trap, but that was because he set up the crushing blow. It wasn't just because it was a counter.
Right.
And he knew that. He knew exactly when to use it, when to cash out on it, how to get the life lead with 0 seconds left, I guess you could say. Super smart.
Yeah, I mean, this style of Garrus is so different than we've often seen. It's very slow, very patient.
Or even different from what we saw King playing earlier today.
You're right.
It's not even like, oh, maybe he's a particularly patient player. Just he knows when to switch up the styles.
What a duck. And a punish comes. Not a lot.
Oh, no,
Missed it.
Oh, ducking underneath the standing, too. Yeah, it's tough because that's her best footsies tool and her only combo starter.
Out of there, of course. Yeah. Briggs. Look at the walk. What a threatening walk.
That's why he was getting hit by so many down ones on Wake Up earlier.
Backing off just a little bit is King Gambler. And now Forever King doing the real backing off. I feel like he is the runaway zoner in this match.
Yeah, well, he can. I mean, you get caught one single time, and then suddenly he's in the lead, right? Suddenly he gets in a amazing situation. But you get caught one by time by Scarlet, and she just gets a little bit of damage. Okay.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, there's really not a lot each time. Oh, okay, escape fail.
Yeah, she's a death by 1,000 cuts character.
Look at the time, look at the time. 7 seconds. I don't even know that there's enough. Maybe. Oh, this was the moment right there. Oh, that's the life lead right there. He's got to hang out. Yes!
Oh, he absorbed it. He absorbed it and took the damage.
If King had not done Fatal Blow, he would have lived. That would have only been chip from the tentacle, not the actual damage that he absorbed. Because he did Fatal Blow, he lost.
Wow, what? I don't even... He just wanted to guarantee a block. But, I mean, had he been in spacing for the Fatal Blow, he would have won guaranteed anyway, right? It was just the fact that he used it and he was out of spacing.
Right. It just was not the right call. Boy, 90 seconds all gone to waste right there in that round, unfortunately for Forever King. Luckily for King Gambler, though.
Yeah, I mean, but now King's like, okay, I'm tired of waiting all this time. Nice! Perfect Fatal Blow. Or, sorry, well, flawless block.
The FB.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Bam! And it's a huge life lead all of a sudden.
Yeah, you remember those patient games those last 2 rounds?
Right, yeah. Who was that? Was that a different player up there?
He'd given the controller to somebody else.
It's going to be about half of his life gone.
Yeah, super strong Fatal Blow.
Let's see what King Gambler wants to go for after that. He's been able to pressure. He's been able to stay away. We'll see what the choice is. Yeah, it's the low.
Yeah, definitely going to see some of this corner control.
Dashes it. Escape failed. And it's out of the corner. Yeah. So there you go. Gambler with the cross to the other side. Oh, get this crush. No.
Oh, no. But the next one is not that it's going to matter, but if he somehow has the exact same amount of life, it's like, okay, it really is not going to matter.
Wow.
King at the end.
What funky rounds those were. I mean, you had the patient runaway Garrus for 1 and 9/10 rounds. And then you had the very different pressure Garrus in the 3rd round. It was a lot of very different play out of King.
Yeah,
Forever King.
It's yes. It's weird because you can't call him Forever, you know?
No,
you can call Gambler, but you can't say great play from Forever.
Maybe I'll just do that from now on. Why not?
Just call him Forever?
Yeah.
And we'll call Gambler King.
Let's do it. All right, let's do it. All right.
I don't know if I can do it. I'm going to get lost.
Yeah, I've been calling Forever King forever.
Oh, my gosh. Well, Scarlet King is starting off with some pretty patient zoning. Clearly knows the matchup very well, but we did see, of course, Scarlet King play the matchup against Theoxys earlier. That's where he got most of his experience.
Yeah, of course, that was 2-1 for Theoxys. Oh, flawless block, probably the intention right there. Literally. Nah, that's pretty tough to jump over.
Yeah, you can actually sometimes maybe do the body splash to get
a little bit
more,
I can see that.
Like lift your legs up.
Yeah, it's like a high jump, right? Do the flop, whatever that move's called.
Yeah, flop is perfect.
Nice attack from King. And a kind of a patient scramble almost here. Okay, finally, the full screen comes back from King. Forever's got to get in. That Fatal Blow, I mean, it's available. Oh! Yikes. 20 on the clock, 19 now.
Double little staggers. I respect that from King, or from Forever. Oh, see?
It's hard.
Damn, it's so hard. I tried it one time, and it didn't work. This is why you're the pro. You can switch up the names that you've been calling people for 10 years on the fly.
Right.
Oh, just goes for it.
There it is. Back throw. Time judge keeps it going.
One more. Yep. That is the exact same thing that we saw the last time the King played. It's the exact same start against Busy.
I wish I knew which throw that was. tech comes right there.
I wish it
Forever
was
King's way back. Yeah, I think that'd be really nice. Oh well.
Picking up some chip.
Very nice for Forever to sort of move forward and block that blood ball early rather than letting Scarlet let it set up. And now you got Gambler approaching.
Yeah, we're seeing this great corner positioning. So far, Forever King hasn't been at too much of a disadvantage in the situation. Just play patient. It is hard to find a way out.
Gambler totally in control. A lot of neutral ducking you can see right there out of Forever. It just does not work. So shout out to King Gambler for getting that mix-up right. He had the grab when he wanted the grab, and other than that, you saw a lot of Forever King trying to duck out of it. It just wasn't right in those instances.
All right, so this is also very similar to what we saw Deoxys versus King Gambler, where game 1 clear to the Garish player, game 2 to King Gambler's Scarlet, and game 3, let's see if King Gambler can change phase. Looking like it. That is like the earliest crushing blow throw that I've ever seen from a Scarlet.
Yeah.
But that's a huge likelihood, which of course can disappear very quickly, potentially, against.
And I think that was the back throw that she had the crush out of, so that's something to keep your eye on if you're King. Of course, forward throw still available. Trying to move it now, way too far. King Gambler had to punish. I think you see the intention was ducking.
Oh, that's so cool. Whips the standing one, still jails into the 4-4 to make people try to press buttons a little bit more. Which, of course, was plus.
The range.
Oh! He flawless blocked it, but he didn't have the meter to up 2.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, that is what it was. And so it's match point King Gambler.
Yeah. Round 2, fight.
Trying to take the matchup that he got knocked in the lose with. And that's going to be, this isn't to get out of pools, right? It's this into one more match.
Yeah. Right, it's more than this. Look at that ground under them. That is bloody down there.
Bloody up here, too.
Yeah. The moment was right. You could even see King Gambler started to play slowly. He understood what was coming. The setup had been there for Forever King beforehand.
Nice! Beautiful use of not just the plus frames, but the spacing on 4-4 on block.
Anti-air, yep. Oh, too far.
Yeah, that was that really cool conversion they got earlier, too.
And again, just a lot of corner control coming out of King Gambler right here. He's got that corner pressure. Tried to get the grab. Finally, King gets right. I feel like he has been on the wrong end of most of these throw mix-ups out of King Gambler. And that time, he absolutely had it. He's going to switch sides, but no big deal. You get the round. It's match point for both.
The bigger deal here is that look how little defensive meter Scarlet has. For the first good portion of this game, any hit that lands from King is going to do a lot of damage. And that's why I think what you see him maybe moving in a little bit more, or at least threatening to move in a little bit more.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Oh, that could have been it.
What a duck. Just for a few frames, the macro duck comes out of King Gambler.
Who even expects a throw in that area, right? Like, that was super far space.
The guy is threatening to make top 16 or top 8 at one of these giant events. Very strong player. Patience out of King.
Throw back to mid-screen, just get a little more space.
Ooh, what a delay!
Plus frames. Oh, that was a mistake. That was supposed to be a with jab, and it actually connected, which ruined the entire setup.
Really looking for the crushing blows right now is Forever King. You can see he's blocking. Okay, yeah, he steals a turn now. There's a lot of work left to be done.
There is, and you're not getting any OP up for this fatal blow. You are going to get, of course, a ton of damage, especially if it's completely unscaled. Actually wasn't all that. Yeah, that should be. Oh no, not quite it.
Alive, but just barely. He can't even block. He's in big trouble.
Oh, anti-aired with the short hop 2.
Well, I don't know if that was the intention, but whatever the intention was.
It might have been the intention.
Maybe.
Honestly.
I don't know.
I mean, Scarlet players have to get really tricky and like really creative with a lot of her moveset. And that, I mean, it anti-aired. It actually does work as an anti-air, too.
I mean, it did.
It has this weird little hitbox where she goes like that.
Right, right.
It's smart.
Hey, it worked out. So that is for King Gambler, the next round for Forever King, the end of his weekend.
Wow.
At Dreamhack Montreal.
End of a tough weekend.
Yeah, I'll say. So Forever King lost to Dizzy, TT, and then to King Gambler. Now, Sunio moved past Biohazard in the loser's side. That was a 2-1, but Biohazard as well is eliminated. you know, one of the strongest Canadian players. We are in Canada.
Right.
You know that he wanted to do well, I'm sure, for that reason. Also, he just wants to do well. Also, he needs those points.
Yeah, really
As we discussed earlier, he's on the outside looking in right now, and this is not where he wanted to end up.
No, and especially of course, you know, always, I would have to assume that you have your brother at a tournament. You're always going to vie for who gets further in the tournament. You know?
I would think so.
I have a very similar age brother also, like within a year of me. And
okay.
I know that if we were to ever enter tournaments together, which we can't because he doesn't play fighting games, because he's a fool, but it would definitely be like, oh yeah, I got further than you know? Or like this time where it's like, oh, you didn't get further than me this time, you know?
Yeah. Honeybee is still in. He's in loser's side, but he's in top 16. We'll see him play tomorrow. What do we got now? Dizzy will come up to play versus Sunio.
All right. Well, so I at least am glad that we get to see more Sunio. If there was one player that I probably wanted to see the most out of this pool, just as far as like selections and how they play, it probably was Sunio. It's hard to pick. This is a really cool pool with a lot of really cool characters. I mean, we saw Devora and getting out of pools and winners. We saw Next Gen Jackie. We saw Bone Picker, Baraka.
Yeah.
I don't know, a lot of really cool stuff.
I agree.
We'll see if this is the end of the really cool stuff that we see, or if we're going to see a little bit more in that top 16. So is this also, no, this is actually to get into top 16, right?
This is to get into top 16, yeah.
Okay.
Dizzy versus Sunio. And to get into top 16 after this will be Kevo Extraborn versus King Gambler. So the end of the pool approaches us.
All right. So yeah, just these two final matches. That's crazy. I mean, out of all of the names, I mean, it seems like based on how many names we have in the bracket, 4 out is like not enough, which is insane because I don't even know if I've ever heard of 4 out. So that's going to be tough. So in losers, I wonder if the losers bracket winners play against each other or if they play against the loser of another one of the winners bracket.
No, yeah, it's rearranged there.
Okay. So not necessarily connected, but it looks like button checks are done, and here we go. We are going to see Next Gen sticking around for Sunio, and Dizzy's going with Sonya.
Still on fire, by the way. That extra class is still doing the work.
And of course, not as much damage as Sonya does herself, but every little bit counts for Next Gen.
Confirmed for sure. This is close to death, or is... No, not quite.
Yeah, didn't have any bar to extend it one more little hit, but at this point, yeah, it's going to be tough to avoid any sort of damage. And Next Gen Jackie's not a character that's going to mix you to death from 75% life, usually. I mean, she still does have a great strike throw mix-up, still gets okay on back throw.
He has not actually touched her with a fist, and that is 30% loss right there. That's Next Gen.
Good throw time. And a good jump kick to get out of the corner. The spacing on those jump kicks, people become really good at them.
Oh no! Look at this damage here. Is that Aggie? Oh!
Yeah. That is a lot of damage. Sonya, do you remember that Sonya used to do more damage? Like,
right?
Yeah, that's crazy. But of course,
she's still very good, as you can see.
Extremely
Round
good.
1, fight.
And that was a very quick match. Sonya just wasn't able to create that space and kind of play the more patient game that he wants to play as this character. So he just got hit. There we go, 2 puddles on the floor.
Yeah, hoping to force some movement right here.
Oh, 33, that was nice.
Lovely, that was cool.
Bitch, please.
I've never heard that last.
Yeah. Sets up the bubble again. Projectiles do less damage in there. There's a throw crushing blow available in there.
Yeah, look at the damage, like adding up.
Woo!
Both of them
so
hit.
much damage on that, yeah.
Double damage over time, sitting on the floor. You got to make a bunch of reads right now. Low into recancel. Yep. We've seen that as the go-to.
And there's no breakaway here. He didn't break away. He had that defensive bar the entire time.
No. Oh, good hit. Oh no!
And not punished. Okay. Oh, it's a big scramble.
Oh, still alive, still alive. Oh!
No, the huge bet. Somehow Dizzy scoped it out.
Yeah, that was, I mean, at that point, you're far enough away that it's okay to just block. You know, it's okay to not have to take a risk. Oh, no, doesn't get the interrupt. 10.3, just gets small as a trade. That should have been a good amount of damage right there. Whew.
Trying to take control here, Sunio. No, not for long. Dizzy, just like that, has the knockdown into the corner. Chooses just control.
Oh, nice. Wow, missed the conversion off the weird angle jump kick. I really thought that was going to be taken advantage of, but now this is a match point with such a huge life lead, and that should be it.
Yeah, I think that's Sunio just sort of overthinking that situation. To land with the goose right there, rather than just to do a jump kick, he might have been thinking too hard that there'd be a down one anti-air or something, and there wasn't. There was just patience out of Dizzy, in the same way that there was patience previously when Dizzy just blocked the dive kick. I mean, Dizzy was playing a low-risk kind of response in those situations, and I don't quite think Sunio picked up on that.
Yeah, it felt like Sunio was like prepared for the anti-airs to be attempted or for some kind of like weird slippery movement, but Dizzy just didn't need to. I mean, but in all those situations, Dizzy had a huge life lead, had the spacing advantage, and wasn't as scared of having to block next gen as you would be of first round KO.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, her damage is more about overtime, the goop. I mean, we saw there was one round where Sunio did 40%-ish damage, and I don't think actually ever connected with like a string.
Yeah, so I think there was actually only one combo in the entire game, and that combo was the air-to-air jump 2 into the just the ender, just in a 4-3-1 throw or whatever. That is, or 3-on-4 throw, yeah. But that was like the only combo of the entire set, and there was a lot of damage dealt.
There was. Cool character. I hope to see more of next gen Jackie. Sunio is the only one who I know who is really trying to make that character work.
Shine.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Yeah,
no, you're right. Shine got 13th at Evo or 17th or something. It was pretty high up there.
Pretty far. Yeah.
Was that too high? Anyway, he made a pretty good run.
Yeah, it's tough to remember the exact placements.
Yeah,
but
he made a good run.
He did. He's not here, but I just had to, of course, mention the name.
You're right to bring it up. Yeah.
Talk about. So that is going to be one of the players making it into the top 16, and now who is the last? So I guess technically we have 7 players decided for top 16. This is going to be 8, and we are only going to be, after this, halfway done with brackets for this tournament. We've already seen some crazy games, so okay. Is that a real pick, I wonder? Question mark.
Scarlet. Shinnok's Bone Temple.
Okay, this may be a button check.
It's a button check, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a Scorpion in Kevo's pocket. Now, Scorpion against Scarlet is definitely one of those matchups that you don't want to see. I mean, you do see a lot of people say, oh yeah, Scorpion, you know, he's right against zoners, but then you see matchups like Scorpion against Montreal, and it doesn't follow that same, I guess, matchup schematic that you'd expect, where you just like, any projectile, I'm just going to teleport, because a lot of the zoners in this game, they have these instantly hitting unreactable projectiles, and they control with the movement that way. Now, Scarlet, not so much. I mean, she can stop teleports with
Scorpion.
the blood tentacle, I guess it's called. But if you jump over it or jump and any projectile comes out, then immediately you can see a teleport reaction. So this is going to be actually a real pick.
Okay.
We are going to see Scorpion. I didn't see which variation though. This, especially post nerf, I guess you could say. Yeah, it definitely is a nerf. Post nerf when they made the teleport a high. I'm surprised we're not seeing a little bit more of Searing Rage. Oh, Scorpion looks so cool in this game.
He definitely does.
To avenge my family and clan.
You misunderstand. I'm impressed.
Round 1.
Most of the characters in Mortal Kombat, I feel like their coolest appearance is Mortal Kombat 11.
I agree.
Super cool game.
A whole lot of them. The majority of them.
Yeah. Wow. So it is Reborn, by the way, Scorpion.
It is Kevo Reborn, so it's pretty appropriate.
Very on brand. No, you didn't have any meter for cancels, buddy.
It didn't take a huge amount of damage, though, because it is Scarlet.
Right.
We didn't see the punches 2-on-2, which would have been max, but it's not too fast. It's like 12 frames.
All right, there's an escape fail. That's relevant. For Scorp here, and he can play a very slow, frustrating game.
Yeah, that's what he's going for right now. I'm surprised we haven't seen at least a few more checks with Temple.
Yeah, that's just, you know, what if there was a teleport, right? That's your constant concern.
And we do see the threat coming, or, well, the threat established by just throwing out some random cancel teleports. Okay. You're saying, okay, it could have been real. It could have been real. It could have been real.
Very light pressure. Ah, a chance here. Yes, and there's no escape this time. Not enough to kill, though.
That is actually the maximum damage ender, and people don't really respect that as an ender as much as they should, because it gives you Oki. It's the highest damage, and as you can see, it puts Scarlet back in the corner, so we can see this super patient walk-back play again. Maybe a little aggression.
The thing about Scorpion is that, there was, so pays off.
Yeah,
he at the same time can be very obnoxious in terms of his pressure and super slow. It's one of the most interesting fighting game designs in any game because the mix of those two almost never happens.
Right, and you did see a pretty heavy switch here.
Woo! Oh! And he knew it too because he saw the rollback. What a punish from King Gambler.
Look at that damage.
Yeah, again, she just really pumps out the damage in that fatal blow.
It's like all of Scarlet's damage was like compressed into her fatal blow. And now it's looking a little bit more. Oh, nice punish. Gonna heal back some life. Bring it back to even. Fatal blow still goes with Scorpion.
Hey!
You need it! And you definitely don't. That
wow.
just made that a lot of damage, I guess. But
as soon as the dunk happened, we were on the pause select.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as it happened, it was frame perfect.
Scarlet. Tank Garage.
That's the real test of reactions. All right, so sticking with Scarlet, I actually didn't see if there was any switch.
Yeah.
One thing that I really like, although it's Scale Against Reborn, is you can actually use the variation with the counter. And if you throw out her, or well, I guess her parry, right? You throw it out and somebody thinks it's projectile and they teleport into you, it actually parries it from behind.
Yeah, it's full side. Woo! You see the concern always. You have to have against Scorpion. So very meter-intensive play at the beginning of this round right here for Kevo. Now he's going to have to be a while until he gets anything back. Here.
Oh, nice. That was on reaction, too. Like, I was like, I'm waiting. Oh, yeah. And finally, we have not seen that at all.
With the siphon? Yeah.
I was actually just about to make a point that I've seen very little of what makes Blood Drive. Wow, just does it. But that was such a good reward. That was exactly as much damage I think as you're going to need. I'm pretty sure that's the end of Gambler for this round.
No.
Wow.
Hold on.
I was wrong.
Hold on.
Oh, the jump kick. That was scary too, though. Down two would have been perfect right there. That surprisingly did less damage than I felt like it should have. I feel like all fatal blows do as much damage as like the notch where you get fatal blow.
Oh, there is some variation around that. There you go. Damage over time. Of course, Scarlet being a big example of it, right? She does so much more.
Yeah, that's true. But I thought most of them did.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say.
All right, getting back some of that life that you need so desperately right now, and a little bit more. Oh, that was almost super cool. Backing up with making him whip it down there. Good breakaway, but also good reaction to not amplify it.
Good hit. Gambler puts himself in the corner. Wow.
Come back with the down two. Throw.
Match point right here.
Oh, it's a throwaway, and I think that's going to be enough. And Gambler out of the tournament. And that was, I mean, that was still extremely good play, but unfortunately just wasn't able to close it out in 2 different rounds. And I'm sad because Scarlet's a really interesting character.
Oh, yeah.
Scarlet is a character that has been considered very, very good by a lot of players. A lot of people are putting her into the top tier right now, but she has never placed. Aside from Fox using her one time in Combo Breaker top 8 and making a 3-0 comeback, Scarlet has never placed. So I'm still really want to see more of it. I think her design-wise, is top 2 in the game with Frost for me. So I want to see more Scarlet, but we can't see more Scarlet because unfortunately King Gambler out. But still, grats to Kevo for making top 16, showing us a third character that he's extremely good with.
That's right.
I think it's the first time that we've seen his Scorpion. Maybe it's happened before.
I feel like I've seen that before, but certainly not as often as the others.
Okay.
And I loved how he played it.
Yeah.
He played very well. And look, you're right that the teleport is nerfed. Now it's a high rather than a mid. I don't feel like that in any sense killed that character.
No.
I still feel you can play him almost the same as before.
It's
just that now there's at least a little bit of counterplay to some of it.
Yeah, at least competitively, it's very similar, right? Like I think maybe when you get to like online players who are just going to throw out teleports all the time,
okay, sure,
it's a lot easier to deal with them.
Sure.
But when you get to this competitive level, like we didn't see any sort of situation where you could have had the teleport ducked, right? Like it was all canceled. It was all in
once
conversions.
or twice. Yeah.
Like maybe once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
But realistically, it didn't make a difference.
Yeah. No, I think you're right about that. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. That's going to be Pool B. And the people who qualified were Sonic Fox and Deoxys and Winterside. They will play against each other tomorrow, top 16. And then on loser's side, it was Dizzy and Kevo, and it looks like we don't know who anybody will be playing against yet in loser's side because we haven't had the final 2 pools. C and D will be coming up in a little bit. We know that so far we have Dragon, Scar, Fox, Deoxys, and then in loser's side, Honeybee, Coach Steve, Dizzy, and Kevo. Those are not the matchups in losers. Those are just the people who are in there.
Right, who just happen to be in losers. That's crazy that we look at that top 16 of players, and that's not the top 16 of players, right? It's half the top 30, or no, it's half the top. Sorry, I looked at the top 8 players.
Yeah.
What I mean.
Yeah.
My numbers are all one off.
It's all good.
Confusing. It's confusing. There's too many people.
I mean, but who didn't make it, right?
Yeah.
Biohazard, Forever King, Gambler, Sunio, all out of there in that pool. And in pool A1, I mean, there were some luminaries who didn't move on as well. Toxin was one of them. Samij was one of them, right?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Samij is maybe the biggest. Maybe the biggest upset so far. Upset, you could say.
Yeah,
but
I can see that. Yeah.
Not really. Also, I don't know. It's a tough bracket. I think we've said that enough.
And you know what else is going to be tough is Pool C, which is going to be the one that's coming up next. Here's who is in that. Foxy Grandpa. One of the first round matchup for one of these guys, Kerbo and Shujinki Tink.
Oh, that's such a good
actually
one.
a match.
I really hope that's on.
Gur, Daddy, Rewind, Infinity, Ninja Killer, Nivik, all in there. That is going to be one to watch for sure.
Yeah, I'm still staying on for that one, so I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm glad.
All right, man.
That's a year.
Well,
yeah. So I guess that's it for this block, right? So of course, don't go anywhere because we are going to have Block C happening right after this.